This bishop is one of the most powerful holy men in the empire who answers directly to the pope and commands exorcism squads. So why he just lost a tooth to a milk bottle? He got hit by a baby. A literal goddamn sack of shit who can barely hold his own head up just smashed a glowing bottle into this saint's face, hard enough to draw blood. 5 minutes later, his crimson eyes flash. He channels everything he has into a single burst, and a blinding column of pure white light erupts from his tiny body, slamming into the lich with enough force to disintegrate it on the spot. Everyone stares. A newborn baby just solo killed a dark lich. The people watching think it's a miracle, holy power awakening inside a newborn saint. And the craziest part, this kid was supposed to be dead before he ever opened his eyes, because 5 minutes earlier in the moment this child was born, 2 nannies were assigned to him, except they're not nannies, they're assassins. And the milk they keep forcing into his mouth is holy poison, a venom designed to destroy divine power and quietly kill saint candidates before anyone notices. They're expecting convulsions and a quiet death reported as natural causes. Instead, the baby drinks 1 bottle, then another, 15 bottles of milk. He's not dying. Bros like me, if Makima feeded me directly from source, he's not uncomfortable. The baby raises 1 finger, grins, and demands a stronger one that hits harder, because this baby isn't surviving the poison. He's feeding on it. Every drop is being converted into raw mana inside his body. Instead of killing their target, these idiots just gave him a full power charge. And the reason a newborn can eat lethal poison and ask for seconds is simple. The soul inside that baby is not human. This is Kim Yusok, the immortal skeleton king, the most feared demon king in history. A real nigga who waged a solo war against gods. He started as the lowest thing imaginable, a nameless summoned skeleton on a battlefield. No rank, no power. Literally, bro had no skin in the game. Just bones and a sword and an endless war nobody asked him to fight. Every demon stronger than him tried to kill him, but he evolved from a disposable foot soldier into an immortal lich so powerful, the heavens conspired to stop him. Just pure Clash Royale lore. But when the gods who summoned him refused to keep their promise to turn him human again, he didn't beg. He declared war on heaven. They panicked, used a holy relic to seal his soul. His response? He gathered every ounce of destructive energy in his body and detonated himself inside their temple. Middle East classic, pure Osama. Last words to the gods: eat shit, you bastards. The explosion flattened an entire section of the divine realm. The gods were too shocked and scared when they tried sealing my bro, and his soul slipped through and landed in a newborn body. But that desperate, unbreakable will to survive didn't start in the Clash Royale arena. Before 6 towers and zaps, Kim Yusok was just a guy. A regular, exhausted human being who spent his entire life grinding like a machine with nothing to show for it. Like me writing this recap right now. But then one day, 2 things happened. He won the lottery, and in the same day a doctor told him he had just some days to live. A disease so rare they were going to name it after him. It's like your mushroom with neck getting bigger but never harder. Just pure wasted opportunity. He stood in the rain holding a jackpot ticket that meant nothing. He begged the universe to save him. The universe turned him into a skeleton on a demon battlefield. And all that rage, all that experience, all that power now lives inside a newborn baby, in the one family in the world that trains every single day to kill him. The Eshua family, the Saintess bloodline. He is their heir, their precious saint candidate, in a mansion where knights stab skeleton king dummies every morning for practice, surrounded by people who would burn him alive if they knew what he really was. Cause right now the bishop is bleeding and humiliated. Emperor Alexander is impressed by the boy's platinum hair, same as the empire's legendary founder. This baby is starting to look like a real saint. That's exactly what the bishop can't allow. He was sent by the Barrett family, who monopolized the papacy for generations. They already picked their own saint. Every other candidate needs to vanish. Isaac was supposed to be the easiest target, so the bishop goes nuclear. He announces he sensed demonic energy from the child and demands an exorcist. And he's not entirely wrong. Isaac leaked a tiny stream of undigested mana, a small slip, but the bishop caught it. The emperor shuts it down, refuses to investigate a saint candidate from an allied house. But then Isaac does something nobody expected. His tiny hand reaches out, touches the bishop's chest, and yank it out for everyone to see. A bandage-wrapped demonic hand wearing a golden rosary, the bishop's totem, a sealed high-level demon corpse he's been secretly using to absorb dark energy, a holy man of the empire, walking around with a demon artifact strapped to his body. The bishop goes white, cold sweat everywhere. How does a baby know about my totem? Isaac doesn't give him time to think. He snaps his tiny fingers. Pitch black energy erupts from the totem. The sealed demon roars to life. A colossal shadow lich materializes in the middle of the holy temple. Guards scramble. Priests scream. Emperor Alexander turns on the bishop with murder in his eyes. The bishop shrieks that the child threw it. Nobody's listening. A guard grabs Isaac and runs, but the lich locks onto the baby with terrifying focus and charges straight through the defensive line. Not to attack him, to rescue him, because this lich recognizes its master. Knights get thrown aside. The lich is screaming about saving the imprisoned king. The guard is sprinting through the temple with a demon missile chasing him. Isaac's mana is almost dry from the totem stunt. One option left. His crimson eyes flash. He channels everything he has into a single burst. A blinding column of pure white light erupts from his tiny body, slamming into the lich with enough force to disintegrate it on the spot. The shadow creature shrieks and burns away under a wave of what looks exactly like divine radiance. Everyone stares. A newborn baby just solo killed a dark lich. Whispers ripple through the crowd. He really is a saint, but Isaac is staring at his own hands in horror. That wasn't demonic energy. His body converted his mana into actual holy power. The white core he formed, the anomaly he couldn't explain. He suddenly realized a serious problem. I'm out of mana? A horrifying hypothesis flashed. Is this body converting my mana into holy power? While Yusok panicked, the captured bishop shrieked, "Let me go, you fools." He pointed accusingly at the child. "That baby is a heretic. How dare you crawl into the holy nation?" The bishop begged the emperor, "Your majesty, I will prove it. I will expose him with an exorcism." Emperor Alexander interrupted coldly. "Enough, bishop. You dare accuse a saint candidate?" His gaze was sharp as a knife. "I will not overlook this matter, even if you come from the holy see." Cornered, the bishop gritted his teeth. If the emperor suspects, they will soon discover the intruder. Kneeling on the floor, he despaired. "Even if I die, I must save my family." The bishop's eyes flashed with cruelty. "That's why. At least I must kill the Eshua family's saint candidate." A gigantic golden wolf spirit beast roared into existence, charging straight for the emperor and the infant. Emperor Alexander growled, "This bastard finally shows his true colors. Does he really think he can kill me with this?" Isaac scoffed internally. He prepared to counterattack, but a harsh truth dawned on him. Wait, I have no mana left at all. Suddenly, a stream of icy blue energy tore through the air. The wolf beast roared in pain before being instantly subdued by the mysterious power. An icy voice echoed from the shadows. Who dares lay a hand on a direct descendant of Ashua? Blue robes fluttering. A dignified figure stepped from the mist. The Blue Faith? The Emperor exclaimed. It's the Ashua Knights. The silver-haired man advanced, his aura overwhelming. It was the Ashua family's 7th son, Relai Ashua. Without hesitation, he pointed at the attacker. Execute the bishop immediately. A soldier snatched Isaac from the bishop. The baby struggled. Let me go. Don't touch me with Eshua's filthy hands. Then he froze. Wait, Eshua. Relai took the child, sternly saying, behave yourself. The Ashua Knights knelt in unison, shouting, greetings, young master. Relai turned to the child, softening slightly. Apologies for being late, Isaac. He smiled. It's nothing much, but we've brought a small gift for you. A knight gleefully presented a toy. This is a model of the beheaded skeleton king. Isaac was speechless. Other versions followed. The skeleton king burned alive, then crushed by the saintess. So cute, the knight cooed, tearing up as he mistook the baby's stunned horror for joy. He likes it so much, he's crying. How am I going to survive this? Isaac screamed internally. Helpless in the adult's arms, Isaac sighed. How will I survive this crazy family? Then, the name clicked. Wait, Eshua? Memories flooded back. The 45th generation saintess, no Eshua. The 61st, Ox Eshua. All his sworn enemies bore that name. Damn it, did I reincarnate into the saintess family? What kind of karma is this? While Isaac cursed his luck, the cornered bishop yelled, heretics! Where'd you get that creature? He pointed at Isaac. I will expose its identity. The Eshua family is insane. It will end the Eshua. Relai's sword flashed. A cold, decisive stroke silenced the bishop forever. Relai sheathed his blade, looking down at the corpse. Be grateful for Eshua's mercy that I left your head attached. He kills people just for insults? Isaac thought. He's got guts. A knight quickly covered Isaac's ears. Young master should only hear good things. He began humming a gruesome nursery rhyme to soothe the child. Isaac looked at the skeleton toy. Lunatics. But the blue Eshua family, they really are strong. Meanwhile, Emperor Alexander approached. It seems I owe the boy a debt. He looked directly at Relai. Tell your family head that the imperial palace wishes to raise this child. Relai was stunned. Your majesty, you jest. Oh? Isaac thought gleefully. Am I being recruited by the imperial palace? The holy nation will target the boy, Alexander explained. Can the current blue faith protect him? The pope will oppose him because of his hair color. The emperor's expression darkened. Furthermore, the skeleton king seems to be hunting him. Isaac was dumbfounded. What? I'm the skeleton king. Why would I hunt myself? An official interrupted. Your majesty, the child carries Eshua blood. He must be raised by the Eshua family. Relai took Isaac. Pope or skeleton king? Eshua can handle it. The emperor smirked. Saintess Melissa would be delighted to meet the skeleton king again. Isaac froze. Melissa? Horror dawned on him. She was the craziest, most formidable enemy I ever faced. The ironic truth was a fatal blow. I'm Melissa's direct descendant. Why is my life like this? Saintesses were the god's ultimate weapons, created to destroy him. He had never touched them, killing one only summoned a stronger successor. And now, the worst of them all was his ancestor. Relai smiled, unaware the child in his arms was the enemy his family was sworn to destroy. Emperor Alexander watched silently as Relai affirmed the Eshua family's capabilities. A young knight interjected, recounting the martyred saintesses. I didn't kill anyone, Isaac screamed internally, refuting the baseless rumors. It's all right, Relai said gently. I'm not all right at all. Relai lifted the boy high. We are grateful you were born. We have only one wish. Don't grow up to be like that terrible skeleton king. A blessing that felt like a stab. The image of his past brutal self haunted him. I'm sorry for being a bad person. Alexander pressed the negotiation. The boy is a precious asset against the growing demon threat. Besides, Eshua has no saintess. He delivered the decisive blow. The boy's mother disappeared a year ago. A lightning bolt struck Isaac. My mother is a saintess. Relai countered. The matriarch is still alive. Lady Melissa will return soon. Isaac gasped. She's alive? His greatest enemy survived? Fear enveloped him. He knew better than anyone how dangerous Melissa was. To survive, the tiny hand made a choice. It grasped the emperor's finger. Isaac used all his acting skills, blinking cutely. Please take me with you. Alexander melted. See? The boy wants the imperial palace. He's just clinging to people. Relai insisted. House Eshua creates saintesses. Alexander countered, but you're rookies at raising a saint. He's the first saint. You have no experience either. The argument turned into a childish tug of war. The young master will be torn in half, subordinates cried. I want to go to the palace. Isaac panicked. I don't want to die. Then, he felt it. A warm stream of light radiating from the emperor, the source of life. This is the true path to survival. The emperor smiled, a wise choice. But a sudden chill rose in Isaac's heart. Elsewhere, a failed bishop knelt. I am innocent. That thing used mana. It's a demonic product. An icy voice echoed. Are you saying the gods bestowed divine power upon a demon? But it was mana. The Holy See calls such words. The mysterious leader's sword flashed. Blood splattered. Blasphemy. The cardinal wiped his blade. No need for a new squad. The emperor will take the child. We strike at the imperial palace. Back in his crib, Isaac shuddered, sensing the threat. I won't survive the palace. He recalled the negotiation from a few days prior. Relai had played his trump card against the emperor. The most precious thing we possess is the skeleton king's body. My body? You have it? Relai extended a hand. Isaac pointed decisively at him. Ga. Let's go to Eshua. Relai, the iron-willed man, melted. Isaac. In the carriage, Isaac accepted his fate. I gave up the palace, but I need to reclaim my old body, a body strong enough to contend with gods. Why is the Holy See targeting him? A knight asked. Really revealed the secret. A prophecy states the saint will be adopted as a child of a god. Isaac was dumbfounded. What the hell? If the saint became Pope King of Priests, he would rival the emperor. The Barrett household, having monopolized the papacy, was threatened. Suddenly, the carriage stopped. Young Master Relai, we have a problem. Guards block the city gate. You will not enter the duchy. Do you not recognize the Eshua emblem? Relai raged. The guard grinned. Darkness surged, and demons materialized. Demons? Isaac gasped. I forbade attacking human territory. A demon general roared. Our king ordered the death of all saints, under the command of the great skeleton king, Lord Isaac. When did I say that, you bastards? A blue lightning bolt obliterated a demon. You despicable holy knight, the general roared. Relly's eyes were sharp as knives. How dare you speak such nonsense before Eshua of exorcism? Holy light converged on his blade. Eshua will eradicate all evil, he sneered. A cowardly skeleton king, sending subordinates to die. Do not insult Lord Isaac, the horde screamed, for the resurrection. An explosion threw a knight back. He clutched Isaac to his chest. Forgive me. He ran into the forest, placing Isaac within a glowing magic circle. A protective barrier? Isaac touched it. High level. But nothing enters means nothing leaves. He closed his eyes. Unlock magic. Heed my call. Whisper, the observer. A shadowy entity with red eyes materialized. Ah, great lord. Quiet whisper. Long time no see. I thought I'd never see you again. Congratulations on seizing an infant's body. How wicked. Enough. Search for enemies. 88 demons, Whisper reported. But the count is dropping. 51. 31. Relai and his knights were sweeping them. Suddenly, a wave of purple energy annihilated the remaining demons. No enemies left, Whisper reported. Detected. A shadow lich. A colossal shadow appeared, roaring. You who dare touch my king, pay with your lives. What is wrong with this guy? Isaac panicked. My king, my only master. Imprisoned in an inferior child? The lich's loyalty was twisted. Don't look at him with your filthy eyes. Damn it. It recognized me. Relai ordered prepare for battle. Isaac babbled, trying to order the lich to stand down. Gaga, don't touch my food. The knight misunderstood, sensing the baby's mana. Please be patient, young master. We'll deal with this. The lich, ecstatic at being acknowledged, roared. I will come to your side, my master. It darted past the knights. Relai froze, realizing its target. That worm is heading towards Isaac. The lich screamed at the knights. Filthy holy knights, how dare you imprison my master? Kim Yusak gloated. He had its attention. I can't let my mana reserve be destroyed. He babbled a command. Break it. The lich obeyed immediately. Yes, master. It swung its shadow scythe. With a roar, the magical barrier shattered. The knights screamed in despair as their young master's shield fell. Free. Kim Yusak patted his subordinate, babbling a compliment. Well done. Now stop causing trouble and rest. The lich froze, utterly confused. And master? Yusak unleashed his power, forcing the lich to shrink. It let out a desperate scream. Why? Before vanishing. Really, Eshua stared, dumbfounded. Did the boy just turn a demon into a totem? He looked at the infant sitting next to the petrified demonic hand. A knight cheered. He neutralized a demon instantly. Isn't the boy amazing? The entire Azure Knight squad erupted in cheers. Yusak thought, I didn't use holy magic. That was just magic. Riley remained skeptical, but the knight commander picked up the child. In times of crisis, the true nature reveals itself. The demon sensed a threat from the young master. He is definitely a saint. Relai had to admit, whether he's a saint or not, he is special. He gritted his teeth. But why does it have to be a boy? Thinking of the Skeleton King's curse, Relai clenched his fist. I've made my decision. The commander saluted. As commander of the Azure Knights, I swear to protect young Master Isaac, the future of the Eshua family. I understand now, Relai said softly. I've been foolish, fearing the curse. This child will elevate our family. He lifted Yusak with a radiant smile. Let's go home, Isaac. As your uncle, I will raise you to be a great holy knight. Just give me back my body, Yusak thought. And once we're home, Relai added excitedly, the first thing I'll teach you is how to curse the Skeleton King. Yusak went rigid. FK this family. The carriage entered the Eshua ducal manor. Exquisite statues and manicured gardens showcased immense wealth. Even Yusak, a former king, marveled. Wow. Anger flared as he recalled his own impoverished past, starving to feed his subordinates. Whisper appeared, ogling the luxury. Yusak grumbled at it to shut up. Relai carried the boy into the mansion, the birthplace of continental exorcism magic. He pointed to the training ground. Look. Knights were frantically attacking a Skeleton King dummy, screaming hatred and piercing it with spears. Relai smiled contentedly. Yusak was horrified. It's a fanatical cult. Whisper teased him. Yusak coldly ordered it to scout. The shadow entity vanished, only to return stunned. The mansion was decorated with thousands of mana cores. The carriage stopped. The butler stepped forward, blocking the way. Young Master Isaac is to be taken to the annex. Master Goal's orders. He is forbidden from the main building. Relai hugged the child tighter. You want to send him to that haunted ruin? The mana cores are in that annex, Whisper noted. No, I need to go there. Isaac screamed internally. Get out of the way, Relai growled. I won't let my nephew stay there. Are you trying to exorcise me? Isaac wondered as Relai promised to read him stories about the saintess slaying the Skeleton King. You picked up a filthy bug, and now it's causing a commotion? Goal Eshua, the fifth son, looked down from the balcony with a sneer. Long time no see, defying your elder brother already? What a bastard, Isaac thought. Put that thing down, Goal ordered. Send it to the annex. Are you serious? Relai flared. He is direct lineage. Sending him there is exile. Ha. You brought back a bone filthier than the skeleton king, and you talk of lineage? Goal squeezed Isaac's cheek. Is this guy a priest or a thug? Isaac wondered. Relai pulled Isaac back. You just want to eliminate him from the succession race. Eliminated? Isaac gritted his teeth. That's a problem. I need to drain this mansion dry. He's already cursed. Goal chuckled. Demons appeared just to take him. That's because he possesses the divine power of a saint, a knight retorted. Oh, touching. Goal scoffed. If he's a saint, let him prove it. He pointed to a withered gray tree in the distance. Save the family symbol. That divine tree died from demonic infection. If he has aptitude, he can revive it. Are you insane? Relai shouted. That tree has been dead for 70 years. Good heavens, Melissa, Goal thought. Your descendants are ruined. Yisak flinched, hearing the thought. He sensed the demonic residue at the tree's roots. Can't you see it? He screamed mentally at Whisper. Go grab it. He launched Whisper at the tree. Relai was still arguing. Asking a child to, he stopped. The withered branches were turning green. Brilliant light erupted as the divine tree roared back to life. It revived? Relai gasped. Goal was speechless. That's impossible. Even high-tier purification failed. Nothing major, Yisak told himself, smirking. I just had the demonic residue drained. Whisper burped in satisfaction. Young Master Relai, what did you do? A knight asked. I didn't do anything. Relai looked at the baby in his arms. Sigh. That was perfectly good mana. Such a waste, Yisak lamented. Amazing. Young Master Isaac did it. The knights cheered. Goal recovered his composure. Don't be ridiculous. Relai, you did something, didn't you? You're using the Saintess's power to prop up that trash. What? Relly's rage peaked. This family is collapsing, Yisak analyzed. Goal looks nothing like Melissa, but Relly is a male version of her. Half-brothers? Wait. Goal resembles the Pope. Do you think I don't know you brought him here to be a Saintess candidate? Goal pressed. He's just a half-breed brought in by a deserter. He whispered in Relai's ear. Are you even sure he's of our blood? Relai snapped. He landed a devastating punch on his brother's face. Yisak watched with amusement. Good. A divided house is easier to devour. Inside the meeting hall, the atmosphere was toxic. This is annoying, Yisak thought, sitting on the table. Hannah Eshua, the interim leader, glared at Relai. Why did you bring him? Goal, nursing his jaw, defended his mother. He has no right. Where's the family head? Relai interrupted coldly. Out, Hannah replied. Suddenly, an elderly butler burst in. Young Master Isaac has revived the divine tree. Coincidence, Goal shouted. The family's prayers finally worked. Hannah smirked. There is no proof. You want proof? Yisak reached out his small hand. Boom. A whirlwind of pure power swept through the room, forcing the elders back. This energy, an elder gasped. It's the divine tree's energy, you bastards. Yisak roared internally, disguising the demonic power as holy light. It seems Isaac exorcised the tree instinctively, Relai declared. He accomplished what this family couldn't in 70 years. Nonsense. Goal slammed the table. If this gets out, we'll be a laughingstock. He's the son of a beggar. Yisak picked his ear, bored. Relai placed a hand on his chest. Elders, this child will become a saint. He might even become the Pope. He lifted Yisak high. And one day, he will kill the skeleton king. Yisak froze. I take back what I said. Put me down. Hannah's eyes glinted. You're digging your own grave, Relai. If you are so sure, let us test the boy. I request access to the holy artifact vault. In the Black Forest, Eli Eshua sheathed his sword. Family head. A knight reported. The vice family head requests the vault. She wants to test if the boy is a true saint. Why is there a saint in my house? Eli scowled. Refused. That place kills anyone but a candidate. Let them. A powerful voice echoed. Matriarch Melissa Eshua appeared. It's Isaac, isn't it? To save the divine tree, a promising sprout. Madam, open the vault for all the candidates. Melissa smiled dangerously. With the greatest holy artifact, we can finally destroy the skeleton king. Whoever brings it back gets everything. I will personally teach them the secret techniques. The Eshua Vault, a repository of ancient power and a graveyard for failed candidates. Will you be able to return safely? Whisper teased. They said my old body is in there, Yisak thought, excitement bubbling. I'm getting it back. The matriarch has opened the vault for everyone. A young knight told Yisak. But I'm sure you will win, young master. The more, the merrier, Yisak smirked. Chaos is the perfect cover. Relai appeared, looking grave. Be careful, Isaac. Demons captured in war guard the vault. Captured demons? Rank 6 at best, Yisak calculated. A little intimidation will do. There is a rank 8 demon, Relay said. And a rank 9 dragon. Yisak stared. The Eshua family is insane. Who locks a dragon in a nursery? Whisper tried to comfort him. With your knowledge of dragons, then abruptly stopped. Kim Yisak trembled. Damn it. Dragons are dangerous in a completely different way. He recalled once deceiving 70 ferocious dragons. Now he was terrified his soul would be recognized, though Whisper saw an opportunity. Yisak had to act. He calculated, the vault has rank 8 demons and a rank 9 dragon. I can only handle rank 6. A bold plan formed, sneak into the Eshua Annex vault and steal the mana cores. The solemn door to the repository stood right before him. Yisak and Whisper infiltrated, grabbing an ancient book. Master, are you all right? Whisper asked. Yisak froze, staring at the title, Holy Arts, 10 Ways to Disintegrate the Skeleton King. He looked like he was about to be exorcised. Damn it. You should have taught me holy power first, he screamed internally. He considered mind control, but Whisper shut it down. Do you want to destroy the family? Yisak sighed. I can't grasp this with mere theory. Suddenly, a warm hand lifted him. You look tired. Relly Eshua held the child. As Relai carried him away, A knight picked up the discarded book. Relai placed a hand on Yizak's forehead, a simple gesture, but a surge of holy power poured out. Oh, a holy art. From his crib, Yizak cheered, amazing. Use a few more attack moves, uncle. He calculated quickly. He couldn't let them stay. The target was still the vault. He flopped face down, feigning sleep. What a wonderful child, Relai praised, completely fooled. As they turned to leave, Whisper scoffed at their naivety. But then Relai ordered, this totem is dangerous. You keep it. Yizak froze. He watched in despair as the knight took his masterpiece away. His mana source was gone. He quickly composed himself. He just shift targets to the mana cores. He began his escape from the crib, ignoring Whisper's grumbling about his snail's pace. I have a plan. Just open the door, Yizak ordered. The door slammed shut. Yizak tumbled from the railing, sprawling onto the floor. His uncle had locked it with holy magic. He wanted to break it, but Whisper warned it would attract attention. Helpless, Yizak punched the door, maddened. Magic was too risky. That left brute force. He pushed with all his might to no avail. How do I get out of here? Suddenly, the door opened. Yizak lost his balance and fell forward. An unfamiliar boy with a bandaged hand looked down disdainfully. Just a child who can't even walk yet. Is this my rival? Yizak thought. Whisper growled. How dare he insult my master? Shuri clenched his bandaged hand. There's no way that kid created a totem even a genius like me couldn't make. He recalled Goel Eshua testing Yizak with a holy light orb. Shuri flared with holy power. I will become the saint. You dare steal my position. He yelled as Yizak clung to his leg. A milk bottle tumbled loose. Shuri tripped over it, falling flat on his face. Yizak laughed. I found my ride. Do you know who I am? Shuri yelled. Yizak realized the resemblance. He's the uncle's son. And you were gathering holy power to attack a baby, you bastard. Yizak raised the milk bottle. You deserve a beating. He threw it straight at Shuri. Nice throw, master. Whisper cheered. You arrogant brat, become my ride, Yizak ordered. Humiliated and clutching his head, Shuri erupted with power. You little brat. He erected a holy light shield to block the incoming bottle. Yizak watched with amusement as Shuri's smug voice echoed in his head. Surprised? I'm the only one my age who can use level 3 defensive holy magic. Shuri smiled sinisterly. Don't be surprised yet. Holy light. A giant magic circle flared beneath his feet. Take this. Shuri unleashed 2 blinding beams. Yizak assessed the attack nonchalantly. This looks tasty. Thanks for the meal. The light slammed into a wall of energy and vanished. Shuri froze, watching his strongest attack absorbed effortlessly. What kind of massive defensive magic is that? He screamed. Yizak grinned. Thanks for the show. No way. Shuri cried, overwhelmed as the energy dissipated. Whisper rose from Yizak's shadow. Kill him, the servant asked. Kill what? Yizak thought. Realizing he was unharmed, Shuri blinked. Huh? Embarrassment flared, and he snapped. If you can't hit me, don't scare me like that. He tried to swagger, but a menacing voice froze him in place. You dare? Shuri's eyes widened, cold sweat breaking out. A colossal shadow entity materialized, roaring, attack my king. It grabbed Shuri's leg as he tried to flee. Do you want to die? Shuri collapsed, stammering in terror. Yizak patted the monster's hand gently, then climbed onto Shuri's shoulder. What are you doing? Yizak smiled. Carry me, you bastard. My name is Shuri Eshua, the boy thought, his internal voice resolute despite the tears. He was destined to be a saint. He had vowed to escape this corrupt family and become the pope. But that grand plan halted the moment a demonic baby turned him into an unwilling mount. To the annex, Yizak yelled. Keep moving, or I'll tear you apart. Human, the shadow threatened. Trapped. Shuri obeyed, sobbing. Just survive first. Someone save me. Under the moonlight, Shuri carried Yizak across the garden, following the baby's erratic commands. Left. I said left. Yizak shrieked, pointing imperiously. Do you want to die? Go the right way. Shuri sweated profusely until his feet suddenly rooted to the spot. He looked up, pale. Wait, this is the second annex? The haunted house? Why here? Shuri panicked, recalling the master's warnings. Yizak flashed a sly smile. Oh my, must be a few thousand spirits here. The old building reeked of dense magic, accumulated from decades of resentment. Let's go, Yizak urged. No, we can't go in there. The shadow reappeared. Shut up and go, dog. Inside, the abandoned annex was dark and chilling. Shuri's heavy footsteps and sniffles echoed through the corridor. Messier than I thought, Yizak mused, crimson eyes scanning the gloom for dark energy. He spotted a large sealed door. Whisper materialized. Master, the entire building is sealed. Hey, let's go back, Shuri panted, terrified. Yizak yanked his hair in response. What now? Shuri yelled. He stopped before a row of old portraits, former family heads. Yizak scoffed. You aiming for family head too? Don't even dream about it. That position is mine. Smash. Yizak slammed his milk bottle directly into a portrait, shattering the magical barrier. Ancestral paintings. Shuri wailed as the blast threw him backward. Then don't put a barrier on the paintings, Yizak thought. The barrier is broken, master, Whisper confirmed. I did it, Yizak cheered. Without giving Shuri time to recover, he urged him toward the open passage. You psycho, don't just break things and run. Shuri screamed. Shuri yelled as the child was dragged toward the darkness. Kim Yizak only babbled excitedly, rushing into the secret passage. Finding a room bursting with magical energy, he cheered. Whisper, close the door, Yizak ordered, determined to claim the space. Shuri rushed forward. Hey wait, what are you doing? Yizak smirked. A kid like you doesn't need to know. The door slammed shut. Inside, the boy sat calmly. It's time to begin. Blue energy swirled around him. Outside, Shuri pounded on the door. Come out or I'm telling. I'll tell the adults to kick you out. Shuri, A cold voice made the boy freeze. A white-haired man appeared, lifting Shuri into the air. Why are you here? Shuri opened his mouth, but an old woman roared. We forbade entry to the annex. Huh? Shuri asked blankly. Witnesses had seen Shuri carrying Isaac here. He stammered a defense, admitting he used holy magic to carry the baby, which only confirmed their suspicions. The white-haired man sighed. Shuri, you've gone too far. He gripped the boy's shoulder. Where did you lock Isaac up? Shuri screamed in denial. He was about to explain that Isaac locked himself in when violent noises erupted from behind the door. The man rushed over. Isaac, are you in there? He pressed his ear to the wood. Inside the darkness, the play began. Yisak's mournful sobs echoed pitifully. The door opened and the elderly lady rushed in. Oh dear, look how scared he is. The man picked up the sobbing child. He's in shock, but seems unharmed. He looked at the baby, relieved yet thoughtful, then turned to Shuri. You should be ashamed. But it wasn't me, I swear. As he was carried away, Yisak mouthed a sarcastic thank you at the stunned boy. His innocent expression vanished, replaced by a sinister smile. Thanks for the meal. Shuri clutched his head in agony while the adults wondered why his blood pressure was spiking. Safe in their arms, Yisak assessed his spoils. I've acquired a century's worth of mana in one go. Energy glowed in his small hand. With this, I can use that plan. The man mistook the boy's sinister look for shock. Sunlight bathed the magnificent mansion. Yisak sat calmly beside a book until Relai's voice rang out. Isaac, I have someone to introduce. Really, Eshua entered with a uniformed woman. This is Ashley. She will take care of you. Eshua's holy knight, Ashley Larch. She knelt before the infant. I shall serve you until my last breath, young Master Isaac. Yisak narrowed his eyes. Did they send someone to monitor me? He babbled to get her attention. Hey you! Then he threw a tantrum shouting, I don't need you. Get lost. A terrifying dark aura erupted from the child, freezing both adults. As Ashley panicked, Yisak glared at Relai. Why does this family have so many crazy people? Relai just smiled. And Isaac, this is my gift. He opened a box to reveal a simple ring. Yisak scoffed internally. Had the Eshua family fallen so low giving cheap jewelry? Oh my, Ashley gasped. Is this the Holy Maiden's treasure? Relai patted the child's head, confirming it was a gift from the elders. Yisak's eyes flashed red. Oh, so it's the real deal. Memories flooded back. It was the elder's ring the Holy Maidens had used against him. In his small hand, the ancient power hummed. The holy artifact began to glow warm. Kim Yisak smirked to himself. Currently, it only has a charge or two left, but I can fix that. He sensed a presence. Gol Eshua stood in the distance, arms crossed, teeth gritted, eyes burning with hatred. Yisak glanced over. That thuggish look proves it's real. Relai turned cheerfully. Ah, my nephew Isaac. Gol immediately changed his demeanor, flashing a dazzling yet terrifying smile. You're adorable as always. He leaned down to whisper in the child's ear. Yisak flinched, screaming silently at Gol's madness. Gol was seething. He had secretly sabotaged the blessing device, only to watch the treasure fall into Isaac's hands again. He remembered begging the matriarch, please let my son have it too, only to be coldly dismissed. Shuri already received the blessing. Don't be greedy. Resentful that his plan was ruined by a child, Gol approached Relai. He sneered at Relai's gift, calling it trash, then turned to Yisak with a cunning smile. My dear Isaac, how can you accept such a useless item? Gol opened a box to reveal a magnificent ring. This has received countless blessings from the Holy See. Relai froze, realizing Goel was undermining him. Yisak reached out. Goel grinned triumphantly until a small hand slapped him square across the face. Get lost, Yisak thought. Disgusted by the object reeking of the Pope, Yisak snatched the box and hurled the expensive gift away. It arced high and sank into the fountain while Gol screamed. Relai was stunned that a priceless treasure had been discarded, but Yisak stood tall, full of self-satisfaction. The boy happily held up the simple ring Relai had given him. Overwhelmed, Relai burst into tears of joy, cheering for the nephew who had chosen him. While Relai celebrated, Goel's subordinates frantically fumbled in the cold water. Yisak gloated inwardly he had used magic to make the ring unnaturally heavy. He whispered to his shadow guard, retrieve it tonight. He planned to sell the filthy thing for a profit. Later, in his office, Gol raged. He collapsed onto his desk, screaming about the lost asset, then forced a sneer. Fine, he can't use the Elder's ring properly anyway. A knight had reported the item required the divine power of 20 people to activate. Goel calculated sinisterly. Let's see. Probably only 10 people will come to his first birthday. The next day, the Eshua mansion was chaos. Carriages and crowds flooded in. Ashley Larch reported, It's incredible, young master. 148 saint candidates and 4,000 nobles. She listed dukes and even the emperor, but Yisak looked annoyed. Are the gods so lazy they're scattering saints everywhere? Relly was equally astonished. I thought everyone would consider this a trap and stay away. No way they think that, my friend. Count Simon Regis, head of a merchant guild, appeared with a laugh. Every family in the empire is buzzing. They heard the weaklings of the Eshua family were attending, so they knew it couldn't be a trap. Simon continued, besides, the lady of the Eshua family offered a prize. How could they not come? Yisak looked up curiously, wondering about the prize. Relai suspected that even the Simon sneered at the arrogant Barrett family. Riley tried to hush him, but Simon boisterously announced his son was also a saint candidate. Watch your mouth, Riley whispered, gripping the doorknob. Simon kept prattling behind him. It seems ancient proverbs are never wrong. The voice stopped them. Cardinal Barrett? Riley gasped. The cardinal smiled sinisterly. The weakling Eshua is holding a birthday to salvage dignity, he thought. I wanted to see their candidate. His gaze landed on the child in Ashley's arms. What a godsend. He placed a hand over his heart, feigning sincerity. I pray the Eshua's saint candidate will bring glory to the family. A bad premonition struck Riley. A trap? He realized the candidate count had surged to 148 last week. The Holy See let the rabble in. If they cause chaos in the treasure vault, they'll tear apart the weak. Horror dawned on him. Isaac is in danger. Eshua's sons were known for beauty and uselessness, making them prime targets for those currying favor with the church. A shadow order had been given. Play with the Eshua brat. Mix holy poison into his water. Make him a laughingstock. But Kim Yusuk gulped down the poisoned water, looking satisfied. Wow, this stuff is amazing. The other candidates stared. How many bottles is that? Kim Yusuk inwardly rejoiced. Bring more. This little bit won't kill me. He hurled the empty bottle at Shuri Eshua. Panic set in among the conspirators. He should have diarrhea? Wrong bottle? Shuri covered his face in shame. Why does he keep drinking it? Desperate to save face, he kicked the bottle from Kim Yusuk's hand. Stop drinking. Are you possessed? Kim Yusuk offered a clean bottle. Shuri slapped it away, unaware the boy was thinking. No poison in that one. The child clung to Shuri's leg, wailing for the toxic water. Mine was holy poison. A blonde boy confessed frantically. Give it to me. Kim Yusuk roared. His eyes flashed as he floated into the air, dark energy surging. As he reached the realm of self-detoxification, the children whispered in astonishment. Shuri was bewildered. Suddenly, a white-haired youth appeared. Kina Barrett? Why is he here? Shuri exclaimed, while Kim Yusuk calmly downed the fresh poison, thinking, damn, so he's going to win? The room buzzed. Why was the pontiff's house here? Despite Kina's hair color, everyone recalled the messy brown hair of previous pontiffs. Kina sneered. It's not strange. The Saintess's treasure vault is the property of the pontiff's house, so I'm here to take what's rightfully mine. Kina turned and walked away, leaving the crowd stunned. Kim merely smiled. Indeed, he is from the pontiff's house. Suddenly, brilliant golden holy power erupted from Kina, a strength surpassing even bishops. I guess that's why he's Saint Candidate Zero, Kim muttered, disgusted by the showmanship. Kina spun back, scolding the crowd. You people are truly substandard. What do you gain by terrorizing a small child? He stepped forward, reasoning that no child could possibly control toxin immunity. Kneeling before Kim, Kina thought, they must be genetically stupid throughout the whole family. He forced a kind smile, summoning his power. Poor child, it's all right. I will heal you. While the other candidates whispered about Kina's strength, Kim observed indifferently. Oh, look at this. Kina smugly enveloped the boy in light. He's clever, but suddenly, Kim blew a single puff of air directly into Kina's face. The golden holy power vanished instantly. It's gone? Kina stared in shock at the grinning child. The boy had broken his holy power. A terrifying thought flashed through Kina's mind. Could he be stronger than me? Shuri Eshua rushed to Kim's side. Kina roared in anger, offended that an Eshua dared shield his target. Kim remained defiant, clutching a bottle, eyes full of challenge. How dare you look at me like that? Kina grabbed Shuri's collar, lifting him off the ground to everyone's astonishment. You think you can protect him? Kina scoffed. If it weren't for me, you would have been hit in the head with that bottle. He let go, feigning benevolence. It's all right. He was just startled. He is, after all, just a child. Kina turned his back, waving sarcastically. Well, good luck, you Eshua kids. Anyway, the greatest treasure is mine. The Eshua family will never get their hands on the Skeleton King's remains. Shuri frowned at the unpleasant retreating figure, then grabbed Kim, yelling desperately. Why are you doing this? The Elderess said whoever brings back the Skeleton King's body will receive a special ultimate skill. The words twisted like a knife in Kim's mind. Shuri collapsed, muttering a girl's name, while Kim gnashed his teeth in rage. What are you people doing with my body? Later, while the other candidates whispered about the recent chaos, Kim sat alone, calculating. I spent hundreds of years cultivating mana. Reclaiming rank 10 is a trivial matter. He frowned. But how can I sneak out when all these kids are watching? His crimson eyes flashed with resolve. Forget it. I'll take down anyone who gets in my way. Everyone, gather around, an elder announced. We will depart soon, so listen carefully to the history. Lecture again? How boring. Kim quietly crawled away. Huh, hey you, Shuri yelled. Where do you think you're going? A loud boom rang out, startling Shuri. He pointed, panicking. Elder, Isaac, he. Kim had shot off like lightning, exhilarated. Time to try out the new holy art. Not there, Isaac. The elder screamed in horror. That area is forbidden. If you go that way, the traps will activate. Kim didn't stop. Stop that bastard, the elder roared, chasing in vain as the children scattered in chaos. Meanwhile, in the ballroom of the Eshua mansion, a woman worried aloud. I hope young master is all right. Beside her, the silver-haired man maintained a cold expression. A magic orb flared to life. We have connected to the treasure vault, the narrator announced. I will provide commentary through the summoned beast following the third-place child. The silver-haired man perked up. The door to the first room has opened. Currently in third place is Eamon Aegis. That's my son. A father cheered. In second place is Shuri Eshua. Shuri's father blinked, then shouted, I'm proud of you, son. The commentator looked closer at the projection. The announcer stared at the results in confusion, and in first place. It's Isaac, he said. The silver-haired man and the woman beside him froze. Isaac Eshua, the voice echoed. The boy rushed forward like a whirlwind, triumphant. Please, Isaac, you can't go there, the elder screamed. Too late. The boy's foot triggered a trap. Elder. Shuri Eshua shouted as energy struck the old man. Chaos erupted, children's screams filling the air. Shuri roared at the instigator. You lunatic. Why did you go in there? You're messing everything up. Passing the trial was hard enough without dodging anti-intrusion traps too. Ignoring him, Kim Yesak thought, This must be the entrance to Chapter 2. He triggered another layer of traps. Well done, Master, the shadow entity whispered. Thanks to the mana core you absorbed, I've leveled up. Good. Now I can exploit you even more, Yesek thought. Now go catch him. The shadow rushed off. In the crowd, a boy muttered, I didn't expect it to be this hard, so this is why the Saintesses are so strong. His friend looked bewildered. Suddenly, Shuri was lifted into the air. Isn't that the Eshua kid? Someone asked. Yeah, name's Shu or something. How can he fly? Must be cheating. Shuri cursed silently. That's not it, you idiots. Gripped by the shadow, he screamed, I'm flying against my will. Put me down. Master, I've caught the informant. The entity threw Shuri face first in front of Kim Yesek. Groaning, Shuri warned, stop it, you madman. The second room. You could die if you're not careful. Too noisy. Yesek cut him off. He looked down at Shuri. I don't need rambling. Just explain the second room. Shuri gasped. When entering the second room, absolutely do not attack. What kind of nonsense is that? It's the only way to pass. Just wait 3 minutes until they disappear. Someone already died in there. A test of patience? How cliché, Yesek thought. He crawled away, replying in a childish voice. All right. Sounds easy as pie. Just don't attack, right? Waiting 3 minutes is nothing, he muttered confidently. His small hand touched the gate. Welcome to the Chamber of Silence. Inside, glowing words appeared. Patience is a virtue. Maintain your silence. Yesek sat, listening to the proclamation. Patience will lead you to the light. While others rushed forward, Kina Barrett and his group hung back. Will we be okay? A boy asked nervously. We're at the very back. Kina smirked. No need to face danger first. Let the sacrificial lambs go ahead. Those who rush ahead will get stuck at the entrance anyway, another added. Kina pointed. Look! A dazzling light erupted, startling a blue black-haired boy. The trial has begun, Kina said. Yellow light exploded, signaling the first trap. Do not let yourself be swayed, the voice echoed. Kim Yesek and another candidate exchanged fearful looks. A blonde entity appeared, spreading his arms. Patience will lead you to the light. You bastard! A candidate roared, charging the entity. He destroyed it instantly, but his body turned to dust amidst horrified screams. Another boy collapsed, cursing. Damn it. Giant bloody tentacles burst from the ground. You fool! Someone screamed. Yesek grimaced. How can I hold back when they show off the gods' ugly faces? You have failed, the system voice echoed coldly. Those who cannot be patient. Yesek clenched his fist, deciding to break the rules. We'll face the wrath of divine punishment. The golem's supervisor roared. We're screwed, a boy trembled. We're dead. As Kim Yesek gathered magic power, violent red energy surged. Lightning erupted around him, striking the giant gatekeeper. The brown-haired boy gasped. What was that? The bolt pierced the stone golem's core. Kim Yesek frowned. Why him again? To the crowd's astonishment, the supervisor collapsed into rubble. Yesek scoffed. Rank 8? Are you kidding me? He was certain. This golem was made by his subordinates, the 14 demon generals. Is it operating under the Eshwa family, or is it here because of me? Yesek crawled away, ignoring the boy calling, Hey, where are you going? Didn't expect those Eshwa brats to be so useful. Foliage parted. A group appeared, led by Nigel Seffet. See? I told you an Eshwa brat would know the way. Nigel sneered. Thanks for handling the gatekeeper. Now beat it. We're taking the second room. Yesek assessed them coldly. Still so many survivors. Nigel pointed at Yeseok's companion. Didn't know the Eshwa family was so cowardly. Me? With him? The boy stammered. Nigel ignored him, turning to his group. You saw this kid dodge the traps, right? He spotted the ring on Yeseok's neck. A relic. He snatched it. This must be the key. We'll avoid every trap with this. Yeseok's companion thought dead wrong. He watched Yeseok's unnatural calm with suspicion. He never let people steal from him without a fight. We don't need you anymore, Eshwa. Back off, Nigel ordered. He smiled sinisterly. The Skeleton King's corpse belongs to the Seffet family. I will claim it. He charged. One step later, blinding light erupted from the ground. A sea of fire engulfed the vanguard. Screams tore the air. The brown-haired boy froze. Isaac, that brat. Through the flames, Yeseok smiled. He lured them. The fire died into ash and smoke. Yeseok hoisted his companion onto his shoulder and stepped over the bodies to enter the second room. He looked back at the charred remains. Thanks for the sacrifice, kid. Yeseok frowned. Another group was trailing him. Why are they still following me? He definitely has divine power, a purple-eyed boy whispered. He's from the Saintess's house. Yeseok scowled. I don't need their reverence. From his shoulder, Shuri Eshwa thought, run. Guys, the monster on my head is scarier than any demon. Shuri tried flattery. If there's a saint here, it's you. A blonde boy stepped forward. Pleased to meet the youngest Eshwa master. I am Paris Julius, second prince of the Julius kingdom. Yeseok's interest piqued. Useful. Hey, Isaac, Shuri asked. We've arrived, Yeseok announced. A massive gate loomed. An orb of light pulsed and a winged figure emerged. Welcome, candidates. The third room is the Chamber of Contemplation. Show your courage and determination. The followers cheered. We should have followed him, not Nigel. The corpse is ours. The supervisor clarified. The test is simple. Defeat us and claim your glory. Yeseok narrowed his eyes. That gatekeeper. Could it be? He smirked. I was right. This is going to be fun. Huh, Yeseok yelled, making the others jump. Shuri froze, then realized the truth. Isaac is right. The gatekeepers are lying. The first room was the Chamber of Selection, where Yeseok charged ahead. The second was the Chamber of Silence, where he showed no restraint. Now, the Chamber of Contemplation. Yeseok had deduced that. The hint lay in the past. Shuri Eshua warned, we must not attack them. But Kim Yisak pointed at the statues, ordering in advance. Shuri reassured himself. Perhaps the saintess bloodline in Kim was awakening. Perhaps I misjudged him, Shuri thought, missing the wicked smile and the energy orb in Kim's hand. Kim hurled the orb at a gatekeeper. Shuri froze. Enveloped in evil energy, the gatekeeper roared. You have failed. It tightened its grip on its staff and unleashed a massive red slash. Screams rang out as the explosion caught several children. Kim calmly sat on another boy's back, ignoring pleas for help. Shuri paled, realization hitting him. Hey, you crazy bastard, he yelled. Kim just smiled, closing his eyes. What a familiar sight. The gatekeepers revealed their true forms, demonic puppets, and mocked the students. Teach these brats a lesson. Kim laughed maniacally while his human mount cursed in despair. An explosion engulfed the area in fire. 2 survivors searched frantically. Where are the Eshwas? Kim was gleefully perched on Shuri's head, both hidden by a 6th-level invisibility spell. Second Prince Paris Julius recognized them. Thanks for making me invisible too. Kim thought he used the blessing at the right time, but simply replied, whatever. Grateful, the prince offered a silver ring. Take this. Paris wondered, is it because I'm not used to fighting demons? Kim watched with calculating eyes. Believing he'd received a holy artifact, Paris said, thank you. I won't forget this. The ring glowed gold, then brutally drained his divine power. Paris screamed in agony. Kim laughed, delighted to have found the best prey. His subordinate flattered, of course, master. Shuri looked up at the monster on his back in horror. Uncle, where did you find that? Elsewhere, a candidate shouted, who can use defensive holy magic? A young man stepped up, conjuring a light sphere. Get behind me. The supervisor, now a demon with a giant scythe, roared, accept your punishment. Attack, another ordered. The young man unleashed a stream of holy light. Take this. The attack was neutralized, throwing him back and shocking his team. As he lay motionless, his friend cried, hey, what's going on? Above, the ring floated with an eerie red glow. The supervisor sent a candidate flying. Suddenly, the skeletal puppet paused, tilting its head. Where did all the trick kids go? The shadow subordinate reported, we've absorbed the holy power here. Moving to the other side, Kim watched the chaos. Don't feel bad, weaklings. That doll stops when you fall. Better I take the power than you hurt yourselves. Master, almost done. The shadow paused as a golden sphere materialized. What is that? A dazzling pillar of light erupted, blasting the shadow creatures away. Through the smoke, a figure appeared. Found it, Kim whispered. A white-haired, golden-eyed boy wreathed in holy fire declared, Isaac Eshua. Kina Barrett stepped forward. I wondered where you went. Nigel Siffett stared, sweating. I knew he was a genius, but this. Giant wings of holy light unfurled from Isaac's back. To summon a holy spirit. At this age, it's absurd. Nigel screamed. Kina Barrett faced Kim Yisak, who had returned to his original form. Surprising that someone could defeat a demon, Kina sneered. Or did you lure the children into a trap again, just like the first room? Kim Yisak smiled cunningly. The children cried out, no, that baby did everything for us. A candidate insisted. He even showed us the way. Are these fools suffering from Stockholm Syndrome? Kim Yisak thought. Kina scoffed. Saved? Aren't you ashamed to call yourselves saint candidates? What right do you have? A black-haired boy snapped. You just hid in the back. Isaac deserves to be a saint more than you. The group rallied around Kim Yisak. That's right. Shuri Eshua realized the truth in desperation. No, everyone. This demonic child is draining you. But nearby, other survivors whispered, if not for them, we'd be in big trouble. Suddenly, they looked up in terror. A massive fireball descended, shaking the ground violently. The survivors gathered before a large gate. That's the entrance to the 3rd room, isn't it? The fireball boomed. Congratulations on completing the 2nd room. I am the final guardian of the treasure vault. Choose. You will take the treasure here and end the trial. A boy opened his mouth, but the guardian cut him off. Or face the challenge to enter the 3rd room? Answer carefully. Kina Barrett remained calm. If you overcome the challenge, the guardian continued, you will find the treasure of the 3rd room. However, if you fail, you will die. The candidates froze in horror. Only Kim Yisak remained unmoved. Master, the mana from this voice. His shadow spirit whispered. Yes, it's a dragon, Yisak noted sharply. The threat is real. I will still go, a candidate shouted. If I get the treasure, I can become a saint. Me too, the others echoed. I'll go to the 3rd room, then face the trial. An invisible force pushed them forward as blinding light enveloped the group. When the light faded, a boy grimaced, dizzy. Kim Yisak chuckled. The final trial is simple, the guardian announced. A colossal stone statue appeared. Worship the Lord. Another statue? A candidate cried. It's the cardinal. Only those who show reverence may enter, the voice intoned. The candidates whispered, just kneel and pray. Too simple. But Kim Yisak gritted his teeth. What kind of nonsense is this? Memories of his archenemy flooded back. You want me to kneel before this bastard? It's just prayer, another boy said. He knelt and clasped his hands. Your servant worships you, my lord. You have learned well, the statue replied. You may pass. The boy jumped up, stirring hopeful murmurs. Isaac? Shuri froze, feeling a chilling killing intent from the boy on his shoulder. Guys, you need to pray. Kim Yisak kicked Shuri in the stomach. As Shuri stumbled, Yisak clung to his leg, dragging himself forward defiantly. Meanwhile, Kina Barrett approached the statue. Watch closely. He knelt with perfect posture, radiating holy light. This is the proper way to worship. The others cheered. Me too. A boy clasped his hands, trembling. You are worthy of all glory. Suddenly, an invisible pressure crushed him down. No, let me do it. Others cried, frantically clasping their hands before the statue. The stone statue seemed to react. Someone called out to Kim Yisak. Hey kid, why aren't you kneeling? Yisak scoffed internally. Only a fool would kneel. Whispers rippled through the room. Why is he doing that? Is something wrong with his faith? Shuri Eshua's voice hissed in Yisak's mind. Hey, you bastard, pray now. Don't defile our family. Kina Barrett smirked, calculating. This will be recorded. Does he want to be disqualified? No matter how talented, without faith, he's finished. One less rival. Yisak glared at the statue. So what, you bastard? I'd rather die than kneel before this thing. The statue remained silent, radiating terrifying pressure. Yisak trembled but didn't back down. Then just kill me. Dark energy erupted from the stone, engulfing the space. A shadow within roared, those who disrespect me shall die. Damn it, just do it, Yisak yelled. Stupid statue, I'll destroy you. His shadowy subordinate materialized, frantic. Master, it's too dangerous. Yisak crushed the shadow in a blaze of fury. Die. Suddenly, brilliant light pierced the darkness. A solemn voice echoed, excellent. Yisak froze, staring at the charred remains in his hand. You have passed, young candidate. Kina Barrett gaped. Wait, what? You said we needed to show reverence. He pointed accusingly at the child. How can he pass without praying? It's absurd. That child, the statue replied, is the only one who showed true faith in God. Yisak stood in bewildered silence. Don't you understand? The statue asked. You did not kneel before God, but a statue. Does your faith command you to bow before idols? The candidates froze. A statue. One muttered, an idol. Panic spread as they realized the doctrinal trap. Look at that child, the statue declared. Even facing death, he did not lose his faith. Faith. Yisak mumbled, then puffed out his chest. Shut up. Kina gritted his teeth. Unacceptable. He's just a baby. You can't prove his refusal was faith. Yisak crossed his arms, nodding in agreement with his accuser. Kina delivered his final blow. And if he has so much faith, where is his holy mark? Yisak flinched. Huh! The room stirred. A saint candidate without a mark? Yisak smiled smugly, enjoying the show. He's the only one without it. Kina pressed. Give up. A saint candidate without a holy mark, the statue echoed. That is because he is a child. A small child does not need to possess it yet. The excuse stunned everyone, even Yisak. Absurd, Kina roared. And you could move this whole time? The others chimed in. If he gets in, we should too. You all wish to enter the third chamber? The statue asked. Silence fell. Very well, you may all proceed. Cheers erupted, but Kina frowned. Why let them in so easily? The statue's tone turned sinister. If you wish to rush into the fire like moths, so be it. Evil magic surged. The gate behind the statue ground open, revealing a dark abyss. The candidates froze, horrified. The magical pressure hit them, squeezing the breath from Kina and the others. Can you feel it? The statue roared. The magic from the Skeleton King's body. Candidates collapsed, crushed by the weight. What kind of magic was this? In contrast, Kim Yisak grinned. His brooch hummed, absorbing the energy. He laughed, recognizing the familiar power. That's right. My body. The Skeleton King's body is right there. He fixed his gaze on the dark gate. I never thought I'd see it again, he mused, after I self-destructed in the divine realm. Suddenly, mana poured out and panic washed over the boy's face. A white-haired candidate pointed at Kim Yisak. Look at this child proving his faith. Look at that brave, warrior-like face. Shuri Eshua cursed inwardly. Brave my ass. He's lost his mind. A brilliant fireball manifested above, its voice echoing. It's not too late. The entity gestured to Kim Yisak. If you cannot smile in the face of death like him, get out. Damn it, a candidate screamed. How can we possibly get past this magic power? Two boys cowered. Let's go back. We might actually die. The white-haired boy stepped forward. No, I don't need the treasures from the second chamber. He addressed the group. All of us will proceed into the third chamber. He looked directly at the fireball and activate all the traps within it. Shuri was speechless. This crazy bastard. The fire entity seemed amused. Oh, is that truly what you desire? The white-haired boy smiled shrewdly. Even the genius Saintess Melissa couldn't bring back the Skeleton King's corpse. You must be the safety measure she left behind. The Saintess would never let children die. His gaze hardened. I don't want others to say I chose the easy path. He smirked. Therefore, set the third chamber to its inherent difficulty. In the corner, another boy watched. He's also got a few screws loose. The gatekeeper declared, if that is your wish, I shall heed it. In fact, this will make it easier to find the true saint. The white-haired boy smiled smugly while another candidate screamed, you should have gone alone. Why drag all of us into this? A colossal leg descended through the thick mist. In the center, a skeletal hand rested on a pedestal, emanating dark magic. The candidates collapsed, screaming under the pressure. Kim Yisak, however, was excited. Wow, it's just like the demon realm. Look, master. He gazed at the skeletal hand. Whisper exclaimed, that is the master's noble body. Kim Yisak laughed. So handsome, my dear. Ah, no, I mean my body. Shuri Eshua stared in shock. Is that the Skeleton King's corpse? All this energy just from one hand. Kim Yisak scoffed internally. Not from the hand, you fool. It's from my thumb. He pondered, is this the only fragment here? The rest are just copies. The skeletal hand released a terrifying surge, overwhelming everyone. From the darkness, a colossal tiger-like demon rose. Two candidates screamed. A demon. Wasn't the guardian of the second chamber the only one? Kim Yisak looked down, indifferent. Didn't you ask to remove all safety measures? The guardian demon stomped. Annoying pests. How dare you covet the king's body? Shuri Eshua pointed at the white-haired boy. It's all your fault. What are you going to do? The white-haired boy grabbed Shuri's hand. Just trust me. I'll make sure everyone leaves with a treasure. He smirked. One of the 14 demon elites. The Skeleton King's most trusted subordinate, personally trained by him, captured by the Papal Institute. Facing the demon, the boy declared, I prepared a sacred art for this. The treasure is mine. His eyes glowed with holy power. Kneel. The giant demon buckled under the divine weight. The light of the Papal Institute, candidates cried. Kim Ye-sak observed quietly. Excellent. It worked, the white-haired boy thought. Then, his eyes flashed. All I need now is the Skeleton King's body. Is it you? The demon struggled to its feet, bloodshot eyes locking onto the boy. Are you the one who covets my king's body? Outside the vault gate, a group of nobles led by a blonde man waited anxiously. What's happening inside? We've lost contact with the familiars. A breathless messenger ran up, waving a paper. It's bad. The demon in the third chamber has been unsealed. R'ly Eshua and his aides stood stunned. One aide turned to him, horrified. R'ly, isn't the demon in the third chamber one of the 14 elites? Cold sweat broke across R'ly's brow. What the hell is going on? Everyone in the vault is in danger. A guard rushed in from the surveillance room. The elders bypassed the traps and vanished. The children are defenseless. Another guard shouted. They can't handle a demon elite. We must stop the ritual and extract them immediately. As he rushed the gate, a dazzling barrier materialized, slamming him back. A blinding flash erupted from the vault. R'ly panicked. What's happening? Nearby, Goel Eshua watched nervously. Is the vault opening? Intense holy light enveloped the stone gate. A knight shouted, back. Demonic energy might leak out. An elder cut him off, pointing forward. No, I don't sense the demon's energy. Another elder turned to Cardinal Harry Beret. They defeated the elite? Well done, Kina. A guard grabbed R'ly, stammering. One of the children inside must have done it. R'ly, could it be? Murmurs rippled through the crowd. It has to be Kina Barrett, the child with the papal bloodline. Retainers swarmed Harry Beret. Congratulations, Your Eminence. Clearly the favored candidate. Harry offered a practiced smile. Kina worked hard. His eyes gleamed. Eshua, you fools, he thought. The Skeleton King's body is mine. You will bow. Your dignity and honor are gone. A cheer rang out. Look, the children have returned. Harry turned confidently, while Goel paled, spotting two familiar figures. Isaac, Shuri. From the dark gate, the children emerged. An aide sighed in relief. They're injured, but nothing serious. Two of the survivors whispered anxiously. Where are the ones from the third chamber? Do you think something happened? R'ly Eshua stepped forward, face grim. Cheers erupted again as the final group stumbled out, led by Eamon and Shuri, exhausted. Parents rushed the line. Eamon's father grabbed his trembling son. Father. Eamon managed. Are you all right? The father asked urgently. Goel and Henna Eshua reached Shuri. Amidst the reunions, R'ly froze. He scanned the group, panic setting in. Isaac. He rushed the children. Where's Isaac? Suddenly, Cardinal Harry Beret's powerful voice rang out. Kina. R'ly whipped around. Harry Beret stepped before Kina, eyes sharp. What is that in your hand? Kina stammered, terrified. That. Who told you to bring that out? Harry roared. A sphere of light flashed overhead, cutting him off. The crowd froze, eyes drawn to the sky. A bespectacled cleric pointed. Look, over there. A giant golden wolf materialized in midair. Clamped in its jaws was Kim Ye-sak. Wait. R'ly lunged forward but was restrained by a knight. Isaac wasn't afraid. He wore a satisfied smile. The wolf landed and bolted. R'ly and the others gave chase, shouting Isaac's name. An aide stammered, Young Master R'ly, that wolf is the young sacred dragon, the guardian of the Eshua treasure vault. R'ly stopped, dazed. She's right. That energy, it belongs to a holy dragon. A strange gnawing sound cut the silence. Kim Ye-sak sat nearby, engrossed in sucking on something. A knight paled. Elder, look. Could that be? The Skeleton King's corpse? An elder screamed. Why is that in your mouth? The boy brought it back. A priest gasped. Nearby, Harry Beret glared at Kina. Did you give the corpse to that child? He masked his panic with arrogance. Saving face for the host is a virtue a saint must possess. R'ly seethed at the audacity. The dragon roared. What nonsense are you spouting? This kid brought the corpse out. You are all fools. Harry and Kina froze. Kina's mind flashed back to the treasury in horror. Why had the golden holy art failed? The giant guardian demon had towered over them. Filthy trash. Paralyzed by its aura, the candidates screamed as the demon swung. Die. Demonic energy exploded, flinging them away. Kina awoke in the rubble to see a blue holy barrier shielding them. Blue holy art? It wasn't Kina's power. It was the Eshua child's. Filthy priests. The demon roared, lunging. How dare you target the Skeleton King's corpse? A fist blazing with blue fire blocked the punch. Isaac stood firm. You bastard. Isaac roared, energy exploding around him. Don't you recognize your master? Back in the present, the crowd buzzed. R'ly stepped forward. 14 elite demons are too much for children. Why break the seal? The dragon smirked and pointed a claw at Kina. That white-haired child asked me to. The other candidates erupted. He forced us into the third chamber. He almost killed us all. Eyes turned to Kina, the Pope's child. Hooray gritted his teeth, defeated by their sworn enemy. R'ly smiled proudly. You did well, Isaac. Elders surrounded Isaac, trying to coax the bone away. One reached out, but Isaac swatted him away. The elder stumbled, stunned. How is he so strong? This mana is delicious, Isaac thought, absorbing it so fast. Watching this, another elder whispered to R'ly. Isaac has truly outdone himself. The matriarch will be delighted. His smile turned sinister. Now that we have that thing, we can hunt down the Skeleton King. We'll find his soul with a tracking spell. Kim Ye-sak, still holding the bone, in his mouth, stunned. Huh. Horror dawned on the boy. So this is why they wanted my body out so badly. A group of elders reached out, faces beaming. Give it here, Isaac. As hands clawed toward him, Kim Ye-sak screamed internally. They've all gone mad. The lead elder declared he would settle the 150-year-old grudge, but Kim Ye-sak swallowed the bone right before his eyes. Burp. The elders froze. Kim Ye-sak clutched his stomach, grimacing at the elder's trembling finger. The young holy dragon seized the chance, grabbing its master and soaring into the sky, leaving the madman behind. In a solemn, silent hall, a masked elder asked, "Have you found it?" "I don't think it's here," came the disappointed reply. As the mages slumped in defeat, Kim Yasak watched calmly. "Keep searching all day," he thought. "You won't find it." His thoughts drifted back to the treasury. The skeleton kings were roaring. "Don't you recognize your master?" The giant guardian demon screaming under the overwhelming power, then freezing in shock. "This mana. Master, I thought this world would end when you died, but I knew you would return." Subdued, it vowed, "I must serve my master." As the memory faded, Kina Byrite screamed furiously. "Damn it, you should have stayed to talk. I still have so many questions." "They say the papal palace captured them," Yisak mused. "I should look into this later." Drinking from his bottle, the baby suddenly froze. "Please poop, Isaac," Reli Eshua yelled. The shadow entity beside the baby burst out laughing. Ignoring the sinister cackling, Reli shouted, "Bring more laxatives. Stronger ones." Kim Yisak gritted his teeth, vowing to destroy this family. An elder trembled. If the matriarch finds out, she might even disembowel Isaac. Reli tried to reassure him, but the elder panicked. She once cut open her own son's side. Reli froze. She disemboweled her own son? Didn't Melissa go on a pilgrimage? Yisak wondered. "I just need to absorb the mana and escape before she returns." Suddenly, a man appeared at the door. "Reli, come with me. The matriarch is calling for you." Reli spun around. "Mother's back already? She's never returned so quickly." Yisak gnashed his teeth. "Damn it, is it because of me?" He clutched his stomach, feeling the unabsorbed energy. Too dangerous. Given Melissa's personality, she'll definitely cut me open. "Oh, my God." An astonished voice rang out before a mountain of sparkling gifts. "These are all for Isaac?" The elder pointed, bewildered. Reli exhaled in relief. "I thought the matriarch was back." The brown-haired man chuckled, calling him a coward. "It's just a message announcing she's on her way." Isaac ground his teeth in annoyance. A knight entered. "Sir, the papal palace has also sent tribute." An elder spat on the ground. "Sell it like stolen goods." "The envoy is nearby," the knight warned, but the man had already entered. "His imperial majesty is very concerned," the envoy declared. "I come with tribute as an apology. It seems our gift isn't to the Eshua family's taste, but I'm sure this will change your minds." He opened a box. Dazzling light stunned the room. "This will be of great help to young Master Isaac." "That's the triple crown?" An elder gasped. Isaac looked confused, but the shadow spirit whispered that it was just a cheap medal with the Pope's emblem. As whispers filled the room, the envoy approached Reli. "Please accept it. It belongs to young Master Isaac." "Why give it to my uncle if it's mine?" Isaac thought. "Just give it to me." Reli narrowed his eyes. "He really told you to give it to me and not to Isaac." The envoy smiled sinisterly. "Yes." Reli ground his teeth. The elder couldn't hold back. He grabbed the envoy's collar and roared. "How dare you give Isaac's medal to a family member? Are you out of your mind? Don't you know what that means?" Kim Yasak froze, realizing the deadly implication. The envoy maintained his false smile. "Do not misunderstand the Holy Father's good intentions." The Eshua elder shouted, "Then what about the ribbon?" "The sunflower medal. For fallen soldiers," Yisak thought. "To place in my coffin." "This old pope is a crazy bastard. You bastards dare mock us about Eshua's curse?" The elder spat. "Elder, please calm down." Goel Eshua intervened. "Calm down? How can I calm down, Goel?" Goel tried to reason with him, desperate to extinguish a conflict that could ruin the family. A noble watched, gloating silently. "A despicable gift to put us in our place. Good. Now Reli and the brat can't cause trouble." Goel turned to his brother. "Reli, take the gift." Reli tried to object, but Goel was firm. "Teesk, this won't do." Yisak decided. Suddenly, the box in the envoy's hand glowed with strange blue light. Energy erupted, engulfing it in holy flame. The envoy screamed, dropping the box. Goel watched in horror as a giant orb of fire formed in the center of the hall. Who dares use holy fire on a medal?" The envoy stammered, trembling. A small, fiery hand emerged from thin air. It was Kim Yisak, flashing a mischievous smile as he controlled the flame. The envoy roared, accusing the family of rebellion. A female elder scoffed. "That was done by a baby. Are you furious with an infant?" The envoy tried to regain composure. "I will pretend I did not receive the gift. Must I accept this trash, even from his holiness?" Reli cut him off, holding up the melting, deformed metal. The envoy paled. "Give it to me," he stammered, reaching out. I must have brought the wrong item." Too late. Emerald holy fire erupted from the metal, engulfing him. Terrifying screams echoed through the hall. Meanwhile, the elders happily pinched Isaac's cheeks, unaware he was the culprit. "Let me go before I burn your asses," he cursed silently. The charred envoy scrambled up and fled, screaming curses, chased by the elders' delighted laughter. "Well done, Isaac," an elder cheered. "Get rid of that troublesome thing." But then they turned to Reli. "And well done to you, Reli. Excellent use of holy fire." Reli blinked, bewildered. The elder patted his shoulder. "Don't pretend. You cast the holy art on Isaac." Reli pointed to himself. "Didn't the elders do it?" The three elders froze. They looked at each other, realizing none of them had cast the art. Slowly, their horrified gazes turned to Kim Yisak. The baby. The power came from the secret skill record, a mythical artifact allowing instant mastery of secret arts. Good thing I took it from the treasure vault, Yisak thought. Weaker than during the Skeleton King's era, but still usable. The elders stared in disbelief. One guessed, could it be Isaac's mother? His mother has no fire attributes. A long-bearded elder roared, "This is a different level of talent. Even Saintess Melissa had to learn to read before using holy magic." An assistant interjected, "Elders, the baby dispelling the Pope's blessing is even more astonishing." Two elders nodded. "You have a good eye." The bearded elder ordered, "Bring the metal here. I need to confirm." A knight opened the box, then hesitated. "It's not here." "What?" "I threw it away," Relai Eshua said calmly. "The elders told me to discard it." "No, that's unacceptable. Find it immediately." Relai chuckled inwardly. The horrifying truth, the baby had melted the Pope's fire-resistant metal. He clenched his fist. "I can't let the family head know." A wicked smile spread across his lips. "Without proof, it's just a rumor." Days later, black cloaks fluttered in the western duchy wind. Family head Eli Eshua led his troops, gliding across the water. "The mansion is near. Stay focused." "Yes, family head." Eli paused, narrowing his eyes at the distance. Is it?" The mansion loomed ahead. Inside, the elders slumped in despair. "Why?" Kim Yusuk sat amidst a mountain of milk bottles, patting his belly. "Why won't the skeleton king's body come out? Thanks for the meal, though." Hundreds of bottles of laxatives and sylvan fruits had only produced a contented burp. He smirked. "Increasing affinity with divine beasts is good. I'll need them to crush the gods and the Pope." Suddenly, a giant energy tail swept past. "I'm sure the Eshua family has a divine beast." Kim Yusuk flinched. The guardian beast, Taran Bloom, manifested in a stream of holy light. The baby broke into a cold sweat. "Wait, maybe we should go to the party first?" Eli Eshua burst in. "Family head," a knight shouted. The elders and Relai bowed. Kim Yusuk watched. "So this is the family head? My grandfather?" He sensed a familiar energy. Relai blocked his father's path. "Father, please. Cutting open Isaac won't do any good." Eli swept past his son without a glance. He pointed at Kim Yusuk, eyes blazing. "Burn it." "No, father," Relai cried. Kim Yusuk froze. "Burn it? The baby is too young to be burned," Relai pleaded. Another noble intervened. "I agree. That reward is too much for the baby." "Reward?" Yusuk blinked blankly. "Burning someone is a reward? Please give us more time, or we could disembowel him instead." Relai cried in panic. "Or drown Isaac in water." This crazy family, Yusuk thought, just collapse already. Goel Eshua scoffed. "No, the temple's fire and water are secret techniques for raising saintesses. We cannot use them on a powerless infant." "Oh," Yusuk realized. "That's a good thing. Shuri is more suited for the blessing," Goel continued. "Isaac defeated the demon," Relai roared. "The holy dragon confirmed it. The dragon was mistaken." "Don't be absurd." Relai played his trump card. "Furthermore, Isaac burned the Pope's metal with holy fire. Who knows? Perhaps you conspired with the elders," Goel retorted. "There's no pro." Suddenly, Eli Eshua held up a melted golden object. "When you say metal, you mean this?" It was the sacred gold, a holy relic blessed by the Pope, directly connected to God. Kim Isaac was stunned. Even as the skeleton king, melting, that was tough. "How is this possible? Did I get stronger after reincarnating?" Goel stammered. "How did you find it?" Eli replied calmly. "I picked it up from the bottom of Lake Elisava." Reliel turned to his father. "Look, father." The boy burned the Pope's symbol. "This proves the Eshua family can gain the upper hand." An elder chimed in, excited. "He can resist the skeleton king's fire. He was born to hunt him." As they discussed recent losses caused by the skeleton king, Isaac stood bewildered. "Huh?" A voice echoed in his mind. "They're saying it again. Someone is impersonating you, master." "It happened 70 years ago." A knight burst in. "The skeleton king has appeared in the Eshua mansion to spread his curse." Isaac was dumbfounded. The knight raged on. "He attacked us, declaring he'd eradicate the Saintess bloodline." Isaac calculated quickly. "If that was 70 years ago, it wasn't me. I died 100 years ago." He smirked. A petty demon's curse was child's play. The knight listed the symptoms to the terrified elder's: impotence, baldness. Isaac gnashed his teeth, furious at the imposter and the ridiculous hair loss curse. Family head Eli Eshua fixed his sharp gaze on the child. "He has red eyes. He must be affected." Eli rejected the usual purification. "Fire and water are too weak." He stunned the room with his decision. "I will bestow a holy spirit upon him." Isaac's eyes went wide. A holy spirit? The ultimate grace. A shortcut to transcendent power even gods coveted. A cunning smile spread across his face. "Jackpot. I'll give those damn gods a beating." Goel Eshua, the fifth son, rushed forward. "A holy spirit? That's too much, father. They are for those with merit. What has he done?" He sneered. Even if he burned the metal, he only angered the papal family. Isaac slumped. Eli interrupted coldly. "Tell me, Goel, what did you do when they sent us that humiliating gift?" Goel froze. The family head roared, eyes blazing. "They caused trouble on Eshua land, yet you let them go and now defend them?" Goel remained speechless. "Besides criticizing my nephew, what have you done? You take away his lifeline?" Eli's gaze sharpened. "Even beasts protect their young. The Eshua family protects everything." Isaac gloated inwardly. Eli continued, "The smallest one protected our family's pride. Is that not glory?" Goel collapsed to the floor. The order was given. "Gather everyone at the main building." Standing before the family, Eli announced, "We will bestow a blessing upon Isaac." Days later, Reliel hurried after his father. "Father, aren't you simply bestowing a holy spirit?" "What do you mean?" Eli stopped. "Don't you understand? Using the temple's fire or water to purify the skeleton king's curse would cripple him. It's too intense. It would destroy everything demonic, preventing Isaac from learning exorcism. He'd never surpass level 4. I will let Isaac choose between fire, water, and a holy spirit." A family member sneered. "So it's a test. He'd never give it away so easily." 3 energy orbs hovered before Isaac. "Choose one," Eli commanded. Reliel held his breath. "Fire, water, holy spirit. Please, choose the white orb." The room fell silent as the child's small hand reached out. To everyone's astonishment, he grasped the red fire orb. Isaac raised his prize high and cheered. The scoffer turned to his disappointed companion. Don't be disheartened. Level 4 is enough for an Eshua child to bring glory to. A dazzling flash cut him off. The fire orb in Isaac's hand cracked, releasing an uncontrollable surge of holy flame. What? Is this the temple's flame? The elders cried in terror. From the inferno, a graceful figure with cracked skin emerged. Reliel Eshua stared, stunned. No way, that's a powerful Holy Spirit. Even Patriarch Eli Eshua was pushed back by the force. Father, Goel shouted frantically. Stop making a fuss, Goel. Eli replied coldly. I never said there was only one spirit. He smirked. The Eshua foundation is water, but the boy used fire to melt the papal gold. I set a trap, and he chose the right answer. Shalak's composure shattered into fury. Eli Eshua, you must have lost your mind. How dare you summon me, a king, to the mortal realm? Her aura brought the elders to their knees. Killing intent flooded the hall, followed by a wave of furious fire that swept everyone back. Erect a holy defense spell. The elders screamed in despair. Father, are you trying to burn down our domain? Goel yelled over the roar of flames. I didn't summon it, Eli said calmly, pointing at the table. That boy did. Goel froze. Eli smiled, amused. That boy. Isaac broke out in a cold sweat. I might actually die here. The fire spirit hovered majestically above the chaos. Isaac panicked. I only meant to summon a mid-tier spirit. How did it turn out to be king tier? A crazy thought crossed his mind. What if I use all my holy power? The shadow entity beside him realized what was happening. Magic-resistant flame? That's it, a flame capable of transforming mana into holy power. Master, this will be very helpful. True, but how do I make someone like this obey? Isaac thought, crossing his arms nervously. A king-tier spirit meant ties to the divine realm, exactly what he wanted to avoid. That's the mad holy spirit the gods severed ties with. An elder shouted. Eli stroked his chin. They criticized its hair color, didn't they? How petty. Silence, you lowly humans. Shalak launched a burst of fire at the elder, then turned on Eli. I am not the one who summoned you, Eli said. He pointed at the infant. He did. Isaac forced a clumsy grin. Are you insane? Shalak roared. You sacrificed a baby to summon me? Your family may be in decline, but how could you do that to a child? Isaac immediately began waving his chubby hands and babbling, perfectly playing the innocent infant. Internally, however, a vicious plan formed. Strong and hates the divine? I'll definitely make you mine. Fine, I'll confirm it myself, Shalak growled. If he truly is my summoner, he must withstand this. A gigantic fireball shot straight toward the sitting baby. Isaac, Eli shouted, reaching out with a hopeless hand. That's right, Shalak sneered. I'd rather put you to rest myself. Smoke and scorched earth filled the air. As it cleared, Isaac sat there, babbling happily, completely unharmed. Now you should be convinced, Eli declared. Form a contract, or break it, and face the penalty. Shalak gritted her teeth, golden eyes flaring. Penalty? I'll take this opportunity to destroy the Eshua lands and enjoy my freedom. She pointed at the patriarch. Just sit there and watch your lands burn, you stupid whale of... Her insult was abruptly cut off. Isaac had grabbed the fire spirit's leg, who had suddenly shrunk into a doll-sized form. Isaac, that's not food. Eli and the others rushed over in a panic. This time, Shalak. Shalak froze. You crazy bastards. How did you raise this child? She shrieked as Isaac happily gnawed on her arm. I'll retreat for now, but I will repay this humiliation. Trying to teleport? Isaac thought, his eyes flashing red. See you later, you stupid bitches. Shalak yelled, vanishing in a flash of light or trying to. Silence fell over the room. Isaac innocently chewed on the fire spirit doll while his inner voice whispered, too bad, isn't it? Shalak panicked. She hadn't vanished. The Skeleton King's demonic energy bound her like a fiery shackle, nullifying her magic. What the hell is this? An elder cried. Demonic energy? Ah, that's because he swallowed the Skeleton King's finger. Eli Eshua explained calmly, ignoring his son's horror. Shalak groaned. As an embodiment of holy light, she was vulnerable. My power. It's disappearing. Father, please stop it, Goel pleaded. Sorry, can't do that, Eli replied. He turned to the spirit. Remain in my grandson's body and purify the Skeleton King's mana. Do that, and I'll let you go. Refuse, and I'll let you be devoured. You lunatics, Shalak screamed. I would have cut ties ages ago if this wasn't the Saintess family, but she had no choice. She gritted her teeth. Fine, I'll use this child to mess with that damned Skeleton King. Suddenly, Isaac squeezed her tight, his voice echoing in her mind. Damned what? Say that again. Terrified, Shalak pivoted. 4 days. Imprison me with this guy for exactly 4 days. I had hoped for longer, Eli mused. He raised his voice. Open the East Castle gates. Take Isaac and the spirit. No one enters until purification is complete. Father, the East Castle is Goel started. Enough. Eli's cold gaze silenced the room. Isaac gleefully gnawed on the spirit. Internally, he cheered. His exile was right next to the massive mana core storage. Soon, a violent explosion of demonic energy shook the East Castle. Outside, servants gossiped. Young Master Isaac has lost the succession. Is he really cursed? Of course. Wild rumors spread that Isaac had withered into a bald old man or a skinless skeleton. Time passed in a blur of fire and curses. Then, chaos erupted again. A manager rushed down the hallway, ignoring the maid's screams, and threw open the heavy door. Lord Isaac, she gasped. Are you all right? Isaac sat calmly on the floor, sucking a lollipop. How strong is the curse that you're still so small? The manager whispered. I'm keeping myself small on purpose, Isaac thought. A baby's body absorbed power best. It was the only way to reach a new realm. Beside him, Shalak writhed. No matter what, I must purify that damned brat, she hissed. She looked at Isaac with despair. Why do you have more mana today? I was almost done yesterday. She screamed, unable to understand why the demonic energy continued to pour out of him. Isaac sneered, revealing the secret only to himself. Because I've been absorbing mana from the cores under the annex for 10 years, you fool. After a decade of effort, he had finally gathered enough. Shalak collapsed from exhaustion while the dark entity within him rejoiced. Without proper schooling, I can now use level 6 holy magic, he declared proudly to himself. It will be all right, master, the manager reported. The Pope is also mobilizing. Isaac spun around. The Pope? She picked him up. They intend to execute the Skeleton King's 14 minions for threatening the Empire. Isaac screamed internally. Are they crazy? I need those guys. Unaware of his panic, the manager placed him in his crib. Damn swindlers, he cursed. I have to do something. Elsewhere, a nobleman beamed at his son. Well done, Shuri, the youngest ordained priest. I heard the princess herself will attend your ceremony. It is nothing, Shuri replied, humble yet confident. I am your son, after all. That's right, you did so well because of... The father froze as Shuri vanished in a flash of blue light. Huh. Shuri? Shuri screamed as he was thrown through the air, crashing hard onto a floor. He looked up in horror at a familiar figure leaning over the railing. Hey, Shuri, Isaac said, his voice dripping with menace. Do you want to die? You! Still haven't given up lying? You think getting into the academy is a big deal? Crazy bastard, Shuri cursed inwardly. All your achievements are thanks to my training, Isaac declared smugly. I tried my best too. Do you think it's easy to be top of the class? Shuri retorted, then deflated. But, it's true. Without you, it wouldn't have been possible. Perhaps I should prepare for that too, Isaac muttered. Shuri explained that most holy magic could only be used after ordination. You will help me, Shuri, Isaac commanded, flying toward him. Sensing killing intent, Shuri snapped to attention. How can I help? Isaac smiled sinisterly. Hand over everything. The quiz prize money. Whatever Goal gave you. All of it. Devil, Shuri thought. He hugged Isaac to change the subject. By the way, what's this about the Skeleton King's subordinates being killed? Since the incident at the Holy Artifact Vault, they stopped obeying orders. They're just waiting to die, so they'll be executed. Isaac turned away, resolute. There's no other way. I'll do it this year. Do what? The priestly ordination. You're not even in the academy. How can you do that? Isaac glared. Are you laughing? No. Shuri scrambled to explain. You can be ordained through a recommendation letter, but it requires achievements proving your qualification. You have to save the life of a prominent figure. Isaac realized he only had 1 month left. He grabbed Shuri's collar. The princess will be there, right? Yes, but... And the princess is a person of very high social standing, isn't she? A sinister smile appeared on Isaac's face. He had a plan. Meanwhile, at the Joshua Manor training grounds, a silver-haired man crossed his arms. Leave, he ordered the 2 guests. Isaac will not go to the capital. Sir, he needs to attend this year's founding festival, the female teacher pleaded. That is where all Saint candidates are ordained. The family head remained cold. Despite Isaac's 10-year seclusion, the nobility still whispered about the miracle he had performed 17 years ago, eager to see him return. The teacher pressed on. It is my lifelong wish to teach him. The ceremony coincides with the princess's birthday. She played her trump card. Even the Pope will be there. The family head paused. The Pope? The news that the Pope would personally bestow the hero's title, a power multiplier, and golden opportunity left the man stunned. The family head tried to deflect. Isaac isn't old enough to be ordained. What does age matter in the face of talent? The female teacher retorted. Faced with the educator's persistence, the family head sighed. Fine, do as you wish. The teacher cheered, but the head wore a meaningful smirk. However, you must take responsibility for your words. Meanwhile, Isaac sat smugly in the lap of a haggard Shuri Eshua. Memories of the mansion explosion flooded back. A stranger had watched that fire from afar, muttering, so it's over there. He had identified the terrifying power unleashed. A king-tier, magic-resistant Holy Spirit specifically, the one that failed to become king due to a personality disorder. A dark plan formed. The papal family collected Holy Spirits. If he stole this one, his position was secured. He had a trump card ready, a plant capable of neutralizing holy power. He would suppress Isaac, trigger the Skeleton King's demonic energy, and reap the benefits. This is the room, Professor. The door opened, and eager guests stepped in. Finally, we meet young Master Isaac. One man remarked, his appearance hasn't changed from 10 years ago. Isaac's innocent red eyes looked up. He grinned. Welcome, my letters of recommendation. The teachers clutched their chests, smitten. Oh, my heart. Only the family head remained immune, glaring at the child. How dare you try to charm me, you cunning brat? Isaac decided to act. He pushed holy power into the man, holding him to trigger the Skeleton King's energy. Come on, lose control. Silence. Nothing happened. Isaac rubbed his head against the man's chest, feigning innocence while panic set in. Why is there no reaction? I use enough power. The fire spirit on his head snapped. Hey kid, just kill that priest already. The man smiled triumphantly. A king-tier spirit, my chance. He clutched a handkerchief in his pocket that emitted a dark aura. Isaac innocently reached for a cloth to wipe his sweat, then froze at the scent. Don't tell me. He had walked into a trap. Suddenly, the fire spirit coughed violently, clutching her neck as her sacred energy turned chaotic. Dark power erupted from her. Shalak screamed in a frenzy. It's out of control. Be careful, Professor. The mastermind crushed a magic ring. Now is the time. A fireball formed in his palm the Sever Pain spell. He launched the destructive surge at the spirit under the guise of containment. Shalak screamed in agony as the flames engulfed her. Isaac merely smiled. Do you really think that will work? The butler and manager rushed in. Isaac, young master. The audience has gathered. Good enough. Isaac looked at the energy orb in his hand and closed his eyes. The chaotic demonic energy was instantly drawn toward the crib, surging through the room and forcing the witnesses back in horror. What? Young Master Isaac is absorbing the demonic energy himself. Isaac's eyes snapped open, crimson pupils glowing. He snapped his fingers. The demonic energy has been dealt with. He signaled the spirit. You should stop too. Pure blue sacred energy enveloped the fire spirit, instantly extinguishing her frenzy. Blue sacred energy. Oh my god. The butler gasped. The manager gasped. Hovering in midair, Shylock calmed, her flames extinguished. She stared at her body, shocked by the power that had subdued her. The teachers cheered. He controlled the Skeleton King's energy and quelled the spirit. The butler gazed at his young master, voice trembling. A miracle, Isaac. Tears filled his eyes. You've finally spoken. I'm so proud. Internally, Kim Yesak was annoyed. Damn it. Why is that the important part? The crowd cheered, unaware of the boy's calculations. Meanwhile, the observer collapsed. Damn it. How could this happen? Shylock hovered above, dripping sarcasm. I'm asking the same thing, loyal subordinate. Her eyes blazed. Who's the mastermind? Mastermind? It's a misunderstanding. I only came to meet young Master Isaac. With fire-resistant gear, necklace, and bracelets, Shylock snapped. Say misunderstanding again. She bellowed. From now on, all fire spirits sever ties with the papal family. She smirked at the man. Don't misunderstand, I just don't like your face. The observer panicked. Wait, how can a spirit break a divine covenant? Those stupid rules mean nothing. As Kim Yusak smiled, Shylock crushed the observer. Get lost. She approached Isaac. You saved me and controlled the Skeleton King's energy. I'll stay and repay this favor. Shylock had fallen right into his trap. The teachers nodded. We must return to the Holy See and report this. The plan was a complete success. Kim Yesak couldn't hide his sinister smile. Eli Eshua arrived at the Patriarch's office. Eli Eshua announced the Holy See approved Isaac's ordination. That fast? Because he saved the Inquisitors? Rely asked. No, because he possesses a king-tier Holy Spirit. Eli held up a paper. More importantly, I tested Isaac's knowledge. He scored perfectly on all 1,600 questions. Raleigh was speechless. Aside from his terrible attitude, he sighed. The boy has no flaws. Eli nodded. We just need to check the personality test. The one that compels truth? Rely read the first answer. Family conquer its mind. They chuckled, but the second answer wiped their smiles. Ambition, behead all gods. Rely crumbled the paper at the final answer. Goal, destroy this country. Eli's voice deepened. Only we know this. If he takes this again, Rely trembled, he'll be executed for heresy. Eli slammed the table. Accept the ordination in his stead. Do not let Isaac leave the house. We must prioritize home education. In his room, Isaac gripped his luggage. A shadow whispered, Master, have you decided? Of course. Grinning, the boy hoisted his fortune onto his back. It's time to run away from home. At the Roman Imperial Academy, rumors spread through the Holy Magic Department. I heard a 10-year-old is being ordained. Nigel Seaford, a redhead, sneered. Who does he think he is? A kid who can barely walk. He turned to his classmates. He hasn't grown an inch in 10 years, cursed by the Skeleton King. Don't you think so, Shuri? Shuri, a blonde, remained silent. It's probably just ceremonial. Another student soothed. The brown-haired friend sighed in relief, but inwardly he cursed. That annoying bastard. Nigel sneered. Must be great living in the Saintess's house. Even an unqualified kid gets to be a priest. His brown-haired friend slammed the table, screaming internally. This bastard just won't stop. A cold voice cut from the doorway. You're underestimating the Holy See's priests, Nigel Seaford. Keena Barrett stepped out of the shadows, smirking. Most importantly, the one who accepted Isaac's nomination was your father, Duke Rion Seaford. I didn't realize you were stupid enough to insult your own blood. Nigel spun around. Shut up. You're not even a student. What are you doing causing trouble? I was invited, Keena replied calmly, as an advisor and holy magic instructor for your graduating class. Nigel and his friends froze. Keena turned his attention to Shuri. I worry about you too, Shuri. Since Isaac is cursed and cannot become a priest, we can only hope the Eshua family survives until you become patriarch. Shuri stood speechless, enraged by the implication that he was merely a servant holding the line. Keena smiled, reminding himself to hold back. Not yet. I don't need your help, Shuri growled. He turned his back, storming off. Mind your own damn business. In the lavish dormitory, Shuri slammed a book to the floor. Those bastards. How dare they mock me? He paced the empty room, furious. My family doesn't even care about my ordination because of that runaway useless punk. He clutched his head in despair. He should go bald like the Skeleton King. A small figure popped out of a suitcase, eyes murderous. What did you just say? Shuri panicked. Hair loss? Do you want to die? I came to be ordained, Kim Yusuk explained, dusting himself off. My uncle and the patriarch wouldn't allow it, so I ran away. He gripped a strange object, his expression shifting. Setting that aside. Look at you, getting careless. Letting that trash from the Pope's family call you a servant. Shuri tried to speak. Shut up. A surge of invisible power knocked Shuri down. Yusuk lunged, punching and kicking mercilessly. How dare he disrespect the Eshua family? Eshua is mine. Only I have the right to insult and destroy them. Standing on his flattened cousin, Yusuk declared, Remember this well. I am the one who will burn Eshua to ashes. Shuri groaned on the floor. God, please save that bastard. Don't overreact, Yusuk ordered, stepping off. Get up, lead the way. We're going to deal with the scum who insulted you. Shuri staggered after Yusuk into the luxurious dining hall. The unfamiliar child drew immediate attention. Wow, a red-haired girl remarked. His hair color is really beautiful. Yusuk hummed mischievously, then shouted, Which bastard dared to lay a hand on Eshua? The red-haired girl turned. Shuri froze. That's Naki Sefet, Nigel's sister. Panic set in. I have to stop him before the Inquisitors get involved. Bang. Shuri lunged too late. Yusuk was already standing on Naki's table. Hey, redhead. He pointed a finger in her face. You bullied Kim Shuri, didn't you? I have never bullied Shuri. Naki replied calmly. Nigel did. Yusuk grinned. I see. So you admit to it. Shuri clutched his head in helplessness. Suddenly, a shadow whispered to Yusuk, Master, I sense a familiar energy from this girl. A powerful aura erupted around Naki, the energy of one of the 5 supreme gods. Amidst the tension, a voice addressed the boy. You must be the rumored Isaac. Naki Sefet sneered, mocking the cursed child and the Pope's son opposite her. She scoffed that the Eshua family would soon be purged from the 5 great faiths. Truly a high society type, Kim Yusuk thought. Shuri Eshua frantically intervened. Isaac, don't get involved with that red-haired family. Let's go home. The blonde boy brushed him off. Shut up. I need to be ordained. You never will be, Naki declared coldly. Nigel will appeal to the Holy See and have it cancelled. Shuri gritted his teeth, secretly cursing Naki's brother. Even if Nigel does nothing, your behavior warrants cancellation, Naki added. Behind her, a red-hooded escort whispered, My lady, should I call an Inquisitor? Don't. Shuri yelled in despair. 70% of the Inquisitors are from that red-haired family. Terrified, he grabbed Kim Yusuk. Isaac, let's go. Suddenly, a piercing scream made everyone jump. A gigantic beast's foot, wreathed in dark purple demonic energy, slammed onto the floor. A colossal demon beast materialized. It's a demon beast. Amidst the panic, Kim Yusuk grinned. Here's my insurance. Naki froze. Her escort rushed forward. My lady, Dan. A devastating slap from the beast sent the guard flying. The creature roared, leaping over him to charge Naki. Too fast. She gasped in horror. Kim Yusuk held up a toy. Hey, Tilda. Wait. The beast stopped inches from Naki, snatched the toy, and ran to its master, happily licking his face. TSK. Took you long enough? Yusuk grumbled. The beast growled, asserting its overwhelming presence. You monster. Naki screamed. Shuri whimpered. Kim Yusuk's red eyes flashed coldly. Begone. The fierce beast wagged its tail and darted away like a puppy, vanishing from sight. A shadow entity whispered to Yusuk. Truly, my master. Summoning a demon beast just to put on a show of chasing it away. White-armored Inquisitors burst in. Where is the beast? Naki pointed as the squad leader ordered a pursuit. An Inquisitor approached her. My lady, are you all right? Shuri watched, dumbfounded. An Inquisitor? He scooped up Kim Yusuk, forcing a laugh. We'll be taking our leave. Halt. No one leaves until the investigation is complete. We're screwed, Shuri thought. Aha, we don't know anything. Tehor, stop, Naki shouted. She pointed at the boy. He saved my life. Kim Yusuk stared blankly from Shuri's arms and a face heel turned faster than flipping a rice paper. Naki approached. Isaac, right? She blushed, awkward. My words were harsh. I apologize. Then quickly. But it's not like I'm grateful or anything. Shuri sweated. What is wrong with this girl? The crowd murmured about the boy receiving a commendation. An escort noted, the rumors about his skills must be true. Nearby, Princess Charlotte Alex Frick Hella of the Holy Kingdom wondered if this was the baby her brother had mentioned. Meanwhile, at the Eshua mansion, a voice echoed from a communication orb. Why refuse, Blue Cardinal? Isn't it good for your grandson to be ordained? Eli Eshua cut him off. Get lost. That is none of my concern. My grandson will be educated at the Eshua mansion until he comes. Dot of age. Eli gritted his teeth at the warning that the child's personality would warp. That's precisely the problem. The voice in the orb shifted tone. I wonder if you've heard. A platinum-haired infant is loitering around the academy. Eli froze. Isaac? He shouted toward the balcony. Rely. Rely jumped. Yes, father? Eli rushed out, grabbed his son, and ordered, We're going to the capital. Now. Rely looked bewildered. But it takes a week to reach the capital. Eli checked his watch. We have 23 hours and 48 minutes. The Blue Cardinal growled with iron determination. We run. The next day at the academy, Shuri Eshua pounded on the door. Hey Isaac, what are you doing? He leaned against the wood, despairing. Why would a kid with a head 1/3 the size of his body want a priest's robe? Come out. Everyone is already inside. They'll laugh at us. Shuri slid to the floor in helplessness. I'm done for. Please, just give up and go home. He turned, hands clasped in prayer. I'm begging you. Shuri froze, pale with horror. Kim Yisak smirked mischievously. You. Let's go. Kim Shuri. The ordination banquet was solemn. Candidates sat at tables, whispers echoing, until a voice commanded everyone to stand. Shuri jumped. Heavy footsteps heralded the 5 patriarchs of the great families. Goel Eshua, the successor-to-be, adjusted his collar. I will be the next patriarch of Eshua, Blue Cardinal. Suddenly, Cardinal Eli Eshua rushed in. I'm not late, am I? He grabbed Goel. Have you seen Isaac? Goel blinked. He should be at home, shouldn't he? Reli Eshua ran up, panting. It's too late. I think Isaac is with Shuri. His Holiness, the Pope, has arrived, the Master of Ceremonies announced. Pope Giulio Bariat entered, exuding absolute authority. He raised a hand. The blessing for Hela. As the Pope took his throne, a silver-haired patriarch noted, Isaac is nowhere to be seen. The ceremony began. Shuri clutched a wine glass. I should be relieved. Then, the name Isaac Eshua was called. Eli frowned. Why keep calling his name? He's not even here. Here. Eli spat out his wine. Goel and Reli turned, jaws dropping. Kim Yisak, now a handsome youth, stepped out with a smile. Shuri stared. Isaac? Shock rippled through the hall. Eli crushed his glass. Another patriarch jumped up. What the hell? Step forward, Isaac Eshua. The master of ceremonies continued. The boy strode ahead confidently. Relai ran to the family table, sobbing happily. Isaac, when did you grow so big? You're even wearing the outfit I made. Whispers erupted. Isn't he a baby? Is the curse broken? Kim Yisak ignored them, offering a mysterious smile. A red-haired patriarch crushed his armrest. Skeleton King, what have you done to Isaac? Eli roared, fearing his grandson was being controlled. My son doesn't smile like that. A silver-haired candidate watched thoughtfully. Could the Eshua family curse have disappeared? He mused that it might be a blessing. Kim Yisak reached the throne where Pope Giulio Barriet sat. He assessed the man quietly. Is he the Pope? The energy radiating from him was monstrous. A crazy thought flashed through Kim Yisak's mind. Should I just chop off his head right now? Eli and Relai Eshua were horrified. Eli panicked. I have to stop it. He shoved the red patriarch, causing a commotion. Oops, hand slipped. Another patriarch jumped up. Ah, a cockroach. The brown patriarch stared in shock. Are you out of your mind? It was as big as my head, the other insisted. Silence, the priest commanded, trying to restore order. Next is Shuri Eshua. Step forward. Yisak scratched his head, annoyed by the delay. From his throne, Pope Giulio Barriet watched silently. The priest announced the next phase, the audience with the gods. On the balcony, Gol Eshua beamed at his son. As the Holy Grail was brought forward, the threat of excommunication hung in the air. A supreme blue god will surely appear, Eli told his son. Relai clasped his hands. Surely, no matter how bad it gets, it can't be an evil god, right? If that happens, we will destroy it. Relai stammered as his father grabbed his collar. Destroy what? Yisak? Eli watched Shuri face the Grail. The Grail. Why destroy the child? In the hall, Shuri pricked his finger. A drop fell, stirring the water and emitting a blue stream of power. A brilliant pillar of light enveloped him. Indeed, Gol Eshua exclaimed with pride. A blue high god has descended from my son. Yisak observed coldly. So the Eshua family serves the god of light, a pathetic god of integrity and purity. He raised his bleeding finger. As for myself, any god who meets me will just be a nuisance. He let the blood drop. The high priest froze. This is? The water turned murky, then black. A torrent of demonic energy erupted from the Grail. Relai and Eli watched in silence. That is, Eli stammered. A gigantic skeletal figure emerged from the smoke. The Skeleton King? Eli screamed. The entity loomed over the hall, radiating death. Eli collapsed, eyes glowing red with uncontrollable power. Yisak stared up blankly, bewildered. Eli growled, gathering blue energy, eyes bloodshot. Die, he lunged. But the Skeleton King acted first. Chains shot from the darkness, binding Yisak. A dark voice resonated. I have been waiting for this saint. What? I will destroy this holy nation. The Skeleton King roared, starting with this one. Bound in chains, Yisak wondered, what's wrong with him? His shadow entity screamed in his mind. He looks exactly like I used to. How disgusting. What the hell is this imposter? It glared furiously. My master is even more of a failure than this. The High Priest and Red Patriarch attacked together. Yellow and red magic shot toward the enemy. Eli braced against the shockwave. Stand back. His eyes glowed red as he gathered a blue orb. A gigantic serpent of holy power unleashed, lunging for the Skeleton King. The king faced the serpent calmly. Patriarch of the Blue Clan, your power is limited by a curse. Best stay put. In the corner, the Silver Patriarch sighed. I really don't want to intervene. The building might collapse. Then his eyes flashed deadly red. But you talk too much. The man roared, unleashing a terrifying surge of blue energy. The Skeleton King merely curled his lips into a gruesome smile. He snatched the panicking Kim Yisak, hoisting him as a human shield. Do you want to see this little saint die? Kim Yisak screamed. That's what I'm asking. A witness shrieked as the energy serpent lunged. Your grandson is being held. Eli Eshua only smiled cruelly. A saint won't die from this. Swept into the vortex. Kim Yisak screamed. I'm gonna die. A massive explosion engulfed them in blue light. Gol Eshua covered his head as the Skeleton King was swallowed by the power. The sanctuary crumbled into desolate ruins. Amidst the smoke, Gol Eshua stared at the epicenter. Did it hit him? A nobleman gasped. My god, the Skeleton King is back. He hasn't been seen since he cursed the Joshua family 70 years ago. No, a resolute voice cut through the dust. Kim Yisak, dirty but unharmed, growled, that bastard is an imposter. Eli Eshua spun around, surprised. Isaac, are you all right? Whispers circulated. Shuri Eshua looked at the boy, puzzled. Didn't the king call him a saint? The patriarch knelt to comfort Shuri, while the crowd believed the Skeleton King had been annihilated. Kim Yisak looked up, eyes sharp. There's no way it's dead, he declared. That was just an illusion. A shadow entity appeared behind him, whispering, a shadow clone. Do you feel it? Kim Yisak clenched his fist. It used my mana. He mused. Did my mana core fall somewhere? He smirked sinisterly. If that imposter has it, even better. I just need to kill it and take it back. Eli Eshua stood lost in memory, recalling his confrontation with the Skeleton King years ago. Nearby, Pope Julio Barriet thought, if I hadn't attacked, he would have killed Isaac too. In the memory, the Pope comforted a weeping Shuri Eshua. But why? The child sobbed. The Pope's mind drifted further back, to the greatest god his family had served for millennia, the one above the 5 supreme gods. Fury seized him. He almost chose that brat from the Joshua family. The flashback ended as the Pope watched Eli Eshua walk away. In the ruins, Eli Eshua approached Kim Yisak. Isaac, let's go home, Eli said, extending his hand. Suddenly, he grabbed Kim's head with a chilling grin. My grandson defeated the curse splendidly. Grandpa will buy you candy. Eli leaned close. Kim recoiled inwardly. He looks like he's dragging me to a slaughterhouse. Duke. A cold voice cut the air. The silver-haired youth stepped forward. I don't think Isaac should return right now. The ground shook as dark energy erupted. Hideous monsters roared from the ruins. Surrounded, Eli Eshua calmly said, there are still a few things to settle here. Nearby priests watched in dismay. Nothing can be done now, Patriarch. Kim Yisak smirked. I don't think we should rush back. He stepped toward the astonished youth. The youth growled, arrogant bastard. You call yourself a saint just because you've grown? I'll show you who the real saint is. Holy power swirled in Kim's palm. He thrust his hand forward. Purification. Divine light enveloped them, burning the beasts. The Patriarch exclaimed, magnificent. It's been 100 years since I've seen such pure light. But a bespectacled priest frowned. Why use a cleansing spell instead of an attack? The beasts weren't dead, merely stunned. Kim Yisak recalled the woman who taught him. There's no other way. Selik is the only one I could learn holy arts from, he mused. However, once the purification holy art reaches level 6, a wicked smile curled his lips. It deals damage over time across a wide area. The demonic beast shrieked, writhing violently. The silver-haired youth intercepted him. Move. Your arts can't destroy them. He thought even a once-in-a-century talent is capped at level 5. You're no match for me, he declared. Watch closely. But the sphere of holy power in his hand crumbled to dust. Kim Yisak scoffed. Focus your attacks on multiple parts. The youth spun around, angry. Don't you know anything? These monsters have extreme regen. Yisak's laughter drowned him out. He crossed his arms, sneering. Kid, you know nothing. Those are decoys. He scanned the ruins. Where's the core? Blue divine power streamed from his palm, sweeping the room. Found it. He zeroed in on a small, glowing bug. The silver-haired youth frowned. It's just a bug. Without a word, Yisak speared it with a pin. Dark energy exploded outward, slamming into the youth. He collapsed. Yisak smirked, holding up the remains. It slowly poisons humans. Simultaneously, the other students fell, bodies convulsing. The silver-haired youth gasped, recalling the enemy's threat. That skeleton, it wants to destroy the holy nation. Yisak smiled maliciously. And these students are its future. While priests shouted orders amidst the chaos, Yisak watched calmly until golden power swept the hall. His eyes widened. Wait, if you purify them all at once. Dark energy lingered around the students. The shadow entity whispered, Master, this is our chance. Yisak grinned. You're a genius. Pope Julio Barrett raised his staff. Immense light flooded the room, absorbing the toxins. Yisak and the youth stared, stunned. The Pope smiled benevolently. You need not worry about the poison. Useless geezers, Kim Yisak muttered, his plan ruined. A heavy stomp shook the floor. A giant wolf demon materialized. You dare defy the great king? It roared, desperate. I'll drag you to the grave with me. Yisak's red eyes flashed. An invisible wave of pressure slammed into the beast. This power, the wolf gasped. As it was blown away, it heard Yisak's disdainful voice, acting like it's a big deal. During the cleanup, the silver-haired youth stared at Yisak. He drove away a demon with a glance. He clenched his fists. Impossible. He grabbed a passing student. That skill only the Pope should be able to use it. Meanwhile, news of the Skeleton King spread, causing an uproar. At a high council meeting, Pope Julio announced, there was an issue with the holy water vessel. We are investigating. Is it due to the outsiders? A patriarch asked. Only partially. The truth was revealed. The holy dragon's barrier was weakening. At the Joshua mansion, Kim Yisak read the paper. The invasion weakened the barrier. Since the dragon connects to the royals, the papacy takes no blame. Clever. My grandson reads so well. A surprised voice rang out. His uncle clapped insincerely. Congratulations on your ordination, nephew. Reli Eshua beamed. Our Isaac speaks fluently now. Finally, he can read the Skeleton King's cursed letter. The door burst open. Blue Cardinal Eli Eshua entered. Solemn. Good. You're both here. Isaac, could you leave? Us to talk privately? As Kim Yisak left, Eli wasted no time. Divine Art Level 3. Absolute soundproofing. Silence enveloped the room. Rely asked, is the soundproofing art really necessary? Goal looked equally confused. It's about Isaac, Eli said grimly. During the ordination, I think Isaac was chosen by an evil god. He let the words hang in the air. Clearly, it wasn't an ordinary summons. That symbol has never appeared before. He lowered his voice. Only the Pope and the Cardinal of Gold saw it, and the Pope tried to kill him. Unless it was an evil god, there's no way he would do that. Goal muttered, if it wasn't an evil god. A realization struck him. Could it be a symbol of the Golden Faith? The Golden Faith? Rely shouted. They're obsessed with purity, Goal explained. They wouldn't overlook the Eshua family summoning one of their gods. Eli nodded. It might even be a god they themselves have never summoned. Isaac definitely did it, Rely exclaimed. No chance, Goal said flatly, deflating him. Use a holy relic as bait for Shuri, Eli ordered. Goal, investigate the papal family. If you do well, Shuri will be rewarded, and Isaac will be under special surveillance until his internship begins. Eli clenched his fist. If Isaac failed, the trial of faith again. The image of an eerie dark priest flashed in their minds. Treason. Exile. We must stop that at all costs. Eli gritted out. You will soon begin your internship. Rely was droning on about the past when Isaac interrupted. Stop it. It sounds like military service. A trainee whispered earnestly. Do your best. This evaluation determines your future. Oh, right? Isaac replied. Goal smiled cheerfully. Are you interested in the ritual of sacrifice? Isaac gave a sinister smile. Very. Especially in executing the Skeleton King's subordinates. I'm so happy to see your faith growing. Let me explain the ritual. Goal launched into a rambling discourse, getting lost in his own theology. Isaac looked utterly bored. He looks really happy, he thought. He whispered to the demon beside him. Those low-level gods better start praying. I'm going to tear them apart. Misunderstanding completely. Go laughed. Isaac wants to take action himself. That fighting spirit is excellent. The team with the highest score gets the honor of execution. Good luck, Shuri. At the words group project, Isaac froze, his face paling with horror. Goal patted his shoulder. I hope you achieve what you desire. Yes, uncle, Isaac said stiffly. There's no other way. He smiled brightly. I'll kill the other teams, then go save my subordinates. Seeing the innocent smile, Goal sighed in relief. How could a child like this become a dark priest? Suddenly, a man asked, by the way, Isaac, which god came to you during the ordination? Isaac froze. In his mind, a dark priest screamed. Destruction. An unpleasant symbol, Isaac said finally, made me want to vomit. The men paled. An evil god, Goal whispered. They quickly backpedaled. It's fine. Faith is what matters. I don't care. Isaac shrugged. When told the Cardinal of Gold wanted to meet, he frowned. What does that guy want now? Isaac Eshua. Relai called out, staring at the defiant boy. Suddenly, the door crashed open. Kina Barrett stood there, eyes sharp. I have something to say to you. Relai and the brown-haired man watched tensely as Kina approached. Isaac. Kina grabbed the boy's hand, leaning in close. I thought you were useless. I'm serious, Isaac. Isaac gritted his teeth. You bastard, are you crazy? Do you want to pick a fight? Kina smiled. I realized you've been hiding for 10 years to focus on training, keeping your skills pure from vermin. The consecration ceremony proves you possess extraordinary talent. Isaac stared in horror. I'm starting to get scared. This guy really is crazy. Kina extended his hand. Train with me under my grandfather. We'll step directly into the professional world. Take my hand, Isaac. We'll behead the Skeleton King in front of everyone, and together, we will lead this empire. The brown-haired man stood stunned. Is this the papal family's new way of bullying? No, he looks too serious. The conditions are so good, it's giving me goosebumps. Isaac slapped Kana's hand away. Get lost. Kana blinked in astonishment, but the brown-haired man just smirked. That's right. He's always been a lunatic. Kana tried to press the offer, but Isaac cut him off. I don't care. He pointed at the brown-haired man. If you really want to bring something along, take that thing. He's on a completely different level than you. The brown-haired man raged silently. Kana lost his patience. You have extraordinary talent, strong enough to drive away a demon with a glance. A shadow entity whispered in Isaac's ear. I think this bastard just wants to learn that technique from me. Makes me want to do it even less. Isaac pushed Kana back. Get lost. Just imagining the Pope's lessons makes me sick. Kana froze. Did you just say my grandfather is so disgusting he makes you want to vomit? Of course. I want to chop off his head right end. A hand clamped over Isaac's mouth. The force of the arrival made Relai and the others stumble. My grandson is busy. An authoritative voice rang out. Eli Eshua, the blue cardinal, hoisted the boy onto his shoulder. Don't loiter around him anymore. Kana yelled as Isaac was dragged away. If you play with him, that trash's nature will rub off on you. Eli growled, tightening his grip. Left behind, Kana could only stare in stunned silence. Draped over the shoulder, a venomous vow formed in Kim Yisak's heart. You Eshua scum, I will destroy your entire family. Now, a new challenge awaited. The pentagonal test, an ordeal supervised by cardinals of the four great faiths, white, gold, blue, and black. Kim Yisak resolved himself. I must pass this test to become a priest, no matter the cost. Donning his trainee uniform, he asked, my teammates are here, right? He soon realized groups were formed by family ties, a setup to incite factional warfare. Nearby, Shuri Eshua boasted loudly about arranging a team entirely of acquaintances. Yisak smiled slyly, pushing the door open. I'll whip them into shape, then go rescue my subordinates. He grinned, sensing a presence. He's here. Instead, a voice ordered the crowd, tie that bastard up. Before Yisak could react, he was surrounded. We heard you're the one who bullied Shuri. Two ringleaders smirked. Consider this a little game. You'll die if you tell Shuri. Yisak crossed his arms. Trouble. A teenager held out a baby rattle, sneering. Consider this a social gathering. The group burst into mocking laughter. They say he's still a baby, so it must be true. The rattle slammed into the teenager's face. The blue-haired ringleader gaped as his comrade collapsed, covered in blood. The group screamed, what the hell? This crazy bastard. Yisak calmly picked up the toy. What's important is that we become closer. He flashed a savage smile as the rattle emitted dark energy. So let's get really close, everyone. Amidst desperate screams, Yisak raised the rattle like a sacred artifact of punishment. Shuri. Eshua stared at the unbelievable sight. Isaac sitting atop a human pyramid. Isaac, I'm just asking because I don't understand, Eshua said, bewildered. You call this a social gathering? Those crushed beneath the weight cried out, Shuri, save us. He's your little brother. Shuri blushed, stammering. Thanks for playing with my little brother. Then he yelled in despair. What the hell are you thinking? The criterion is unity. Unity? Yisak asked innocently. Can't you see them forming a pyramid? That's plenty of unity. They're only surrendering because of your power, you lunatic. Shuri screamed. Yisak ignored him and handed over a piece of paper. Whatever. Look at this. Shuri skimmed the list, stunned. These are the guys trying to leech off you. They've been draining you for 7 years, Yisak explained. A purple-haired guy argued, our family has nothing to give you. Are you sure? Yisak cut him off, eyes glowing red. Your limbs are intact. Your organs are fresh. Yisak smiled coldly. I don't want anything special, trash, just a healthy exchange. So make sure you work as a team diligently, innocently, and loyally. He flashed a savage grin. Understood? Understood, a trembling voice replied from below. All right, social gathering over. The thugs scattered like a broken beehive. A brown-haired young man ran after Yisak. What if we fail the assessment? The first criterion is unity. Don't worry, Yisuk replied. I have a plan. Follow me. Yisuk gleefully threw open a large cabinet. Look at this. Inside, a candidate was tied and gagged, eyes wide with panic. Tada! Yisuk exclaimed. The brown-haired man grabbed Yisuk's collar. You crazy bastard. He's a teammate, our uncle's son. He has a letter, Yisuk said calmly. I hereby withdraw from the position of spy. They froze. Yisuk removed the gag and the brown-haired man knelt before the traitor. It was Nigel, wasn't it? The captive sobbed. I'm sorry. I had no choice. He told me to sabotage the Eshua team by making unreasonable demands, knowing Shuri would accept them. Then came the final truth. Nigel ordered us to attack Isaac as a greeting. Yisuk's eyes gleamed with deadly light. Nigel Seafit. Attacking me wasn't enough. Now he's trying to execute my subordinates. I need to teach him a lesson. Days later, a shout rang through a luxurious mansion. You can't do it anymore? Nigel Seafit yelled at his subordinate. What's so hard about being a spy? Why is everyone giving up? We had a social gathering, the subordinate trembled. I couldn't handle it. Furious, Nigel waved his hand. Whatever. Get out of my sight. A female subordinate reassured him. Don't worry. The Eshua team still has 3 people loyal to our house. If they turn, the team is doomed. Nigel bit his nails. That brat is getting on my nerves. I should have killed him long ago. Even his father was interested in Yisuk, which only annoyed Nigel more. Invite him to my house? Don't make me laugh. Nigel stood up abruptly. Everything ends today. He strode forward with a smug smile, certain the Eshua team would finally be kicked out. The candidates gathered in the Pentagon of Unity. While the supervisor prattled on about teamwork, Yisuk yawned. But when he heard the first criterion was voting, he froze. Nigel crossed his arms. The rule was insidious. If one person voted against maintaining the team, the whole team failed. His plan was set. The spies in the green team would ensure failure. Yisuk realized the infiltration as Nigel smirked. The supervisor addressed the room. I will now announce the result. Her gaze focused on the list. Green team. Nigel confidently declared, this team will. Unanimously maintained. The supervisor announced, you have passed the Pentagon of Unity test. Yisuk turned back with a triumphant smile. A panic call echoed from behind. Isaac, wait for me. His teammate caught up, panting. How did you all unanimously pass? Remember the Cardinal of Gold wanting to meet me? Yisuk asked. I told him to give me a golden elixir first. He did. So I used it to make a deal with them. The teammate panicked. You gave it to them before the vote? Yisuk stopped, smiling sinisterly. It's fine. I trust my teammates. The teammate felt a glimmer of hope. Is he finally becoming a true cleric? Desperate screams shattered that hope. The bullies writhed on the floor. Hey, we did everything you asked. They crawled forward, begging for an antidote. Yisuk feigned innocence. Antidote? What's that? He gave a thumbs up. I believe they wouldn't betray me. Was it poison? The teammate cried in despair. I gave them a real golden elixir. Yisuk replied calmly. 93% flour, a bit of laxative, and a dust speck of gold. Time for them to pay for sucking Shuri dry. Please, we passed the test. The bullies begged. All right, I'll keep my promise. Where did I put it? Yisuk cheerfully held up a package. Ah, found it. His teammate froze. This crazy bastard. That's a used diaper. As a bully crawled toward it, Shuri Eshua screamed in horror. Suddenly, Nigel Seafit kicked the door open. Give me back my subordinates, you bastard. I don't know how you bribed them, but his subordinates transformed into demons, charging their former master. Shuri rushed to block them. Yisuk cursed the interference. Yisuk looked down at the stunned Nigel. I heard you told them humans seek overwhelming power in crucial moments. Nigel gritted his teeth. You're wrong. Their top priority is survival. No one can defy death. Yisuk smirked, red eyes glowing. Nigel broke into a cold sweat. No way. The murderous aura crushed him. Are those the eyes of a human? In the Holy See, a high-ranking cleric sat at his desk. Enter. 7 days to meet an apprentice. Irritating. The aide entered timidly. Your Eminence, Isaac refuses to come. He also said next time send a really big chunk of gold. The Cardinal of Gold erupted, a murderous aura filling the room. Bring that bastard before me. Meanwhile, Nigel Seafit strode down the hallway, seething. He stopped at a group of strangers. Why are you loitering around the dormitory? The group leader replied nervously, cursing his luck at running into the House of Red. Yisuk appeared. Why are you late? I need things for the tea party. The servants quickly played along, stammering excuses. Nigel froze, realizing he was trapped in another charade. As the servants turned to leave, Nigel unleashed a torrent of purgatorial hellfire, engulfing one in desperate screams. Standing over the charred body, Nigel glared at Yisuk. I have something to say to you. Nigel Seafit sneered, radiating faint divine power. Don't you want to try a fun trial of faith? Shuri Eshua panicked. No, he'll be burned at the stake. At worst, the entire family will be annihilated. Nigel tightened his red sash. I have something convenient that reacts the moment you touch it. Use this. Suddenly, a cold voice cut from the shadows. Isaac Eshua. Cardinal Barrett stepped forward, towering over Nigel. I didn't expect you to refuse my summons just to play games. The Cardinal of Gold's face twisted in rage. Am I a joke to you? He grabbed Nigel by the collar. Do you take me for a fool? Nigel froze. Cardinal Barrett? I didn't expect someone from the House of Red to touch my servants. Nigel spun to look at Kim Yisuk. Damn it, he's with Barrett? I apologize, Your Eminence. Kim Yisuk placed a hand on his chest, feigning innocence. As you can see, young Master Nigel here forbade me from associating with the House of Gold. I couldn't respond in time. Nigel's jaw dropped. When did I ever say that? He scrambled to salvage the situation. And why would a cardinal summon a trainee? That breaks protocol. Kim Yisuk covered his mouth and whispered something to the cardinal, then smiled. Well, this is fun. The cardinal turned an icy glare toward Nigel. Third son of the House of Red, it seems you have too much free time. I've overlooked your actions out of respect for your father until now. No, wait, that's not it. I will assign extra tasks to your team from the Sanctized, Barrett commanded. Nigel howled in despair. Now the cardinal told Isaac, come to my quarters. Your Eminence, I apologize, Kim Yisak said smoothly, but I must meet the Cardinal of Red first. He has also summoned me. The blatant lie left Nigel dumbfounded. The Cardinal of Red just summoned you? Barrett asked suspiciously. That's right, Yisak chirped. Nigel broke into a cold sweat. I never told him he was summoned. How did he know? At this rate, Barrett will underestimate me. I have to get out of here. Desperate. Nigel threw an arm around Yisak's shoulder. Exactly. I came here to summon Isaac myself. I'll take him. The Cardinal gave him a freezing stare that made Nigel flinch. You have a prior engagement. So be it. Go. Barrett waved a hand dismissively, then muttered as he walked away. But since you've inconvenienced the House of Gold, expect even more tasks starting tomorrow. Nigel roared in silent fury. He tried to compose himself, but when he turned back, Kim Yisak had vanished. Where did that bastard go? Nigel yelled. A nearby candidate pointed down the hall. He went to sleep. Sleep? He says he needs to sleep early to grow up quickly. Nigel gritted his teeth. It's only 2 in the afternoon. He pounded on the door, but inside, Kim Yisak was fast asleep, completely ignoring the noise. 3 days later, the only sound in the hall was the dry squeak of a mop. Nigel Seffet scrubbed the floor, muttering, Isaac Eshua, I'll kill you. He collapsed, howling. Where was the fairness in cleaning 18 hours a day? He could only complain to his father via the communication orb about his own incompetence. I have to bring that kid to my father, Nigel resolved. I'll ambush him in the prayer room. 6 hours passed. His patience was running on fumes when a teammate burst in. What are you doing? We still have work. As Nigel was dragged away, he yelled, Wait, I need to see Isaac. Then he froze. In the distance, Kim Yisak stood watching, smiling and waving as his enemy was hauled off in despair. Yisak laughed. Another candidate approached, taunting, Cruel. Did you come just to provoke him? It's fun, Yisak replied. The shadow entity asked why the Cardinal of Red was necessary. Because Cardinal Barrett will never give us the king rank, Yisak explained. The talent rankings appeared from the irreplaceable king down to the worthless skeleton. The shadow cursed. If Barrett gives us skeleton rank, we're expelled. He just wants me dead. His companion dropped a bomb. Your mother was engaged to Cardinal Barrett. Yisak froze. His father had stolen the Cardinal's fiancée. He flinched as his shadow entity poked its head out of a paper bag. Ally with the Cardinal of Red to restrain Barrett, the friend urged. The plan was simple. Ensure Barrett's faction passed the Red faction's test to create an implicit alliance. Yes, this works, Yisak thought. A bloody hand clamped over his mouth. His teammate turned, bewildered. Huh, what did you just say? He sat alone in the silent prayer room. Isaac? In a magnificent chamber, the Cardinal of Gold heard a knock. He granted entry, and the door exploded in fire. Yisak emerged from the smoke. Greetings, kidnapper. Are you well? He sneered. You act refined, yet you send servants to snatch me. Insolent brat. I have something to discuss. Oh, I'm sure, Yisak cut in. Summon me because I've been ignoring you? Isaac Joshua, the Cardinal stated sternly. I wish to adopt you into the Golden Family. Yisak stood stunned. Adopted? Anger flared. Is this a game? A scheme to suppress the Joshua family? No tricks, the Cardinal said. Leave the Joshuas. Join the Barretts. Yisak grew suspicious. Is it because the fake skeleton king called me a saint? He dismissed it. What do I get if I become your son? The Cardinal smiled knowingly. A brat negotiating? We will give you everything the Joshua family cannot. Yisak laughed contemptuously. The Joshua family lacks nothing. I hear they're trying to confine you. Yisak stiffened. The Cardinal's voice echoed over the image of a kneeling acolyte. The Vatican demands restraint. The Golden Family does not. We will support everything you wish to do. Yisak narrowed his eyes. Not enough. Unless you make me the next head of the Barrett family. The Cardinal paused. I thought you aimed to be a saint. Now you want the papacy too? Joining my faction would be advantageous. I am a man of the Vatican regardless. Offered territory, gold, tax exemptions, and status. Yisak finally nodded. I'll consider it. Excellent. We begin immediately. Wait, don't tell the Joshua family yet. All right? Yisak grinned. I will keep the secret myself. Down the corridor, another candidate froze, having overheard everything. He screamed. The Cardinal's shadow loomed behind him. He collapsed, trembling, then scrambled up. I didn't hear anything. He shrieked, fleeing. The Cardinal watched him go, unconcerned, then walked away coldly. Yisak's opinion meant nothing. I only said I'd think about it, Yisak thought. Never that I'd go there. Isaac retorted with a smug look. Even if I die, I will not join the papal family. Even if you die? The Cardinal pressed. That's right. The Cardinal gritted his teeth, anger flaring at the boy's stubbornness. You're exactly like your mother. From your appearance to your way of speaking, he growled, smiling sinisterly. He threatened that a single word from him could excommunicate Isaac and destroy his future. Grabbing the boy by the collar, the Cardinal snarled. You know that, yet you still dare to speak this way. Unfazed, Isaac smirked. Then I will create a country that needs neither priests nor popes. Why would a nation need 2 leaders? It will be my country regardless. The Cardinal stammered, stunned. You? What the hell are you? Isaac's demeanor instantly brightened. To defeat the Skeleton King, you need at least this much courage, don't you? He smiled casually. Let's just pretend I never heard your adoption offer. It would be better for you too. As the Cardinal held him back, Isaac leaned in, whispering, but thanks to you, I'm even more interested now. I wonder what happened at the investiture ceremony. What could have happened to make them want to adopt the direct heir of a rival family? The question struck the Cardinal like a hammer. Isaac pulled back with a triumphant smile. I'm sure the people of the Empire are incredibly curious too. Maybe Meanwhile, at the Joshua mansion, a voice echoed in disbelief. He passed the 5-point unison. Eli Yeshua roared. Why did Isaac do that? He was supposed to fail. He turned away, muttering, Damn it. It seems my faith isn't strong enough. He knelt helplessly. Raising the holy chalice, he prayed, Praise be to God, my Lord, before his rage flared again. Get out, my grandson. Get out. Benjamin Joshua, the second son, watched in confusion. Reli, what happened to the family while I was away? He gave a forced, sarcastic laugh. Since when did they start using the Vatican's faith to curse others? When asked if Isaac was a troublemaker, Reli Yeshua immediately defended him. The boy is very kind, innocent, polite, and intelligent. He tried to explain, though their father continued muttering curses. I think father is just too worried about his grandson. It's good that a child with inheritance potential has appeared, Benjamin mused, but I feel strangely uneasy. Eli still couldn't believe it. Why hadn't the blessing worked? Reli, watching him, secretly thought it looked more like a curse. Even so, Reli said, I understand that child now holds great significance for grandfather. Just then, Leah Joshua returned. Greetings, family head uncle. She asked curiously, but how did he pass unison? She received only a curt silence. The papal family is showing excessive interest in Isaac, Eli said, his voice low with concern. He's too outstanding for his investiture to be delayed, Reli thought anxiously. A heavy, suffocating atmosphere settled over the three men. Benjamin suddenly noticed an envelope. Father, who sent that letter? Eli sighed mournfully. It's from your fourth brother. He looked at his sons coldly. It belongs to your older brother. Reli was stunned. Noel? He sent a letter? The letter's arrogant content pierced the patriarch's pride like a knife. Eli growled, This is why we need to re-educate Isaac. If you don't think Isaac is capable enough, Reli, then you will be the next patriarch. But the boy passed the harmony test. Benjamin tried to appease him. Perhaps there's still hope. The mechanical bird in Eli's hand suddenly shrieked. Nonsense. Hope, my ass. It transformed into the fire spirit, Shilak. What's wrong, Shilak? Eli asked calmly. That bastard is going around using his rattle drum to hit other kids. Shilak accused furiously. Benjamin sighed. That's Isaac for you. Reli was speechless. The boy had even poisoned and blackmailed his teammates to pass the test. As Eli tried to calm himself, Shuri Yeshua rushed in. Cardinal Barrett has requested to adopt Isaac. Deadly silence filled the room. Benjamin quickly defended, Father, Isaac is a Yeshua. There's no way he would desert us. Shuri stammered, revealing Isaac's answer. He said, Excellent. What did he do? To trick Isaac? Reli grabbed Shuri, roaring. Nearby, servants whispered, Money will solve it. Eli's furious voice rang out. His grandfather is standing right here, and they dare steal my kin? The patriarch's killing intent filled the room. A treasure chest creaked open, gold glittering inside. Onlookers gasped. All from the Barrett family, a candidate murmured. Just for Isaac? So the rumors about his ties to the Pope are true. Isaac thought, compensation, hush money. He eyed the gold, mind racing with schemes. Then a candidate raised a banner, to Joshua Isaac of the Azure Faith. Isaac froze. Gold is fine, but what is that? Why? A messenger handed him a letter. The patriarch sent this? That stingy old man? Sweat beating, Isaac cracked the seal. Inside was an image of Eli Yeshua making a heart symbol with a caption, You are one of us. Isaac recoiled in horror. Why are they doing this to me? Suddenly, a figure materialized, startling the crowd. Isaac flinched. Leah Yeshua. He paled, trembling as he spotted the matriarch beside her. The matriarch too? What? Panic set in. Damn it, Melissa. Do you know how hard I tried to avoid you? He grabbed two candidates, scanning for an exit. A brown-haired candidate shook Isaac. Wow, looks so real. That video is from the communication orb, right? Isaac punched him in the face. You bastard. You scared the hell out of me, he snarled. I thought she was really here. An authoritative voice echoed from the orb. You must be Isaac. Melissa Eshua's projection smiled. I heard you've grown quickly, so you truly defeated the Skeleton King's curse. I'm impressed. Isaac exhaled. Good thing it's just a projection. If she met me directly, she'd know I'm the Skeleton King. I heard you were recently abducted by his forces, Melissa continued, eyes sharp and cold. You must have suffered. Elsewhere, a green-haired woman called out, Isaac. Kim Yisak froze. No way. Can she sense it through the orb? The woman turned on a nearby young man, radiating hostility. Why do I sense Isaac's power on you? Kim Yisak pieced it together. It's because I swallowed the Skeleton King's finger 10 years ago. He snapped back to reality as Melissa and Leah suddenly materialized in the flesh. Melissa smiled at the young man who had swallowed the finger. I heard from Reli. Isaac can't be here anyway. Kim Yisak gritted his teeth. Nearby, Nigel Seffitt grumbled to his companion about the Saintess's presence. Melissa walked straight to him. Because I am interested in you, third son of House Red. As she exposed his failures, an invisible force knocked Nigel to the ground. While Nigel reeled, Leah stuck her tongue out at a stunned Kim Yisak. Melissa turned to him. Anyway, I've prepared a special reward. Kim Yisak's eyes lit up. A gift? Money? The reward was a nightmare. My ultimate technique, the one that defeated even the Skeleton King. The boy gaped in horror at the priceless gift. Humiliated, Nigel roared as his teammates dragged him away. The green-haired woman watched the crowd gaze hardening. This won't do. Suddenly, Melissa's voice rang out, directed at a kneeling applicant. Do you think I would tolerate you poisoning your teammates? Molek, a spy and son of a fallen count, spoke up. Saintess, I must speak about Kim Yisak. His rights should be revoked. He adopted a sinister expression, then switched to feigned tears. Kim Yisak gave us poison to pass the harmony test. The accusation hung in the hall. Molek sobbed, playing to the crowd. A saint applicant using poison? Melissa looked genuinely confused. She was horrified by the accusation, while Kim Isak stood behind her, indifferent. In the crowd, Nigel Seffet whispered, "Excellent. Get him out and I'll put you on my team immediately." The green-haired woman called out, "Kim Isak." He flinched. Melissa's demeanor shifted instantly. "Do you think poison alone is enough?" she growled, leaving Molek bewildered. "It's ineffective for improving spiritual power. You did a terrible job." Molek frantically grabbed her hand. "Wait, Saintess. Kim Isak really beat us black and blue." Melissa turned to lecture Isak. "Remember, hitting the flesh does no good. Next time, break their bones." She prepared to demonstrate on herself, but Leah stopped her. "No, please. You'll kill the child." Molek screamed. Leah extended a hand toward the terrified spy. "Want a hand? I can break them cleanly in one go." Her smile was terrifyingly radiant. As Molek's shriek echoed, Isak stepped in. "No need. I'll handle it." Melissa watched in silence as he leaned down to the cowering spy. "You should have listened when I threatened you." Isak grabbed his collar. "From now on, you are my meat shield and my servant." Molek cursed under his breath. The Joshua family is full of lunatics. In a sunlit room within a magnificent building, Isak scratched his head. "Kim Isak, do you want to become the family head?" "Yeah, sure." Melissa Eshua pressed. "What will you do if you succeed?" "Eliminate the Saintesses." Molek screamed, but Isak clamped a hand over the spy's mouth. The boy declared confidently, "I will defeat the Skeleton King." He turned to the matriarch. "You should also give up being a Saintess, Grandma." Leah was stunned. Melissa merely pondered his audacity, then smiled mysteriously. "No, I committed a sin that no one should commit." Flashback. Young Leah holds a wooden sword, listening to Melissa speak of a once-in-a-millennium chance to kill the Skeleton King. "However, I couldn't do it," Melissa said, stroking the child's head. Back in the present, she finished, "Even so, God did not forgive me. Because of me, the Joshua family is cursed. That is the burden I must bear." "What sin did you commit?" Isak pressed. Melissa only smiled. Leah quickly defended her. I'm sure she had her reasons. Melissa stood and presented a box. "Isak, this is why I wanted to see you." Inside lay the Saintess's rosary. Isak realized its significance, immediately the only one of its kind in the world. Suddenly, a silver-haired man appeared, smiling smugly as if wondering why she had given the artifact away. "I stored my power in it because I heard your attack spells were too weak," he explained, winking. "Use it, or you won't survive. I will soon come to the Holy Kingdom to teach you how to defeat the Skeleton King." "Get lost." Isak snapped. "Never show your face here again." The vision vanished. "I should go too," Melissa announced and left the room. Alone now, Isak jumped when Leah appeared behind him. She scrutinized him. "Isak, tell me, you have a manicore, don't you?" He froze, cold sweat breaking out. How did she know? Even Melissa missed it. He considered eliminating her until she mumbled, "Could I have been wrong?" Isak seized the opening. What's inside there is the manicore from the building outside. He feigned awkwardness. "Ah, yes, the manicore. That's right." Holding manticore in hand, he lied. "I forgot I couldn't absorb it immediately. Tried to break the seal with a spell, but it failed." Leah bought it and unclasped her necklace. "This can break the seal." Isak gaped, accepting the artifact while rejoicing inwardly. "Amazing. Not only does she know about manicores, she knows how to break the seal." Leah smiled gently. "I understand you're trying to revive the family techniques." She pressed on, "So, after eliminating the Saintesses, what's the plan?" Isak's eyes sparkled like coins. "Become a rich, unemployed bum." Leah burst into giggles. Melissa Eshua laughed loudly, waving goodbye. "See you when your internship ends." Overwhelmed by her aura, Yisio thought, "She's definitely not an ordinary person." Her escort stood sternly beside her. "Milady, let's return." He guided her toward the magnificent carriage but held her back, voice lowered in worry. "That necklace helps unlock the family's secret arts." "I know," Melissa replied curtly, stepping inside. The knight remained uneasy. "It's an heirloom. The direct lineage wants it." Melissa smiled meaningfully. "If someone takes it from the boy, he's not as talented as I thought." When he worried about Isaac becoming family head, she shrugged. Better that than him going to the Holy See. Moments earlier, Yisiok had grandly declared, "Eliminate the Saintesses. I will defeat the Skeleton King," making Leah laugh sarcastically. "Yes, go ahead, Isaac." In reality, Yisiok was just drooling over the treasure, eyes turned to currency symbols. The scene shifted to an ancient mansion submerged in torrential rain. "My lord, young Master Goel, long time no see," a joyful voice echoed. Goel Eshua greeted the elderly woman coldly. "How is Joshua?" "Still a pile of trash, as usual." Goel smirked. "Hypocrites. Honestly, I'm afraid I'll grow attached." Suddenly, his gaze sharpened. Intuition struck. Something happened at the investiture ceremony. A gruesome image flashed in his mind. The priest in charge of Isaac found dead in the monster forest. "Bad enough to eliminate the witness," he muttered. "And the Barrett family wants to adopt Isaac? Unless they've gone mad." He gritted his teeth. Too many anomalies and digging deeper could be lethal. "I want to rest. Don't come in." He slammed the door. Alone in the dark, he scoffed. "Attached? Me? Who handed the Joshua family rights to Cardinal Barrett?" He admitted he had been too close once, but bitterly felt no kinship in this damn house now. Determined to find the truth, Goel entered the family's secret information archives. Goel flipped through the records. Isaac Joshua, the invested one. Finally, he found it. Here, Isaac Joshua, the mark of the god the boy chose. Realization struck, and he froze. Everything is. A divine light exploded in Goel's mind. Everything is with me, the greatest god. He slammed the notebook shut. So that's it? That's why the papal family did this. Goel rushed out. This wasn't about the Holy See anymore. It was about the Barrett family's survival. He clenched his fist. No, this is a matter of survival for the entire empire. Elsewhere, A trainee uniform lay discarded amidst a pile of treasures. Kim Jesek asked, "Is this money enough to find a weapon to destroy the binding orb?" The shadow entity pointed to a glowing stone. "The problem is the anti-demon stone. It's immune to all energy." Kim Jisok roared. "They turned my subordinate's binding orb into an anti-demon stone? Crazy bastards." He sighed, sitting on the bed. According to Leah, this should release the seal. He eyed the blue pendant. He'd never seen anything like it. As the object's touch, he exclaimed, "It's opening." Dark energy surged from the mana core. "Eat." The shadow entity lunged. Dark magic engulfed the room as the subordinate devoured the core. Overjoyed, Kim Jesok sensed the mana was enough to upgrade his rank. He could use higher-level spells now. He burst into insane laughter, reveling in the power, and the shadow roared with him. The laughter died abruptly. He stared at his hand. It was stripped to white bone. "What is this?" he screamed. Silence followed. He slumped onto the bed, exhausted, raising the skeletal limb. "This damn skeleton again." He gritted his teeth. The Skeleton King's curse, the power reversing life and death, was resurfacing. "My body has countless blessings. It won't be easily devoured," he reassured himself. But the sudden mana spike had broken the balance between divine power and the curse. Praying would take too long. Relics were wasteful. "It can't be helped," he decided. "I'll use the Pentagon, the red challenge." A heretical test to drastically boost divine power. Chuckling, he wrapped his hand in bandages. "Just have to keep it hidden until then." "Hey, Isaac." Another candidate burst in, panicked. "What are you doing? This is bad." Kim Jisok froze. But the boy was suspicious. "Why were you laughing alone? Creepy. And why hide your hand? Are you hurt?" Kim stammered, but the boy lunged. "Let me see." He ripped the bandages away. "Bones? Are those bones?" "Master, erase his memory," the shadow yelled. "Too risky." The boy stared, stunned. "Could it be? Your rotten morality is because of this decaying body?" Kim Jesek blinked at the pity in the boy's eyes. "You should have said something. Everyone thinks you're evil because of this." The boy recalled the Joshua family history. Talent always came with defects, just like that ancestor. Or should I just kill him? Kim thought. The boy grabbed him. "Tell Grandpa. He can treat you. You'll die young." Kim Jesok leaned into the act. He couldn't let his identity leak. "Don't tell Grandpa or the uncles." He clasped his skeletal hands, feigning innocence. "I don't want to worry them. Besides, the Pentagon is more important." He declared grandly, "I want to personally execute the Skeleton King's minions before I die." The other boy stood speechless, moved to tears. Kim Jesek. He turned to leave, dropping a tempting line. "Don't worry, I won't die so easily." The new friend took the bait. "There's a way to live? Tell me." Seizing the moment, Kim Jesok turned back with a sinister smile. His red eyes glowed. "I need you to deliver something to the Cardinal of the Red Faction." 20 days later, a furious shout echoed in the Great Hall. "Isaac, you devil." Haggard candidates listed their grievances. One almost died from a bathroom bomb. Another found poison gas in their pillow. And a third had poisoned food. Meanwhile, the culprit Kim Jesok innocently munched on bread. "Don't they like my training plan?" Enraged, a candidate held up a target list. "These are absurd ways to die." "Those are your goals," Jesok replied calmly. He stood and pointed at a pile of large sacks. "Now, put these on." The group was bewildered to find they were heavy sandbags. "We're priests, not knights," they protested. "Do you want us to train physically?" Jesok explained they needed to prepare for the upcoming Pentagon test. "The next test is intelligence," someone retorted. "Oh," he admitted casually, pulling on weighted gloves. "I swapped the order. The next test is the Red Pentagon, a physical one." He raised a fist happily. "Our project will be different." The group stood speechless. "Stop chatting," Jesok ordered. "Grab a sandbag. We're running 50 laps around the field." A brown-haired candidate growled, "Nonsense. How can you change the order? In 50 laps? You're crazy." Jesok held up a scroll. "Oh, I misspoke." He grinned terrifyingly. 100 laps. He bared his teeth, gritting out each word. "If we don't get first place, you'll regret it." From a distance, his shout echoed. "Run, you bastards." After the session, an exhausted candidate threw off his gear. "Damn it, forget it. We don't need to try this hard." In the lounge, another lamented. "2 kings are enough. We already have one. The blue Pentagon will surely give us the next." Jesok grabbed him by the collar. "Are you kidding? We need at least 5. Friends held back a blonde boy who shouted, "Red and yellow will never give us a king. Besides, the next test is yellow. Why train like this?" Another added, "The order is an imperial tradition. Who gave you permission to mess with it?" Just then, a candidate rushed in, panting. "News! The next test is the Red Pentagon." The group was stunned. The Red Cardinal spoke with the Yellow Cardinal and changed the order. Horror set in. The Red Pentagon is one-on-one combat. If we fail this, we fail the entire program. They all turned to Kim Jesok. Now that the next test has been decided, Jesok stood with crossed arms and a sinister smile. "Can we start training now?" Days later, at the Royal Training Center, the atmosphere was heavy as lead. Nizer Zepet grumbled, "Damn it. I can't believe father listened to Isaac." Nearby, his father, Leon Zepet, mused. "Isaac said he'd show me something interesting. Now it's a team battle." Despite the change, Nizer smirked. "Whatever. Why worry about the blue team led by Shuri Joshua?" He was certain the combat-specialized Red House would never lose to such a weak team. "Charge." Nazer rallied his teammates, rushing into the arena. "We'll deal with them in a flash." But as they entered, their smiles froze. In the stands, Red Cardinal Leon Zepet frowned. "Huh?" Opposite them, the blue team emerged. Accompanying Kim Jesok was none other than Kina Birit. Jesok explained innocently, "My cupbearer had a stomachache." He grinned, pointing at Kina. "Luckily, I found a replacement. It's just training, so it should be fine, right?" Nizer Zepet froze, his face. Amidst the murmurs of the crowd, Kina Birit stepped forward, radiating the power of a high-ranking priest. Leon Zeppet turned to the Cardinal of Gold. "This has gone too far," Leon said. "Why did you put Kina on the blue team?" He stopped, realizing the Cardinal looked just as bewildered. Flashback. Kim Yusak offers Kina a deal. "If I clean up the small fry, will you teach me a powerful technique?" Present, Nizer Zeppet stood watching, betrayal written on his face. "This is cheating," he roared. "She's not a trainee. Why is a high-level individual interfering?" Kina answered coldly, "I refused the promotion. I gave up my privileges to remain a trainee like Isaac Joshua." The stadium froze. Kina looked to the referee. "Well, have you made a decision?" The referee wiped sweat from his brow. Kina Biret is officially still a low-ranking priest. She hasn't taken the Pentagon test. There are no rules prohibiting her participation. "Nonsense," Nizer yelled. Behind him, Kim Yisak gloated. Nizer gritted his teeth. "Damn it, the team can't beat Kina, and we still have to face Isaac. It's a guaranteed loss." On the blue team, Captain Shuri Joshua trembled. "If it's a one-on-one match between captains, we might win." Yisak noticed the shaking and grinned. "What's wrong? Need to take a dump? I told you to go beforehand." Shuri wasn't laughing. "You should be the captain. We only made it this far thanks to you." Shuri grabbed Yisak's collar, desperation exploding. "Class president, skipping grades, high scores, passing harmony, it was all thanks to you, not me." Yisak removed Shuri's hands. "I teach well, but not everyone can keep up. You managed it." He glanced at the enemy. "Nizer isn't weak, but if you're right, taking down that redhead won't be hard." Yisak suddenly beamed, cutting Shuri off. "Oh, by the way," his face twisted into a demonic grin. "If you lose, I'll be the first to stab you, you bastard." Shuri stammered. "Huh? Understood?" Loudspeaker, 5 minutes until start. Both teams prepare for battle. In the stands, a girl with a green ribbon watched anxiously. Young Master Isaac. Beside her, a silver-haired man frowned. Hina is with them. But this is disadvantageous for both Isaac and Shuri. He glared at the opponents, those bastards from House Red. They've already used the destruction spell. On the field, the child-sized Yisak smiled wickedly, straining as if gripping invisible chains. Hey, not yet. Wait. A purple aura enveloped his team. Up in the stands, the man gasped. "Is that Azure's holy spell?" The girl nodded. "The holy spell Spirit Uplift. Isaac asked me to teach it to him." They recoiled in horror as the blue team charged like wild beasts. "How can that be Spirit Uplift? It's only supposed to boost morale. They look like monsters." Yisak smirked. "My secret, unknown to the priesthood. Spirit Uplift plus herbal doping." He roared the name. "Beastification." He surveyed his army. "I've prepped their bodies for this. Time to make the most of it." Colossal magic circles glowed in the arena center. Yisak smiled slyly. "Has it begun?" Brilliant pink light erupted from the formation, energy surging to its peak. From the ground, a terrifying power surged. The crowd roared. "Oh, that's..." A colossal statue emerged. A voice echoed, "The guardian deity of House Red, the god of justice." A red team member yelled, "Pray. Pray for the red god's blessing." Nearby, a teammate of Kim Yisak clasped his hands. "We have to win." Suddenly, Shuri Joshua lunged like a phantom, striking the statue's chest. It shattered, debris raining onto the horrified blue team. Kim Yisak wore an innocent face. "Ah, I didn't mean to." The statue's head exploded. "Isaac," a teammate shook Yisak hard. "Haven't you kicked that habit yet? Stop getting physical." A red team member screamed. Isaac Joshua beheaded the red god's statue. An opponent rushed forward, grabbing his collar. "Isaac Joshua." Kina Barrett yelled. "You broke a god's statue." "How?" Her shock turned to curiosity and she clung to him. "What spell was that? Teach me?" Yisak glanced coldly. "So what?" In the stands, a supporter prayed with a smile. "Aside from the gold god, all others are worthless. Oh gods, save this one too." An opponent grabbed Yisak, laughing. "Isaac, you bastard. You've tested the limits of this training ground." His teammate nudged him. "You have to apologize, Isaac." I'm very sorry." Above, 2 cardinals observed the chaos. Leon Sepet smiled sinisterly. "Troublesome, unpredictable child. It'll be fun to break him." The blonde cardinal retorted. "Isn't the problem with the red family? You allowed a statue to be destroyed by a mere trainee. Check your faith first. I won't touch Isaac." The air grew taut, killing intent clashing. Leon Sepet suppressed his rage. "Little snake, it would be too much to start a heresy trial over trainees." A voice cut through the tension. "Proceed with the Pentagon." Nizer Sepet flinched at the mental command. "This is an order, Nizer." He looked up at the balcony to his father's cold eyes. The cruel order followed, shrouded in dark energy. "Turn Isaac Joshua into a cripple." The referee shouted, "The rules for Red's Pentagon are simple. Find the real necklace among the fakes. First team to find it wins." Yisak's teammate mumbled, "The captain chooses the holder permanently. That choice is critical." Nizer Sepet rallied his team. 3 ways to find it. 1. Capture the captain and force a confession. 2. Deduction. 3. Subdue the enemy and take every necklace. Distribute the necklaces, the referee called. Nizer gathered his team, seeing their worry. "Relax. It's just the Azure family." Shuri Joshua trembled. "I want to resign as captain." Yisak grabbed his collar. "What are you doing?" "Hand out the necklaces." Nizer sneered. "Shuri is weak. It's a piece of cake. We only need to worry about Kina." The red team agreed disdainfully. "They only know how to hunt monsters. Idiots." The referee raised his hand. "Begin." The red team charged, but the blue team froze in horror. Kim Yisak had already launched himself forward, laughing savagely. He thought with morbid delight, "A test where I can legally beat up these disgusting priests?" Shuri Joshua stammered, Is that really a human face?" Nizer shouted, oblivious. "Don't be afraid. Their code of honor prevents an attack." Yisak smiled provocatively. "Come on, trainee priests." He swung a massive spiked flail and roared, "Bring out your captain." A single attack sent the red team flying. A priestess stared, stunned. What was that? I thought their code of honor. Kim Yusak stepped forward. "Bring out your captain." He licked his weapon. "Do that, and you live." Another voice from the blue team echoed the cry. Nizer Sepet scrambled back as his teammates fell. "Someone help." A blue commander shouted, "Hold formation. Don't retreat." Kinna Barrett seized the opening and charged. "Stop them." A red member yelled. Another warned, "It's a feint. Nizer, look out." Nizer watched the approach, smirking. "Just as I thought. You're amazing, Kina." He raised his voice. "But too shallow. I see right through you." A magical vortex snapped around Kina. A duplication spell? She realized. Nizer pointed. "Capture her." The red team charged, but a high-level binding spell slammed down, freezing their formation. Kina clicked her tongue. Saved, but still trapped in Nizer's vortex. An invisible surge erupted, knocking Nizer down. He scrambled up, eyes wild, smile crazed. "Get them." The blue team, eyes bloodshot with berserk power, tore through their opponents. Nizer dodged, shouting, "It's just a beastification trick. Only a slight buff." In another corner, Shuri Joshua trembled as he was backed against a wall. "Found you, Shuri." Nizer roared, fist glowing red. "I'll take an arm as a souvenir." In the stands, a woman screamed, "Relay, that spell is lookout." Shuri sweated, gritting his teeth. Damn it. Yusak's voice echoed in his mind. "It's okay, Shuri. Just listen." Flashback. Nizer will try for a duel, Yusak had said. "He's always looked down on you." Present. Shuri's gaze hardened. Nizer laughed, striking. "It's over, fool." Shuri's eyes flared blue. Energy erupted, deflecting the blow. "Shuri," Relay shouted from the stands. Yusak smiled, smug. "Yes, that's right." Shuri grabbed Nizer's collar. "Prove you haven't gotten weaker. You're the fool." Nizer froze. "Huh?" Shuri threw him over his shoulder, slamming him into the arena floor. The ground spiderwebbed on impact. Nizer lay motionless in the rubble, eyes vacant. Shuri roared, rage unquenched. "Do you know why the Azure technique is forbidden on humans?" He panted over Nizer. "Because it only works on demons?" "No," Shuri answered the silence. "Because the human body cannot withstand that power." The arena went quiet, save for their heavy breathing. Shuri gritted his teeth. From the stands, Relay yelled, "Never." Shuri finished the sentence, shouting, "Underestimate Azure." He stood tall, reclaiming his pride. The crowd watched, stunned. Only Kina Barrett narrowed her eyes. He wasn't this strong before. A mysterious energy enveloped Shuri. Yisak crossed his arms, smirking. "Finish him off." But Shuri hesitated. Now, the necklace. "Hey." Yisak's voice snapped in his head. "Do it properly. Finish him." "All right, I'll do it." Nizer pleaded from the floor. Shuri grabbed his collar. "Nizer Sepet, tell me where the necklace is." Nizer looked bewildered. "Not." Nizer Sepet sneered, maintaining his arrogant demeanor. "Do you think a future heir would confess after an interrogation like this?" Shuri Joshua tore at his hair, screaming, "Confess, you bastard. Please, it's the only way you'll get out of here alive." Suddenly, his tone dropped to a growl. "Shut up. As the successor, I've mastered every cruel punishment there is." Shuri raised his foot over his prone opponent. Nizer's confidence shattered. "Wait. Hey, wait." A terrible crunch echoed. Nizer only had time to register extreme pain before the impact. What was that horrifying sound? A spectator screamed. Indignation spread through the crowd as Shuri ground his teeth, maintaining the brutal act. Hidden in a corner, Kim Yisak crossed his arms, smiling with chilling satisfaction as Nizer's screams filled the arena. In the stands, a red-haired man shut his eyes in pain. Shuri's voice cut through like a curse. "I told you to confess." Nizer's teammates couldn't stand it. They roared and charged. "Shuri, you bastard." "Nizer." Kina Barrett blocked their path. "No," she declared coldly. "None of you are going anywhere." She tapped her foot, and a massive circle of holy power erupted. The enemy purge spell activated, binding the red team in paralyzing streams of light. A blinding explosion followed, instantly neutralizing them. Crumpled on the floor, Nizer realized the truth. Those bastards. They pretended to be caught. Shuri looked down, ready to take the necklace. Amidst the defeated, Kim Yisak stood tall. The losers realized with horror. He planned all of this. Yisak smiled triumphantly. Everything was in his palm. A terrified opponent screamed, "You did all this just to force Nizer to confess? He'll never talk." "What are you talking about?" Yisak asked innocently. He turned his back, voice cold. "All of you know where the necklace is, too." Yisak's elder ring began to glow. "Now then." Panic seized Shuri Joshua. Hey, wait. I'll tell you where it is." It was too late. "Let's begin." Yisak roared. He swung his spiked mace, draining power from enemies and teammates alike. Moments later, he held up a red gemstone necklace. "Found it. Team Azure wins." The declaration echoed over the defeated. Kim Yisak held up his prize while his teammates stared in awe at the display of power. The crowd erupted. "Amazing. Go, Faith of Azure." In the stands, Relay clenched his fist. "Well done, Isaac, Shuri." As expected of the youngest priest representing the Empire, a voice rang out. The Crown Prince, Chabli Ulkfreak Hela, stepped forward. "Grant the victors a worthy gift." Relay hurried to bow. "I greet the son of the Empire. You have excellent nephews." Chabli smiled. "I wish to give them priestly uniforms," Relay suggested. "Would that be acceptable?" "Of course." Chabli agreed, then added, "When I send the tailor, may I accompany them?" Relay faltered at the request. "My prince, they are merely apprentices." "Why?" "Ah, right. Consider this a small gift." Chabli placed a hand on Relay's shoulder, his tone turning serious. "Tell your youngest nephew to leave the Golden Pentagon." He leaned in, whispering a deadly warning. "The Pope is trying to kill Isaac. Remember that." Relai froze. Meanwhile, in the waiting hall, a servant called out to Kim Yizek. Back in the stands, Relai bowed to the departing prince. Despite the threat, his conviction remained unshaken. Isaac will be fine. He recalled his nephew's confident smile. Elsewhere, the contestants buzzed. Did you hear? The crown prince is giving us clothes. While others celebrated the honor, Kim Yisak sat on the throne, looking bored. Hey, he called to Kina Barrett. Aren't you going home? Kina sipped her tea, smirking. The test is over. I don't need you anymore. Just then, her servant rushed in. My lady, you must go. The patriarch is looking for you. No. She set down her teacup with a clatter. Kina looked the servant in the eye and lied through her teeth. You were the one who told me to transfer to House Azure. The butler and maid stood stunned. When did I say that? He stammered. Last night, Kina replied curtly. Kim Yisak interjected, snapping at the butler. Who gave you the right to decide she'd become an Azure priest? Cornered, the butler stood frozen, sweating profusely. Anyway, I've accepted the offer, so I'm staying, Kina declared. Tell father I won't be coming home for a while. The Azure team joined in to chase the servants away. Once things settled, Kina eyed Yisak. Yesterday, he definitely used a spell on Shuri. What kind of power was that? Meanwhile, Yisak brooded. The crown prince gifting clothes. It was a declaration of ownership. Despite the servant's departure, Yisak wasn't keen on keeping her. No need. Get lost, he said bluntly. Kina refused to back down. She threw herself onto the floor, whining. Make me. Drag me out yourself. I've already used you. Go. When she stubbornly insisted he keep his promise, Yisak smirked. Fine. I'm canceling. I already have a disciple much more obedient than you. He pointed at Shuri Joshua sitting nearby. Obviously, I'm talking about Shuri. The group paused in confusion. Him? You mean he's better than me? Kina stomped her foot, pride wounded. Shuri jumped up. Why are you dragging me into this? Depends on how you perform, Yisak shrugged. While a confrontation brewed between Kina and poor Shuri, the atmosphere in the Sanctus ballroom was starkly different. Students whispered, stunned by the lavish banquet reserved for the winners. Relai raised his wine glass, full of doubt. I don't believe Isaac's team came in first. How did the Holy See score this? You must be pleased Azure won, Your Eminence. Cardinal Leon Sepet approached with a loaded greeting. Long time no see, Sir Relai. I hear you're about to reach level 9. Relai frowned at the backhanded compliment. Impressive for your age, but the Azure Patriarch must have a headache, Leon continued. He leaned in, grabbing Relai's hand. The only suitable heir is limited by time, and even if not for your lifespan, isn't the role too much for you? The Cardinal twisted the knife. After all, you can't have children. Relai's face darkened. They know about the Joshua family's curse. He forced a calm facade. It's fine. I have no intention of becoming Patriarch. His train of thought cut short as Leon headed toward his nephew. As long as he doesn't harm Isaac. Leon towered behind the boy who was happily eating. Isaac? A teammate shook Yisak's shoulder. Damn it. Why bother me while I'm eating? Yisak swallowed, looking up with an annoyed expression. Yes, sir. Leon narrowed his eyes. What is this interesting thing you intend to show me? Yisak blinked innocently. Oh, haven't you seen it yet? He flashed a provocative smile. It was I who crushed your son. Did you enjoy watching? A teammate clamped a hand over Yisak's mouth in terror. Why say that to the Crimson family? Yisak pushed the hand away indifferently. So what? Leon Sepet smirked, his gaze sharp. Well, I had high hopes for the Azure family. It seems you've also learned an interesting skill. He narrowed his eyes. I sense dark magic on you. Kim Yesek chuckled. Perhaps you've forgotten that I ate a piece of the Skeleton King as a child, sir. He didn't stop there. If the destruction of your son wasn't entertaining enough, shall I continue the fun at the Golden Pentagon? The declaration stunned his teammates. One stammered, Are you going to fight the Gold Cardinal's son next? While another clutched his head in despair, Kim smiled, revealing his true demand. I want to see the demons respond to the Skeleton King's call. Give me the keys to their prison. Leon Sepet's face darkened. He turned to walk away. I can give you the keys once you return successfully, but is that truly possible? He threw back a parting curse. All of you will vanish in the Golden Pentagon. Kim frowned, muttering, What the hell is that bastard talking about now? Just then, a team member rushed in. Everyone, we have a mission for the Golden Pentagon. It's an expedition. Leon Sepet's voice echoed from the doorway, dripping with sarcasm. Aren't you curious where you'll be sent? He dropped the name like a bomb. It's Krassiandia, the Mystic Empire. A teammate sprang up. They want us to go to a country that's always waiting to kill priests. It's right next to demon territory. Are they insane? Another screamed in panic. That place is the domain of a high-ranking demon that devoured priests 14 years ago. Amidst the chaos, Cardinal Leon spoke up. How pitiful. I can use my authority to change the location. His teammates hastily pleaded, Isaac, please, beg him. Kim Yisak looked up, eyes wide and innocent. Really? You'll change the location for us, won't you? At the same time, at the Azure Mansion, a messenger rushed in breathlessly. Brother, bad news. They want them to go to the Land of Mages. Rescue kidnapped knights? This is an S-rank mission. They're sending everyone to their deaths. Calm down, another person said. Father has already gone to lodge a formal protest. The man in the vest gritted his teeth. Those bastards in the holy capital are determined to kill Isaac. Father will ensure the test is changed. They can't assign a mission that affects diplomacy. Relai merely sneered. It's just a warning for us not to be too arrogant. Ha, I don't want Shuri to die there either. The man in the vest worried. Don't worry. Even Isaac, if he's sensible then. Suddenly, another messenger burst in. Bad news? Back at the scene, Leon asked. Young Master Isaac, just say you want to live. Kim Yesek coldly replied. No. Behind the hand covering his face, a wicked smile appeared. Kim looked up sharply with a crazed expression. I think it'll be fun. Why should I change it? At the Azure Mansion, the messenger shouted. He accepted the mission. Relai and the others were stunned. Their destination was Blackfield, the land of demons, a desolate, deadly territory. From the ruins of a demonic fortress, a voice echoed, "So you mean?" The demoness Ash's voice was cold, "That you failed to kill the saintess." The subordinate prostrated himself. "I sincerely apologize, Lady Ash." "Never mind. The key is to cause chaos there. Just witnessing the king's power and bringing demonic artifacts into the Holy Empire is a great success." The subordinate trembled. "Your Majesty is truly too powerful." Ash smiled eerily, remembering. Even a small fraction of that power was terrifying. "Lady," the subordinate reported, "during the investiture ceremony, I sense his power." "The great skeleton kings." Ash leapt from her throne in horror. "You sense the skeleton king's power in that crazy kid who ate a piece of our king." "That's right. He was invested and is currently training." A sinister smile spread across Ash's lips. It has finally shown itself. "Yes, he will soon participate in the Gold and Azure trials, where young priests and demons hunt each other." Ash mused with delight. "What a splendid opportunity. I wonder how strong we would become if we directly consumed a piece of it." Her eyes went wild. "What does the child of Azure taste like? I can't hold back anymore." Meanwhile, at the academy, whispers. Rumors spread quickly. The Azure team's mission was suicide. They were to enter the Mystic Empire and rescue a holy knight. An Azure trainee gritted his teeth. "The Gold family really wants us dead. Everyone thinks we're finished." "The worst part," a brown-haired teammate said, pacing, "is that the holy knights are ignoring us. As soon as we cross the border, we're bait for every demon and bandit out there." The ash-blonde boy scowled. "Those bastards. We're dead for sure." The brown-haired teammate turned on him. "Why won't anyone join us? It's your fault. Don't you see people writing their wills?" 14 years ago, Uncle Riel's entire Azure team was annihilated doing this. Meanwhile, Kim Yusak casually picked his ear. Cheap trick by the old cardinal, he thought. Refuse and suffer, accept and die. But a sinister smile touched his lips. "If we succeed, it's a lucrative manicore factory." His teammate grabbed his collar. "We still have a chance. We must recruit the first holy knights at all costs." Unfortunately, a smug voice echoed. Count Malik stepped forward. "The first holy knights have chosen the gold team, as have my son and his friends." The count clicked his tongue. "I shouldn't have sent them to Azure just for old glory." Yisak smirked. "Short-sighted, Count. You'll be ostracized when we succeed." His teammate panicked. "Isaac, if not the first, then get the second or third, please." Yisak mused. "Holy knights, huh?" His eyes lit up. "Ooh, where did those beauties come from?" Mistaking his intent, his teammate cheered. "Excellent. Go sign the second holy knights." Yisak dashed off but stopped before an official. The man gaped at the request. Yisak just flashed a radiant smile and a confident thumbs up. Moments later, Yisak returned, sighing in relief. The Azure team had chosen the fourth holy knights. The team froze in horror. A gray-haired teammate ran over, cheerful and oblivious. "Hey, good news." In a flashback, Yisak grinned. "I signed the strongest ones." "You crazy bastard," came the roar. The fourth holy knights outcasts, pack mules, messengers. Yet their skills surpassed the royal knights, and they harbored a deep hatred for the clergy. Yisak was summoned immediately by the family patriarch. The powerful man sat cold and imposing. "Explain yourself." Yisak forced a smile. "He looks angry." The dark entity beside him whispered warnings of the man's rage. Yisak decided to perform. "If I refused, I would tarnish the Joshua family's honor." The patriarch roared, killing intent flaring. "You, of all people, dare speak of honor? Why does a dark magic user lie?" He growled at the boy's shock. "Do you think I didn't know? I've overlooked it, but I can no longer trust you." Cornered, Yisak committed to the bit. "I hate the skeleton king. I want to kill him." The dark entity gaped at the blatant lie. Yisak spun a tragic tale, lost parents, family humiliation, the failure to defeat the Bone King. With tear-filled eyes, he screamed of the shame that kept him awake. The patriarch's expression softened. "I will destroy the fake skeleton king," Yisak declared, eyes blazing. "I use this power only to investigate him." He swore vengeance with such fervor that even the dark entity thought he'd gone mad. While the patriarch pondered, Yisak internally gloated over his true goal. Protect the Joshua family, then seize everything. "If we live humbly," Yisak pressed, "the Joshua family will be buried in disgrace." The patriarch subtly smirked. "I've always said you don't need to sacrifice yourself for the family, but it seems you truly are. One of us." Kim Yisak smiled. "The mission can fail," the patriarch instructed, turning away. "As long as you and your teammates return safely, I will officially declare you my successor." Behind him, Yisak bowed obediently. But as the patriarch left, Yisak's expression shifted to a wicked grin. His plan was a success. Days later, on a trail outside the capital, the journey began. "We'll meet the knights in this town," Yisak chirped to his exhausted team. One teammate collapsed, gasping. "Damn it. We have to survive and return, no matter what." A dark entity fluttered near Yisak. "Master, I've investigated the demon from 14 years ago. She's from the Western Army, possibly an acquaintance." An image of a female demon materialized. She had already swept through other trainees. Yisak clicked his tongue. "Those bastards dare break my rules? Never mind. Let's go teach them a lesson." He ignored the entity's warning about his unrecovered power. His teammates followed in tense silence. Deep in the forest shadows, the female demon licked her lips. "Found them," she whispered, eyes fixed on the Joshua boy. At the royal castle, Crown Prince Chablis Hella lowered the report. "Is that true? Isaac chose the pack mule paladins? He showed no interest in the knights you sent," an aide confirmed. "Perhaps his judgment is poor," Chablis mused. "On the contrary, your highness, he might have very keen eyes." Chablis smirked. "The captain I sent, Silon, is a half-elf. Weak against demons, but he would have been a great help." His eyes gleamed. Yet he chose the pack mules and knight order composed entirely of half-demons. The aide warned of the knight's unpredictable nature, but Chablis only pondered. At the Azure team's rendezvous, a fist slammed onto a table. 5 hours. Commander Derek roared. Are they picking a fight? One knight suggested a prank. Another noted the Azure house was usually punctual. Filthy clerics. Derek spat. Hello, Sir Derek, commander of the pack mules. A youthful voice rang out. Derek whirled around to face Kim Yisak, arms crossed and nonchalant. We're late, aren't we? I heard your people are punctual, Derek growled. Do you know what time it is? Yisak sighed. Bandits blocked our way. My arm was broken. He leaned in, eyes glinting maliciously. Someone set them up. But you think you're too good for us, don't you? Yisak turned his back on the knights. There's nothing for us here. We might as well go back. Are you crazy? A teammate whispered. Don't you need us? If you were going to turn back, Derek barked, why wait 5 hours? You're too well equipped for a simple escort, Yisak countered. He smiled, reading his opponent. You intend to use us as bait to find your missing comrades. Derek's control snapped. Shut up, he lunged. Did that bastard Hallock tell you? Hallock? Yisak's teammate realized with a shock. That's fourth uncle's alias. Cornered, Derek let dark energy erupt around his blade. We can't enter Crossandia without you bastards, so I'll take you with me, even if I have to chop off your legs. He charged at terrifying speed. Hey, Yisak's voice cut through the frenzy. His eyes flashed crimson. Sheathe your sword. An absolute command. Derek froze midair, body seized by an invisible force. Above them, a colossal, majestic phantom of the Skeleton King appeared. The dark entity loomed behind Kim Yisak. Derek trembled, paralyzed by the pressure. His inner voice screamed, can I not refuse its command? But it's just a child. The entity whispered. Yisak smirked inwardly. A demon's instinct is to obey the strong. That's why I chose them. Helpless. Derek growled and slowly sheathed his sword. Come on, let's go. Yisak chirped. How can we go with them? His teammates yelled. You just provoked them. Yisak shrugged. We need each other now. They'll come. Behind them, Derek announced the mission. Rescue all kidnapped individuals. Eliminate all related demons. Yisak glanced back. I don't care if we save your comrades or not. Derek froze. You chose us because you knew we had comrades to rescue. What are you talking about? Yisak replied, feigning innocence. The teenager thought smugly, of course I knew. A female teammate stepped up. What are you doing? Do you have a plan? A plan? Yisak echoed. Suddenly, the bandaged knight shouted, don't trust demons. They'll betray us. Dark energy poured off him. Yisak asked coldly, do you know why they keep taking on such trivial missions? The knight collapsed. His hand mutated, claws lengthening. With a savage roar, he fully transformed and lunged. The monster grabbed the gray-haired girl's collar, eyes bloodshot. I knew it. The brown-haired teammate yelled. We can't trust them. Wake up. Yisak punched the monster in the face. The knight staggered, his demonic form dissolving. He blinked, confused. Sorry. I've never transformed so quickly. It felt like something was pressing on my head. We're near Crossandia, the silver-haired knight reasoned. It might be affecting you. I feel strange too, another agreed. The bandaged knight looked at Yisak with admiration. But I returned to human form just because you punched me. You're amazing. Of course. Yisak grinned. As the knight cheered, Yisak and his dark entity shared a private laugh. I caused it. Yisak hoisted his luggage. If everyone is ready, let's go. He paused, spotting a motionless sparrow in his bag. What the hell is this? It's playing dead, the dark entity noted. Yisak smiled, holding up a scroll. Quite the actor. Should we play along? The bird muttered. The Blood Lord is cruel, sending me to this wretched priest. Yisak blinked. One of the great demon kings sent you? The sparrow jumped. From afar, the dark entity reported, Master, the barrier is set. The Blood Lord. Yisak recognized the name of his former subordinate. He squeezed the bird tight. Information? I'll tell. It squeaked. The demon queen you're facing. She's the one who ruined your investiture ceremony. She smuggled in the device and ordered the hit on Ash. Yisak listened. The Blood Lord would rather be executed than face the demoness named Ash. He slammed the scroll down. The Blood Lord believes the current Skeleton King is an imposter. The bird shrieked. He got arrested for shouting it to everyone. Naive fool. Anyway, I heard you absorbed a fragment of the great Skeleton King. Ash is likely waiting for you. Yisak waved his hand. The bird morphed into a small demon and fled, shouting back, don't die. Our lord would be very sad. A wavy-haired teammate ran up, panting. Where have you been? We looked everywhere. He gave a thumbs up. I'm proud of you, ordering food from the tavern for us. The teammate pointed to a group of strangers. We've prepared to serve the priests in your time of need, one said cheerfully. Yisak froze. The meal laid out was actually other priests. I thought she'd be waiting. Yisak smirked to himself, but the prey came to me. An innocent-looking girl with a basket stepped forward. The teammates exchanged confused glances. He's overdoing it, one grumbled. Ignore him, another advised. Suddenly, Yisak growled, starting his act. Hey, you there. Kim, Yisak yelled, pointing at the girl. Too salty, and I hate hearing you breathe. Hold your breath. He played the spoiled young master perfectly, terrifying the serving girls. An escort knight barked, why are you making our young master ask again? The gray-haired girl cursed inwardly. Are these bastards crazy? Why side with him? She shifted targets. I should get rid of these troublesome guys first, she thought, offering the food to the knights instead. The knight refused. We were hired by him. We don't eat his food. Cornered, the girl growled, eat. Kim Yisak cut in. Hey, why don't you try eating it yourself? He smiled cunningly. How do we know you didn't poison it? The girl froze. Before she could react, Kim Yisak's teammate rushed over. That's enough. Why pick a fight with her? The brown-haired friend grabbed the soup. We'll prove her innocence. All three downed the food. They collapsed instantly. The others screamed in horror. You guys. Kim Yisak stood up coldly. Easier this way. I was going to knock them out anyway. He watched them drop. Leave them, he told the dark entity. They need a lesson. The entity paused. Master, this poison converts holy power into dark magic. Kim Yisak was stunned, then beamed. Are you sure? It turns this disgusting holy power into glorious dark magic. He laughed. I can build a dark magic farm right here in the Holy Empire. The serving girl laughed maniacally, dark energy swirling around her. Helpless brat. Kim Yisak smirked. Helpless. They're just mana batteries now. She revealed her true form, a horned demoness with an eye patch. If you want them to live, follow me. I'll give you the antidote. This bitch, a knight hissed. Before she could react, a beam of holy light struck her. She shrieked, her smugness vanishing. Kim Yisak, wielding a massive holy relic, shot forward. The thunderous impact sent her flying. Wounded, she fled into the forest, looking back. That's right, chase me, brat. The knights started to pursue, but Kim Yisak stopped them. No, I'll go alone. He looked at his unconscious teammates. I can't leave them unprotected. Transfer mana to help them hold on. The knights were stunned. Young Master Isaac, we will take care of the priests. Kim Yisak nodded. Please do. He turned away, pulling up his hood, eyes glinting. So I'll have something to harvest later. He plunged into the night. Under the full moon, Demon Ash scoffed. Brave fool. You come without an escort? She smiled, certain the prey was hers. A fool indeed, Kim Yisak growled. You talk of devouring humans without realizing who I am. His eyes flashed red. An absolute command rang out. Kneel. Ash broke into a cold sweat. Invisible pressure forced her to her knees. Behind Kim Yisak, the illusion of a skeletal king loomed. Ash trembled. This demonic power. Her body convulsed. Why does this brat have the king's power? Seeing the black and red aura, rage flared. That bastard. He must have eaten a piece of the king's body. Hold on, my king. I will tear him apart. Ash charged, power surging. And free you. A surge of sacred blue energy erupted, blocking her. Ash froze. Her power vanished. From the blue light, a gigantic skeletal monster materialized, its aura suffocating. It unleashed a freeze. A devastating blow crushed everything in its path. Amidst the dust, Kim Yisak coldly judged, fool. Dark power erupted from him. Let me show you who your king is. Under the moonlight, the forest fell silent. The dark entity cheered, excellent master. A 5th-tier spell carrying the power of the 7th circle. Yisak smirked. Combining sacred and dark power is genius. Perhaps that's why the gods didn't want to create a human like me. Nearby, Ash trembled on the ground. My king, my king. Yisak cruelly gripped the demoness's chin, forcing her to face him. I have made a grave mistake, she whimpered. Let me give you the antidote. No need, he released her. Bring the kidnapped paladins here. You have 1 minute. I need proof to get a perfect score. He smiled sinisterly. Proof that I defeated a demon. 2 days later, elsewhere, a brown-haired man anxiously ruffled his hair. Damn it, where are you, Isaac? His scarred teammate tried to reassure him. We have tracking devices. Young Master Isaac won't fall easily. Something happened, he retorted. The mages have searched repeatedly. You know they're not usually like that. The scarred man hesitated. There was blood where he passed through, but that doesn't mean he's dead. I'm back. The aides froze. Yisak stood at the door. Young Master, are you all right? Without a word, he tossed a blood-stained bag onto the floor. Here, the antidote. The brown-haired aide opened the bag and screamed at the severed human head inside. Oh, that? Yisak asked innocently, his form small and childlike. The kidnapper's head. Proof for our perfect score. Commander Derek rushed over. The missing paladins? Too heavy. I hid them in the bushes. Yisak lazily pointed outside. Go get them. A breathless paladin burst in. Commander, the missing comrades have returned. Outside, joy erupted. Inside, the aides stared at Yisak in shock. So, the kidnapper's head? That's right. The boy sat cross-legged on a chair. I went in alone and brought it back. You went into the mage's territory alone? That's absurd. Yisak smiled, beginning his performance. Let me tell you. He wove a tale of a kidnapping plot, using the Pope's authority to intimidate the enemy, finding the captives, and defeating a guard demon. The scarred aide raised a glass. I believe you. The brown-haired aide still looked worried. It was too reckless. Going in alone? Yisak placed a hand on his chest with feigned sincerity. There was no other way. Direct combat with the mages would have caused casualties. As a protector of the faith, I couldn't allow that. The scarred aide's eyes welled with tears. You truly are a man of faith. The brown-haired teammate started to curse but was stopped. Watch your mouth. He stifled his anger. At least you're back safe. The mages were worried. Kim Yisak smirked. Those bastards worried about a mere priest? 2 dark-robed mages entered. We came out of concern you were taken by demons, not to be insulted. Yisak crossed his arms. Liars. Sniffing for mana cores. The male mage smiled. Please cooperate. There are reports of a demon here. I haven't seen any, but I sense a mana core nearby. Yisak yawned. Must be one of yours. Be reasonable, how could an apprentice like me defeat a demon? But Halleck definitely said there was one here. The female mage said, confused. The brown-haired subordinate flinched. Halleck? Sounds like my 4th uncle. He shook his head. Just a coincidence. Yisak stood up. I'm going to rest. He walked out, ignoring the subordinate yelling, Hey, answer properly, you bastard. Leaving the chaos, Yisak headed for the isolated wooden shack in the forest. He flung the door open, red eyes glowing. Come on. The demoness, Ash, trembled on the floor. It's time. 2 days prior, Yisak had cornered her. Proof I defeated the demons. He accused her of devouring the Azure apprentices. Wasn't that you? Ash filled with dread. A weakling like you couldn't beat Rely, Yisak sneered. Bring me a head for the Holy See. Otherwise, I take yours. Back in the present, Yisak sat on a crate, inspecting his spoils. You actually brought the culprit's head. You passed. Ash shivered. You knew it was her all along, my sister. Did you think I wouldn't? Family energy is similar, Yisak noted. Realize enemy is dead. He leaned in. Now, the demon hierarchy, the gods, speak. 150 years since my self-destruction. Yet the gods are silent, Yisak thought. The seal is empty. They should be hunting me. Why haven't they found the truth? His grin widened. Another soul took my place. A high-ranking creature? The Skeleton King? A god? Ash retched in terror. Yes, your majesty. Yisak sat on her back. Return to the demons. Be my eyes and ears. Outside, knights wept with gratitude. Thank you, young Master Isaac. You saved us. You truly are an Azure, Commander Derek shouted. Yisak feigned humility while Derek pondered, eyes suddenly lighting up. Pack mules, the answer is clear. Derek spun around. Young Master Isaac. Derek knelt. First-class Knight Derek and these pack mules will go wherever you command. The entire Fourth Holy Knight Order bowed in unison. Unexpected, Yisak thought, calculating behind his surprise. Excellent soldiers for free. Intel, connections, mobility. Gaining so much just by. Saving 11 people is truly a huge bargain. Kim Yisak's train of thought broke. He noticed a child staring at him. Derek smiled. You don't recognize him, do you, young master? You'll be surprised. The child stepped forward. Hello, I am the young prince of the Arcane Empire, Hyperius. Yisak froze. Damn it. What? Realization hit. So the mages were enthusiastic because one of their own was captured. What a steal. I thought hella people were all bastards, Hyperius said brightly, but I owe you my life. Compared to those scum at Sanctus Seeds who pushed apprentices to their deaths, you are a shining example. His eyes sparkled. You are truly devout. Please, let me repay you, big brother. Yisak smirked, an idea forming. Really? He pinched the boy's cheek. You think you can help me? Elsewhere, Your Eminence, the Azure team has entered Chrysandia. The brown-haired cardinal didn't look up from his desk. I thought the beast would stop them. It seems Kim Yisak went in alone. The cardinal paused, then sneered. He can't tame those beasts. Even we gave up. The subordinate smirked. Indeed, we've arranged for them never to return, the cardinal mused. The Azure Patriarch will use the mages to eliminate them. What if the royal family interferes? The subordinate asked. They wouldn't dare meddle in a disputed zone like Chrysania. The cardinal ordered, if he somehow succeeds, make sure he doesn't return to Hela. He smiled, picturing the Azure family's ruin. Back in Chrysania, Yisak laughed maniacally. I need to shove this in his face. He shoved Hyperius forward. Meet our secret weapon against the Holy See, the youngest prince of the Arcane Empire. His teammates stared in horror. What? Yisak asked. What's with the faces? You lunatic. A brown-haired teammate yelled. Who introduces a prince from a hostile nation like that? Hyperius grinned. Ah ha ha. Apologies for the surprise. Is this a kidnapping? The teammate demanded, knowing the truth was likely worse. Yisak smiled savagely. Now the Holy See is screwed. The rule of politics, Yisak lectured, is leverage. Saving the prince means the Arcane Empire owes us a huge debt. A great strategist. Hyperius praised. The teammate clutched his head in despair. He's gone crazy too. You want us to announce we saved him and return triumphantly. Don't tell anyone yet. Yisak signaled for silence. The Gold faction surely set traps to sabotage us. Now, what happens if the prince gets caught in one of those traps? You're amazing, Hyperius shouted. I'll jump into fire for you. Yisak rubbed his hands together, red eyes glowing. Let's screw over those gold bastards. But that puts the prince at risk, the teammate argued. If he gets hurt, both the Holy Nation and Arcane Empire will investigate. Yisak smiled triumphantly. Exactly. Imagine how shocked the Gold faction will be. Cardinal Barrett won't leave evidence. It's fine, Yisak winked. He has accomplices. The teammate paled. You're going to use the mages? Fighting head-on causes diplomatic trouble, Yisak said calmly. Then he roared, initiating his gamble. Boom. You're absolutely right, big brother. Hyperius cheered, ignoring the frozen teammate. The others whispered. Has he lost his mind? Boom. A blonde boy rushed to the railing. What's happening? In the distance, a column of black smoke rose from the forest right where the mages were stationed. Kim Yisak laughed at his teammate's horror. First strike wins. Those damn mages dare covet my mana cores? He pulled down his mask, eyes flashing, and leaped off the balcony. His brown-haired teammate screamed, that lunatic. Chaos erupted at the mage camp. Supplies were destroyed. The ambush total. An elderly mage coughed violently. Azure apprentices? They struck first. Attacked those damn priests. A female mage barked. Wait. Kim Yisak emerged from the shadows with a sinister smile. Now. He shoved Hyperius forward. The little prince yelled, you bastards. The mages froze. The crown prince? They stared in confusion. Your highness, why are you with them? Come here. Kim Yisak raised his sword against the boy's neck. If you care about this child's life. He grinned maniacally. Hand it over. Didn't you hear me? Watching from above, the teammate whispered, God, please punish this bastard. The Joshua family was known for their code, preferring death to dishonor, yet their descendant was laughing savagely. You wouldn't mind his head flying off, would you? Yisak threatened. The mages were bewildered. Hyperius was strong enough to flatten adults. They assumed he was being controlled. We have to help him. Hey, descendant of Joshua, calm down. Yisak's teammate yelled, trying to intervene. The old mage stepped forward. Let's talk. Talk my ass? Yisak roared. I told you to hand everything over. A young mage reached out. Your highness, take my hand. I'll help. Hyperius slapped the hand away. Idiots. Why aren't you saving me? He struck the mage, feigning fury. You call yourselves mages of the great arcane empire? Useless. I command you. Yisak hoisted the boy onto his shoulder, and they shouted in unison. Drop everything and get out. The old mage knelt. You are the future of the empire. We must obey. He surrendered, defeated. I will give you everything. Just release the prince. Manticores, manticores, manticores. Yisak's mind chanted, ignoring the dark entity whispering for him to calm down. Good, Yisak sneered. Seeing your sincerity, I'll let it slide. However, I will report your conspiracy to the empire. The mage started to deny it, but Yisak cut him off. Hunting demons with weapons designed to kill priests? Do you want to bring back the prince's corpse? The mage hissed. Bastard. Prince Hyperius waved his hand dismissively. What are you waiting for? Get out of my sight. That night, maniacal laughter echoed through the inn. A treasure trove of crystals poured onto the floor. Kim Yisak rolled ecstatically in the sea of precious manicores. Hyperius watched with admiration. Brother truly has an eye for value. I never thought someone from the Holy Nation would recognize the quality of arcane manicores. He leaned in excitedly. Name your reward. I'll make the Joshua family rich. Have you ever considered defecting to the Empire? Stop it, you two lunatics. The recently awakened teammate yelled. He turned to Yisak, trying to be serious. Isaac, I had to tell you something. Huh, wipe your drool first. Yisak mumbled sleepily. The teammate ignored him, pressing the point. Are you really going to tell the patriarch that our fourth uncle was involved in this? Kim. Of course, Yisak said. I need to eliminate all competitors. If you do this without proof, you'll die, his teammate warned. Yisak smirked. Proof? That old mage called us descendants of Joshua. He knew who we were, because we have striking appearances. What? Yisak kicked him. You're ugly as sin. Who looks at you and thinks Joshua? That old man was told. The teammate froze. There's no way, unless someone from Joshua revealed it. Wake up. Yisak grabbed him. Your uncle tried to kill you. How could he? The teammate stopped, horror dawning. Azure, gold, the crown, Yisak said. All of them might have been sold out. At Sanctices, a skeptical voice echoed. What did you say? The Azure trainees are returning alive, a subordinate reported. They also rescue the kidnapped victims. The brown-haired cardinal gritted his teeth. What were those mages doing? How did that brat survive? Sir, the prince of the Arcane Empire was among those rescued. Who? Young Prince Hyberius Britannia. The messenger bowed. Isaac Joshua has requested a thorough investigation. The cardinal roared. So that's how the brat wants to play. With the prince involved, he was facing attempted murder charges. Another subordinate rushed in. Your Eminence, the Joshua Patriarch has arrived at Barrett. He's demanding to see his fourth son and causing a massive commotion. Meanwhile, in the Holy Helen capital, Kim Yisak laughed gleefully. He had successfully ignited his grandfather's fury by framing his fourth uncle. Young master, a woman knelt before him. Thank you for avenging my brother, who was killed 14 years ago. Yisak shrugged. It's nothing, just a small matter. How are the others reacting? Similar to the Patriarch. Elsewhere, Lord Gold roared. That madman tried to kill his own nephew? And not Isaac? Isaac is his nephew too, Relly pointed out. Their hair colors are different. Shut up. Simultaneously, Lord Benjamin, the financial manager, burned the trader's inheritance documents. Everything will be returned to society. Back in the square, Yisak mused. All Joshua descendants meet for the new year. That worries me. The fourth lord is trying to kill you, the woman warned. Don't worry. I don't intend to die. Yisak paused. Strange. There should be another place in chaos, but they're too quiet. They're coming soon. A piece of paper fluttered away. Here it is, Yisak exclaimed. The ground cracked and a summoning circle glowed. The woman gasped. A holy summoning spell? Yisak was pulled through the light. He landed, smiling meaningfully. You seem in a hurry, he provoked Leon Sepet, using a summoning spell. The red-haired cardinal grabbed him. You said you'd show me something amusing. Yisak smirked. It seems my arcane little prince is doing fine. Leon gritted his teeth, lifting the boy's chin. What the hell were you thinking? Dragging the little prince into this. Leon growled. Yisak replied casually, What's wrong? I did it to help you. Leon scoffed. Help? In a flashback, Leon admitted, I liked it at first. A rare chance to extort them. He had believed the trap that the Pope and the Joshua traitor were behind everything. A vicious smile formed as he imagined using Yisak to crush both the Gold and Azure families. Enough to earn the right to face the 14 demons. Maybe more. Back in the present, Leon sneered. Is this how the Holy Helen Empire interrogates? Before him, little Prince Hyperius screamed, kicking and thrashing on the ground. You call yourselves an empire? You behave like barbarians. He shouted loudly, defending brother Isaac and slandering his captors. In Leon's memory, a paladin roared, Get out of the way. I'll kill this bastard. But Leon had only thought, that kid. He requested this interrogation to scare the Gold faction. He realized the scheme. Yisak didn't want the Joshua family to suffer, so he handed over the stubborn prince to make the Gold faction panic. In the present, Leon growled at the smirking Yisak. You brat, how dare you use us? The woman with the green ribbon stepped forward, weapon trained on Leon. You think you'll get away with this, Isaac? Yisak grinned, feigning concern. I'm quite annoyed seeing my people in trouble. What? The dark entity inside him mocked. You're not annoyed. You enjoy their pain. Leon froze. He narrowed his eyes, a terrifying thought striking him. Strange. His face twisted into a mad grin. No one has ever discovered that about me. An invisible surge blasted the woman backward. She hit the ground, coughing. Leon advanced slowly. Did the Azure Patriarch tell you? He laughed savagely. It's easy to make an apprentice disappear. If you've had your fun, pay the price. Cardinal Sepet, Yisak said calmly. Huh. Leon swung, releasing a wave of killing intent. Does your family teach nothing but faster ways to die? Run, young master, the woman screamed. Yisak didn't run. He raised a hand, effortlessly blocking the attack. The woman gaped. Yisak looked up at Leon and smiled, holding out a golden card engraved with a rose. Thank you, Cardinal. This is more than enough payment. Leon leaned in, his smile probing. Tell me, Isaac, did you really defeat that monster? Trade secret, Your Eminence, Yisak retorted. Though it's only natural. Your family struggles with monsters. The Azure faith does not. That's why your son lost. Leon's smile stiffened into rage. Insolent bastard, he muttered, then stalked away. Yisak waved goodbye as the woman rushed over. Are you all right, young master? So many psychopaths become Red Clan patriarchs, Yisak mused, watching the enemy leave. The girl looked at the object in his hand. What is that? A pass for Sanctus Seed's prison, Yisak said, expression serious. I can meet my retainers with this. At the Golden Pentagon Oversight Committee, the crowd buzzed. Who takes the king title this time? Gold team, obviously. A man scoffed into his wine. Red Faith already lost to Azure. Oh, here they come. Footsteps echoed. Yisak led his team into the spotlight. The Azure Faith, it's Isaac Joshua. An Azure teammate screamed internally. Damn Isaac Joshua. I've almost died so many times because of him. Smile, Yisak ordered coldly. Or else. The team forced awkward smiles. A murmur swept the crowd. Yisak looked back. The gold team, their perennial rivals, strode proudly into the arena. Two members cast disdainful looks. Insolent Azure lot. They beamed with confidence, recalling their feat of retrieving the Empire's lost relic with the help of a girl named Kina. Nearby, another team openly mocked the Azure group. Use your heads, you idiots. The moderator cut through the tension, ordering everyone to stand. The results will be presented by the Emperor himself. Grand doors swung open for the Emperor and Crown Prince. The stands erupted. The Emperor's presence marked this year's Pentagon as historic. The gold team swaggered, convinced the Emperor was here to honor their treasure. As the ceremony began, the arena held its breath. The white team retrieved the lost books. Kim Yesak's teammate listened tensely. The red team recovered a holy sword forged by the genius Artie. The ancient blade glittered, drawing gasps, but the gold team just smiled smugly, waiting. Finally, their prize was revealed, a magnificent royal necklace lost for centuries. The brown-haired Azure member froze. It was the heirloom stolen by barbarians. No wonder the Emperor came. Truly astonishing, the Emperor mused. This was stolen during my grandfather's time. The gold team beamed. One sneered at their rivals. That's the difference between us, you useless Azure lot. Yesak's teammates gritted their teeth. And finally, the Azure team, the moderator announced. They rescued an entire squad of paladins kidnapped in Crescendia. The gold team sneered a minor feat, but their smiles vanished as the list continued. Furthermore, they defeated the monster that ravaged our apprentices 14 years ago. They healed the wound Hela has endured for over a decade. The gold team muttered that a royal treasure was still more valuable, but the moderator wasn't finished. However, they didn't stop there. They also saved the crown prince of the Arcane Empire, Hyberius Rom Britannia. The gold team stood stunned. The moderator listed the ransom demands, the return of a stolen artifact and the abolition of the arcane transit tax. They have accepted our terms. As the words rang out, Kim Yisak crossed his arms, smiling. The Emperor placed a hand on his son's shoulder. The results leave me speechless. You have brought both glory and benefit to the Empire. He addressed the apprentices. Royal treasures bring glory, but to me, the lives of our people are far more precious. The declaration stunned the other teams. The Azure members stood dazed, slowly grasping their victory. As the Emperor concluded, a gold team member cleared his throat nervously, sensing the end. Whispers filled the crowd. Azure's achievement was unprecedented. A cleric noted that saving lives was the true embodiment of faith, surpassing material wealth. A silver-haired young man clenched his fists. There's no way Isaac didn't plan this, he muttered. He saw through it. Bringing the citizens back was the perfect move orchestrated by Kim Yisak. On the balcony, the Emperor raised his voice. Now we declare the results. He praised a team that overcame adversity to save lives. Yesak's teammates erupted in joy, while he maintained an enigmatic smile. The Golden Pentagon belongs to Team Azure. Later, in the quiet hallway of the Azure dormitory, the clan head walked with a contemplative air. I only told him to come back alive, he muttered. Isaac truly achieved the impossible. A rare smile touched his lips, imagining the glorious future the boy would bring, and he placed his hand on the door. The Azure clan head approached Kim Yesak's room, but before he could enter, an insolent voice shouted from inside. Successor? Nonsense. Kim Yisak stood on a chair, confidently instructing his teammates. Just do that, the boy said, crossing his arms with a delighted grin, and Grandpa will be utterly charmed. He boasted that the throne was firmly within his grasp, ignoring the frozen horror of his companions. Noticing the silence, he turned. Why did everyone suddenly go quiet? Right behind him, the clan head loomed, voice cold as ice. Isaac, it seems ordinary discipline won't work. Kim Yisak broke into a cold sweat. A piercing scream rang out, followed by the sound of heavenly punishment. Later, fuming in his room, Kim Yisak shouted, Nonsense. What did I do wrong? The dark entity beside him replied, You said those things right in front of him. Kim Yisak ground his teeth, but then a spark lit his eyes. There's a way. Seeing a silver-haired man arrive outside, Kim Yisak rushed out. Uncle. He hugged the man, looking up with tear-filled eyes. Isaac? The uncle was bewildered. Then murderous intent erupted. Who made you cry? I'll take their heads. I think Grandpa hates me. Kim Yisak sobbed. Maybe I should leave this house. Relay knelt in panic. What happened? Kim Yisak whimpered that he was being sent home just for asking for wine. Relay was aghast, painfully recalling the loss of his brother 10 years ago. Determined to protect his only nephew, he gently cupped the boy's face, oblivious to Kim Yisak's annoyance. Kim Yisak wailed about his crushed dream of becoming a priest and defeating the Skeleton King with his uncle. Relay fell into the trap completely. Don't worry, Isaac, Uncle will take care of everything. Relay thumped his chest. Forget the Pentagon. Piece of cake. Rely furiously rushed off to demand justice. Kim Yesak watched him go with a smug smirk. The next day at Sanctus Sade's prison, the guard captain blocked the way. You must wait 14 days. Kim Yesak merely reveled in the power of the token in his hand, planning to let me see them after their heads have rolled? No, but 1 week. The captain frantically refused. 10 days. 5. Please. 3. Kim Yesak feigned leaving. Tomorrow. No sooner? The captain shouted. Good, that'll do. Kim Yesak patted the captain's shoulder. The dark entity asked, Didn't you come to meet them now? Tomorrow is better. Kim Yesak smirked. At the Grand Coliseum, the host announced the final Pentagon test. Mission: defeat a few monsters. His teammates cheered, but Kim Yesak blushed with embarrassment. Easy as pie. A teammate shouted, assuming Kim Yesak had pulled strings. Kim Yesak remained silent, face darkening at the ridiculous situation. The monsters huddled in the arena were 2 scrawny skeletons. Suddenly, the skeletons became extremely excited, realizing, it's our king. Amidst cheers of the king has come to save us, Kim Yeseok froze. Fratricide. Cold sweat broke out as the irony hit him. From the stands, Relai gave a thumbs up, oblivious that he had just pushed his nephew into a nightmare. Memories flooded back. Skeletons were weak, foolish, the lowest class of the demon world, summoned by clerics and nobles merely for slaughter and amusement. Even worse were the memories of himself, dying and resurrecting countless times. Stuck at level 1, rage erupted. Through Yeseok's eyes, the skeleton king roared, You bastards dare summon these souls before me? Our king is here. The skeletons cheered. His teammates joined in, but Yeseok froze at the required spell. Turn undead. Rage flared. I've died 1,000,000 times to that. You want me to use it on these children? Ignoring his inner turmoil, the skeletons rushed to embrace their king, crushing him under their weight. Isaac, 2 teammates ran over anxiously. So heavy. Yeseok wheezed. Are they attacking him? One teammate asked. No, looks like they're celebrating. Yeseok calculated frantically. I have to be careful. I'll just drain their mana. But the operator crushed that hope. You must use turn undead to turn them into dust. Cornered, Yeseok cursed the priests. In the stands, a smug knight cheered, unaware he had pushed the boy into hell. Spectators chatted about this being the easiest test in history, deepening Yeseok's despair. He ran frantically, helpless against his dancing subordinates. Finally, he decided, I'll use a standard attack. I'm sorry, my children, but it's better than the alternative. The skeletons watched him eagerly. Yeseok gathered holy power, then froze. He knelt, whispering, I can't. His teammates stared, stunned. Why can't you do something so simple? I can't. Yeseok trembled. Confused, the skeletons tilted their heads. Yeseok, losing his grip on reality, roared, I'm human now, not a skeleton. Fire will hurt me. The knights in the stands frowned. What did he say? Human, not a skeleton? Realizing his slip-up, Yeseok froze as speculation ran wild. Is he seeing those skeletons as humans? One asked. Perhaps he wants to save those demonized souls. Seizing the chance, Yeseok adopted a saintly expression, letting praises for the Azure family ring out. His teammate, Turi Lin, clutched his head. They're all crazy. He wouldn't do something that noble. Losing patience, Turi Lin rushed forward. Move, Isaac. Let me do it. Stop. Yeseok roared, delivering a thunderous punch that dropped his teammate. He gritted his teeth. I won't let them go to hell via turn undead. A fierce orb of holy power formed in his palm. Energy erupted, and turn undead enveloped the arena in destructive light. Yeseok fought to control the flow. I'll use it, but keep them safe. Spectators gasped. I've never seen turn undead on such a scale. Inside the arena, the skeletons reached happily toward the light. Don't know what it is, but it's beautiful. Amidst the storm, Yeseok growled into the void. Shadow Lich, shield the children. A colossal shadow rose, enveloping the skeletons in pitch-black darkness to block the holy light. In the stands, astonishment turned to bewilderment. What is that? Yeseok flashed a cunning smile. An Azure team member collapsed in disbelief he had dealt with them all in one blow. The paladins cheered, believing the boy had reached bishop rank. But Yeseok gritted his teeth, vowing to wipe out the corrupt clerics. Elsewhere, the Azure clan had mused on the Red Cardinal's plot to trick Yeseok into summoning an evil god. I'd wish for nothing more if he only summoned a mid-tier god, he muttered, warning Goel and Rylai. The god who chose Kim Yeseok was worse than any evil god. The realization that there was no comparison left both of them speechless. Goel frantically asked if Kim Jaseok would summon a disaster-level god. The clan head buried his face in his hands, then regained his composure. Top priority is bringing Kim Jaseok back for re-education. A messenger burst in. Clan leader, I've returned from meeting young master Isaac. He is heading towards Sanctaste's prison. All 3 jumped to their feet. Rylai stammered, how can he enter the Red Faith's prison? When told the Red Cardinal had given Isaac a token, the Azure clan leader clenched his fist. Damn it. His eyes glowed red, terrifying Goel and Rylai. He roared, does he think I can't use those cheap tricks? We're going to Sanctaste's prison, now. Elsewhere, Kim Jaseok and his dark entity trudged toward the prison, exhausted. Jaseok shivered. I had to use that disgusting undead transformation spell, but it worked out. He held up a rope, eyes sharp. I did it all for this reward. It dispels dark aura, he smirked, and it will conceal my magic when we enter. No one around, right? The dark entity confirmed it. Jaseok snapped his fingers, then a peer. An army of skeletons rose, cheering at the reunion. But Jaseok coldly pointed to the Shadow Lich. Send them back. The skeletons froze, stunned. As they clung to his cloak, begging, Jaseok yelled, you'll be exposed if you stay here. He ordered the entity to ensure the subordinates return home safely. Silence restored, he turned. Now, let's go inside. Suddenly, he froze. Something was clinging to his chest, a tiny skeleton. Jaesuk cursed, its magic was too faint to detect. A squad of guards appeared. Isaac Joshua, it's time. Jaesuk paled. After all that, this little one will die if caught. He hid the stowaway deep in his cloak. Hold tight, don't peek out. The heavy gate opened. Jaesuk stepped inside, smiling confidently. He mentally reviewed the file. A level 9 demon imprisoned for 50 years. A pure-blooded true demon who had knelt before clerics to save the Skeleton King's remains. Jaesuk's eyes sharpened. So it really is you, Bloodlord Shabnak. The dark entity used its scouting binoculars, but even so, they couldn't see the target. Jaesuk scowled in frustration. A white-haired guard captain approached. You should be grateful for this opportunity. Yeah, get lost. Jaesuk snapped, flashing his ID card. Another guard stepped forward. This is suspicious. We need to search you. He reached out. Jaesuk's eyes flashed red. I'll kill you if you touch me. The guards froze, pinned by killing intent. This power. One gasped. I can't move. Touching me is declaring war on the Joshua family. Jaesuk roared. He feigned madness, threatening to bite off his tongue and commit suicide. Do you think my uncle will let this slide? A terrifying aura of Madman Bai Lao loomed behind him. Terrified, the guards whispered among themselves. Finally, the captain spoke. Let him pass. He has the token anyway. Understood. Follow me. The guard bowed. Should have done that earlier. Jaesuk muttered. They entered the cold prison corridor, stopping before a colossal door. We're here, the guard said. Beyond lies the demon. Be warned, its dark aura can cause heart failure. Shut up and open it. The heavy iron door slowly creaked. A chilling sound pierced the air. Immediately, a swirling surge of dark aura rushed out, stunning the guards and Kim Jaesuk. Behind the bars, Shabnak, a colossal figure with countless glowing yellow eyes, roared, his chains rattling violently. What's wrong with him? He's been silent until now. A guard panicked. The demon's magical pressure made the air feel heavy as lead. The dark-haired guard urged, see? His power is terrifying. You should leave right now. In contrast to their fear, Kim Jaesuk wore a delighted smile. You bastard, you're still as delicious as ever. Smiling amid such dark aura, this kid is truly insane. The guards looked at him in horror. Kim realized, he thinks the clerics forced me here. Beside him, the dark entity panicked. Shabnak was roaring in fury, reacting to a painful memory of his master being forced to bow. You dare make my master bow? Shabnak let out an earth-shattering roar. Call for more men. We can't let him die before execution day, the captain ordered. Kim saw the opportunity, but eyes were still on him. I need a better moment. Suddenly, the chains glowed with holy power, searing Shabnak's flesh. Damn it, the Pope's power. He'll die before I can save him. Kim hesitated. If I use magic now, they'll notice. A tiny skeleton stealthily peeked out from his cloak. Master, let me talk to him. You cute bastard. Kim ordered mentally, go. Give him the stone to break the chains. As the boy nervously clenched his fists, the white-haired guard misread the tension. I truly respect the Red family. Kim merely smiled mysteriously. No. Then his demeanor shifted, eyes sparkling. I'm stalling for time. The Red family is the best. While the skeleton sprinted toward the cell, clutching the crystal, Kim continued his act. I almost pissed my pants seeing that demon, but you handled it well. In our household, you would be knight commanders. The guards looked bewildered. Kim lowered his voice, feigning secrecy. I'm here by the clan leader's command. An internal test. My mission is to injure a great demon. The guards were speechless. What madman would assign such a task to a child? In the background, the tiny skeleton slapped a high five against Shabnak's giant hand. Well, the guard concluded, that family is known for being crazy. Mission accomplished, Kim brazenly took the blushing guard's hand. Are you interested in joining the Azure family? Are you recruiting us? Suddenly, Kim staggered, clutching his head. Ugh, perhaps this mission is too much for me. The guards rushed to support him. You shouldn't have done this. Let us escort you home. From the shadows of the cell, Shabnak whispered, Thank you, my lord. As he was led away, Kim hid a triumphant smile. My king, we're not far now. You can do it, the captain encouraged. But just as they stepped outside, a voice rang out. Wait. A red-haired cleric blocked their path. You must pass a test before leaving. Let us inspect the token you carry. Kim froze. The one the cardinal gave me? The cleric sneered. That token tests your faith. Do you think he gave it to you for no reason? Does it change color? Kim asked calmly, secretly terrified it had turned black as ink. Beside him, the dark entity gasped. Sweat poured down the boy's neck as he imagined being exposed. Hand over the token, the cleric ordered. No. Why? Are you afraid it has turned crimson? Get lost. It hasn't changed. Kim cut him off, shouting, You're going to take it and then blame me for losing it, aren't you? You're going to steal it, and then blame me for taking our money, leaving the guards dumbfounded. Kim Jaesuk pressed his advantage. This is your territory. How can I trust you? The red-haired cleric roared, deeply insulted. Madman, how dare you question my family's honor? He gritted his teeth, veins popping in his clenched fist. Fine, I don't need your token. Cornered, the cleric unleashed a terrifying surge of energy, stunning both Kim Jaesuk and the dark entity. A giant statue materialized behind him. There is a much better option, the cleric declared with a manic smile. The judgment altar. A holy relic to weigh one's faith. Kim Jaesuk paled. A judgment altar of destiny? To hunt heretics and demons? He couldn't believe his opponent's recklessness. Is he crazy? Using that on another noble? The cleric laughed gleefully. If you have faith, the goddess will shed tears. But if you are a heretic, she will open her eyes in astonishment. The guards jeered at Kim Jaesuk. Prove your innocence. Why should I play your game? Jaesuk retorted coldly. Unless you want to be disowned. Step forward. Shut up. Jaesuk stood firm. Do you think my family will let this slide? Before he could finish, a hand grabbed him from behind. Hey. Yesek was dragged forward and thrown to his knees before the stone figure. A pillar of light locked him in place. "Don't worry," the cleric whispered with a sinister grin. "It will all be over soon." "I can't move," Yesek realized, panic rising. "I can't even run." The cleric threw his arms wide. "Open your eyes, statue." He waited for victory, but instead, a dark red tear rolled down the statue's cheek. The cleric froze. Blood tears? That only happens for cardinals. He stared in horror. No, there's no way he has faith. Yesek was equally stunned until the dark entity's voice cut into his mind. "Master, hide your emotions." The entity realized the truth. The altar hadn't measured the boy's faith in the goddess, but the tiny skeleton's absolute loyalty to its king. Unease spread among the guards. They began whispering, fearing the wrath of the Azure family. Trembling with rage, the cleric turned on Yesek. "What did you do?" Yesek immediately played the victim. "Just you wait. My family will hear about this." Suddenly, the statue's eyes glowed with a deadly red light. "Go now," the dark entity shouted. Dark energy erupted as the statue slowly opened its eyes. A shadowy hand shoved Yesek away, narrowly saving him from the blast. "Too close," the entity chided. "You should have let the skeleton be the last to leave." "Ha, of course," Yesek muttered, heart pounding. Completely misreading the situation, the cleric pointed wildly at the statue. "You saw it, didn't you?" The goddess opened her eyes. The guards looked bewildered. They saw nothing. "You scared the hell out of me," Yesek thought, while the shadow entity realized the illusion was visible only to the target. As the guards began to doubt the judgment, the priest panicked. Yesek watched nonchalantly, as if viewing a movie. "So the altar changed its mind? Get back inside now," the priest roared, desperate. "So you can cheat the results?" Yesek retorted. He patted the small skeleton hidden under his cloak. "Well done, kiddo." He looked at the priest with a scornful smile. "Pathetic," the priest snapped. "Get up there while I'm still being civil." He lunged to grab Yesek, but a firm hand caught his wrist. The Azure family patriarch stood there, eyes sharp. "I came here in case something like this happened." He tightened his grip on the man daring to touch his nephew. "Are you out of your mind, kid?" Bilal Joshua quickly intervened. "Things will get out of hand if father harms that child." Kim Yisak seized the chance. He tugged his uncle's sleeve, fake whimpering. "Uncle, Nizer hit me." The Azure patriarch exploded. "Do you want to die, you bastard?" He crossed his arms. "I will speak with the Red Cardinal. I will draft the complaint." Bilal Joshua replied calmly. "He's just faking it," Bilal added, kicking the figure on the ground despite a young man's panicked intervention. "That idiot. They're clearly going to do this to him." A brown-haired man shouted nearby. Kim Yisak sat eating popcorn. "Let's go home," the brown-haired man urged. "Staying here will only make it worse." "What? Like a heresy trial?" Yisak asked. "Yeah, I've already had one." Yisak turned his act toward his uncle. "Nizer dragged out a terrifying statue and made me kneel before it." Patriarch Azure and Bilo bristled. "So you're about to be burned at the stake," the brown-haired man whispered, panicked. Yisak smirked. "Are you serious?" Bilal growled. "You will pay for this." The priest quickly intervened. "Listen, Bilal, we tested him. Young Master Isaac passed with flying colors." Patriarch Azure paused. "I've never seen such beautiful blood tears." Cardinal Leon Sepet appeared wearing a smug smile. "I heard a commotion. Didn't expect it to be you, Patriarch Azure." Azure pointed a finger. "You bastard. How dare you challenge my nephew?" Leon didn't flinch. His desire to meet a servant of the Skeleton King is suspicious. "I think this is entirely justifiable." Azure roared at the stunned priests. "Your third son used the judgment of faith on Isaac." He turned back to Leon. "Do you want war?" Leon froze. Realizing he was cornered, Leon crossed his arms. "Well, I apologize. You'll be compensated. Now return the token I gave you." "Of course. I don't want it for another second," Azure replied coldly. He turned away, muttering, "Giving Isaac such a ridiculous thing." "Your nephew requested it himself," Leon called out. "Out of earshot," Azure thought. "Those bastards used the judgment altar on him." A triumphant smile broke through, and he actually made the statue shed blood tears. Azure handed Yisak the token. "I apologize for doubting your faith. If the statue truly shed blood tears, this token would surely..." The token transformed into a dark, ghostly card. An illusion flickered, Yisak crucified, screaming in despair before the token shattered. Leon Sepet reappeared with a sneer. "You see? An invisible force sent Azure flying." Leon smirked as the ancient token's fragments scattered. "What'd you just do?" "You destroyed the first Pope's token." Azure roared, standing up with burning eyes. "I have nothing to give back to you, bastard." At the Sepet estate, news of the blood tears spread. Leon Sepet rubbed his forehead. He had inadvertently made Kim Yisak the most promising saint candidate. "Do you dare test him again after everyone saw the results?" Leon snapped. Neon Sepet jumped up. "Are you trying to ruin your own reputation?" He pointed at the young man trembling nearby. "You're supposed to become patriarch, yet you can't even get that done." The youth paled, sweat pouring down. "Don't you understand that only by becoming pope can one survive?" Nayan ranted. "Enough," Leon cut him off. "How troublesome. We've lost the token to measure faith, but this isn't serious." Leon smiled calculatingly. "This sacrificial ceremony will be an opportunity." "No, I really saw it," the red-haired youth screamed, haunted by the memory of the illusion. He looked at his father. "Father, is the participant list finalized?" Leon coldly announced that Kim Yisak and the Azure team were listed. "No," the young man pleaded. "Let me participate as Isaac's servant." Leon Sepet, with an average. Leon vehemently opposed the idea. "Are you insane?" he roared. "Why would a red heir do something so humiliating?" The young man stood firm. "If there's no evidence, we must find it ourselves." Leon crushed his hopes. "Impossible. Someone else volunteered. Kenna will be his servant." The son stammered, stunned by the news. While Kana was prepped for her new role, the Joshua Patriarch sat in his mansion, smiling darkly. A family member asked, "Is that why you broke it?" The Patriarch explained he had arranged another faith test for Kim Yisak, blaming the blood tier event on Yisak's recent encounter with a woman named Melissa. More importantly, he admitted stealing the testing device from the Red family. "At least we don't have to worry about an evil god choosing him," one member sighed. "He is an evil god. Isn't that worse?" Another countered. "High scores summon gods at the ceremony. The Red Cardinal is surely waiting for that." Joshua gritted his teeth. Reading a provoking message from the Black Cardinal, he turned to Goel. "Tell Shuri he will be Yisak's servant. They could not let Yisak summon a god." On the day of the ceremony at the Colosseum, the corridors echoed with shouting. Shuri clutched his head in despair as the red-haired heir and Kana lunged at each other, fighting for the servant position. Kim Yisak watched coldly, thinking how easy it would be to smash their heads. Beside him, a shadow entity muttered about sycophants and revealed the sacrifice, a chained great demon. "I'm the servant," both yelled. Shuri roared, threatening violence to quell the chaos. He tried to calm Yisak, only to receive a chilling reply. "That is the day my servant will be freed." Shuri froze. Perhaps the rumors of Yisak being an evil god were true. He grabbed Yisak's shoulder, asking why everyone was so eager to serve him. Kana wanted training. The Red Heir claimed duty. "Stop fighting," Yisak snapped. "I don't need any of you." He pointed at Shuri. "You, the coat rack." Shuri raged. "Damn it, why me?" Inside, the Colosseum buzzed. Priests debated the new saint as candidates in solemn white robes entered. "It's Lady Kana," a young noble exclaimed. "My first time seeing her." Cardinal Leon's faction scoffed. "A saint candidate? The prophecy says the saint comes from the Red family," a red priest shouted. Arguments over the holy mark erupted until a shout silenced them. "The priests are here." Kim Yisak emerged from the shadows. Following him were Kana and the red-haired heir, looking tense. Then, the crowd gasped at the unbelievable sight. Yisak was riding on the red-haired young man's back while Kana shielded him from the sun with a leaf. Shuri trudged behind, smiling wryly. "This bastard will definitely choose the most brutal evil god," Shuri thought, "because he is one." The stands fell silent. Leon roared, seeing his kin humiliated before everyone. The Azure Patriarch scowled, but White Cardinal Seraphine laughed at the spectacle. She turned to the Gold Cardinal. "I didn't expect Nazar and Kana to act like that. I heard you were very strict with your boy." "You don't seem to mind at all, Cardinal of Gold," he retorted. Gold Cardinal watched Kana, ambition sharpening his gaze. "Servitude is a stepping stone to the papacy. I won't let that position fall to Isaac." If the plan held, Isaac was strong enough to choose the most powerful gods. Kana clinging to him was the perfect move. Seraphine sneered. "Why so quiet? Gold faction? Plotting again?" "Nothing," Gold Cardinal replied coldly, "except making Kana Pope." A Red Cardinal cut in. "Anyway, Isaac won't choose a deity today." He smirked. "You forgot his name wasn't on the summoning list for part 2, so I added it myself." Gold Cardinal and the Azure Patriarch froze. "I look forward to seeing which evil god he summons," the Red Cardinal added. Gold Cardinal roared, "You crazy bastard." Below in the arena, a man announced, "Now, the execution begins." Crimson energy exploded center stage. As the smoke cleared, a colossal figure appeared, chained to a pillar. "It's a great demon," the audience screamed. The creature roared, unleashing a wave of dark energy that engulfed the arena. "It's that strong even while chained?" A girl in the crowd cried out. Shuri, Kina, and the red-haired boy stared in shock. If this was the subordinate, how powerful was the skeleton? The demon thrashed, its power threatening to tear space apart. Isaac clutched the ribbon in his hand, whispering a familiar name. Shabnak. His eyes burned with determination. "I will save you." Our video ends here. If you liked it, leave your like. See you next time. Bye-bye.